welcome to the club.
My club are mental, aren't they?
21 is coming. You're chatting gas.
Embarrassing.
Off, ref!
Most toxic fan base in the world are Arsenal.
Liverpool, the worst champions ever. What's going on, people? Welcome back to the club. We are live. Rory's in a good mood, as you can see, throwing things at the camera.
Already,
Remember,
it's early for that, isn't it?
we are sponsored by Super 6, and we'll be speaking about that a little bit later on today. But today, it's all about the Carabao Cup final, the first trophy you can win in the domestic campaign. Oh, it's a big one. Chelsea, Liverpool, some memories of this final. Is this 3 of the last 5 domestic finals have been Chelsea, Liverpool as well?
Yes, it's the most played cup final. It's the most frequent fixture that you've ever had in a cup final. Chelsea versus Liverpool is the fixture that has occurred most in any final.
I've seen you share the highlights to the 3-2 win with Matej, Kezman and Drogba scoring, which was
years ago.
Yeah, long time ago, man. That was a wicked day. Wicked day out. Yeah, it was in Cardiff. Steve Gerrard scored. And you know, there was all the speculation about us signing Gerrard. I remember our whole end was giving it that. He scored his first goal for Chelsea. But yeah, no, that was a brilliant day. It was Mourinho. Do you remember Mourinho shushing the Liverpool fans? So yeah, that was in the sort of crescendo and the build-up of the Chelsea-Liverpool rivalry. It's dissipated a touch, but look, it's a cup final, and I just don't get it. You know, when people are slightly sneery towards this cup, you know, when people kind of go, oh, you know, it's only the League Cup. People suggest that maybe Liverpool have other things on their mind. Like, not today, they don't. This is a cup final. This is a chance to make history. Liverpool have won this trophy more often than any other club, I think. I think their record in this trophy is second to none. And if we win today, you know, obviously this is the case for everybody, but I certainly grew up in an era where Manchester United were the biggest club, the most dominant club, won everything. If Chelsea win the League Cup today, there's something significant that will happen. Chelsea will go on the same amount of League Cups as Manchester United. Like, which maybe other people don't see that as being particularly significant or particularly impressive. But when I was a kid, United were the leaders for basically everything aside from league titles, and they were the team winning everything year in, year out. So the fact that we can win the same amount as them, you know, we're one behind them in the Champions League, it's big. It's big. I love this trophy and I'm desperate for a win, but it's going to be so tough.
There's a super chat, and you know what that means, Rory.
Early doors, you've got to read it out.
And it's from Louis, who says, Adam, can you tell Rory that I want to oil him up?
Geezer keeps writing this. He wrote this.
He's spending money on that.
Mate, he spends more. That's not his first. That's not the first time that he spent money on that.
How's he making money in life?
Really bad.
Spending wages on
Oiling
that.
people up.
Really peculiar.
Well, he wants to give a freebie out, it seems, to Rory. In fact, he's willing to pay for the privilege of oiling
just
up
for the
Rory.
record, that will never happen. If you come near me with oils, you will get roundhouse kicked.
Could we make Louis our physio for the game?
No,
at the end,
I've got tension in my back, lower back. I've actually got tension.
he hasn't offered
If
you
I'm
that.
getting a massage from anyone, I promise you, the person who's massaging me isn't called Louis.
If he offered you 20 grand,
Louis
would you do it?
Louis
20 grand.
Walsh. No, I'm not getting massaged from this geezer. And like I say,
Wait,
if he comes anywhere...
is this Louis Beneventi offering you a
The
massage?
guy that dropped you from the
fan,
football
the Chelsea channel.
Look, put it this way. This geezer will never, ever oil me up. And if he comes anywhere near me with any baby oil in his hands, he'll get roundhouse kicked.
Can you perform a roundhouse kick?
Yeah, but serious one. You want to find out about it. Yeah, you want to find out. But no, look, this is big. I've been at Wembley today. You know, the atmosphere was building. It was intense down there. It's quite awkward getting on a train after the game and whatever else. So
You see the Chelsea fan throwing his crutches at a Liverpool fan on the tube.
That happened today.
Old video.
Is it?
I've seen it. Is that gone out today?
I saw it today and I thought it was brand new.
Nah, was it? Did the Liverpool fan kind of run off a train and slip?
Yeah.
No, old video. Old video.
Today.
Great video.
That's great.
These videos deserve nothing but
lobbed his one crutch at him.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
wow.
you do what you got to do in the trenches, don't you?
situation,
Yeah. You make it count. But look, I'm very excited.
Have you seen the
this.
team news yet?
I haven't seen a thing.
You want to hear the team
I've
news?
been sprinting from northwest London to northeast London. It's been intense. Record breaking time for me. I've done it in an hour.
Mate, you're spot on today.
Sprinting because they moved the kickoff time, man.
Yeah.
I'd agreed to do one thing and then they moved the kickoff time, which sort of juggled.
Crazy.
But you know, I made it work. I'm that
Rory's
kind of
a
guy.
man in demand, and he's here for you people at home. I'll give you the Liverpool team before we get your reaction to the Chelsea team. The Liverpool team's Kelleher in goal. Bradley getting a start in a final. Huge showing some faith in him. I know Trent's not available. You got Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, McAllister, Endo gets a start in midfield with Gravenberch. Then you've got Elliott, Hakpo, and Diaz in the team. No Mo Salah starting. Izzy on the bench. The bench consists of Adrian, Clark, Dans, Gomez, Kumas, McConnell, Naoni, Kwanzaa, and Shimika.
Kids on the bench, innit?
The kids are on the bench.
Really are threadbare.
Chelsea's team.
Yeah.
Actually, before we do that, before you even know the Chelsea team, do you feel a little bit more confident about this game?
Not really. Yeah, I suppose you have to. I think you have to. And I assume that the more iconic Liverpool names would start today. I felt like they would play, but I just worry about Liverpool just in their threat of scoring goals. Liverpool scored 100 goals already this season.
Jeez,
100.
I think we've conceded that many.
Yeah, I think yeah, we're not far behind. Yeah, no, you have conceded. Manchester United have conceded 100 shots. Have you seen that? In the last 5 games, Manchester United conceded 100 shots.
That man Rory over
outrageous.
Pathetic.
We'll talk about Man United later, by the way.
No, we
that
won't.
is a
No, we
promise.
won't.
Of course, we have. We've got a duty.
If you want to hear us talk about Man United, you have to listen to the podcast on Monday.
Yeah,
I'm on strike.
that's genius. That's actually genius.
Now we'll talk a little bit about it in this live today.
Loads,
Although there's a
loads.
cup final, why do we want to bring the mood down, man?
I think it's the biggest story, really.
Petrovic in goal. Man United's always the biggest story. Petrovic in goal. Gusto, Disasi, Colwill, Chilwell, Caicedo, Fernandes, Gallagher, Palmer, Sterling, Miss Jackson.
I think
Good lineup.
I think it's about as good as it can be. The interesting thing, did you say the back line was Disasi, Colwill?
Yes.
See, that's huge. Like that's basically the talking point, because Chelsea have now got into a situation, whether you agree or not is up for debate, but Pochettino certainly seems to see it this way, where Thiago Silva is no longer seen as a guaranteed starter, if a starter at all. Like, Thiago Silva's place in the Chelsea lineup over the past 3 years has undoubtedly been first name on the team sheet. Like, Thiago Silva has landed at Stamford Bridge at the age of 37, guided Chelsea to a European Cup, been incredible, etched his name into Chelsea folklore, and is arguably one of the best, if not the second best centre-half to have ever played for the club in the Premier League era. Some would say that's where he ranks. He's now got into a situation where he's actually dropped, and Chelsea look a better team without him in it. Like, even 6 weeks ago, we're playing at Wembley against Liverpool. Thiago Silva starts.
Yeah.
And I think
Sometimes that happens. You have to go backwards to go forwards sometimes.
2 steps forward, 1 step back. We come together because opposites attract. As the great Paula Abdul once told us. But no, you are right. And do you know what? This all started. I don't know how significant this will be in terms of like Pochettino's decision-making process. But Thiago Silva's missus basically told the ownership to sack Pochettino.
Crazy.
Crazy. That was the genesis of this problem.
She's wearing the trousers in that relationship, right? Yeah.
Possibly.
I'd never get in that situation.
Possibly. No, I
if
can
I was
see
never
you.
a
No,
footballer,
you'd be in that situation.
No.
You will.
I'd be there. Just don't say anything.
you are.
Don't say anything.
No, you are that kind of guy.
What do you mean? Letting my wife speak for me?
I could just see you being that kind of guy. But no, look, it's
He's not going to be getting many swipes on Tinder anymore, is he? After that's out there.
Colwill Disasi, I think, is Chelsea's best back
I
line.
think it is.
It
Thiago
is
Silva's been good this season.
More
but you have to
mobile,
go,
isn't it? That's the one thing with Thiago. He's got great experience, great leadership abilities, but the immobility of him, especially in the Premier League against some
he was running against
like Liverpool,
Matete against Palace. I remember. I think it was Monday Night Football. I think, and mate, it was bad.
Yeah,
he looked way off it, and that's not his fault. Bless him.
Yeah,
he's old.
Be interesting to see if he can ever reclaim his place in the team. But I doubt
he'll be looking at
leaving.
Saudi Arabia move.
He'll be leaving. Yeah. Exactly.
We've got a super chat from Ed, which we will answer later. He says, McKola, thoughts on Tuchel replacing Eric Ten Hag via Rory?
Yeah, I did a video on this on my channel.
Think it's going to happen?
I think Thomas Tuchel is very suited to Ineos.
We've heard of Potter being linked as well. Nagelsmann being linked.
Potter's the same, but Potter is the B-Tech Tuchel, isn't he? Potter's approach and Tuchel's approach is very meticulous. It's very fastidious. It's through the lens of numbers and not necessarily about warmth or even being cold when necessary or warm when necessary. It's not like that. It's like, these are the facts. Deal with it. And I think that is that's the way Ineos go about their business, whether it's about their football team or about Kipchoge.
Here's some facts that people are saying that you may have got the Thiago thing a bit wrong because he's injured today.
No, but is he?
Yeah,
mate. This is
is it one of them? Is he?
Yeah, is he?
Is he?
I mean,
it was bad against Palace.
Fallout,
he ripped his quad against Palace.
Yeah. I can't see Thiago Silva getting in the team again.
Yeah.
Because of the fallout with Pochettino. Like, regardless.
Will he have to apologise or something before that happened?
He's 37 years, like he's 40. So he's never gonna.
What kind of wage is he on at Chelsea?
Huge.
Big, yeah.
Yeah, huge.
That could be a problem as well.
Yeah, look.
Did you feel like obliged to play players like that?
I felt really sorry for Thiago Silva. You know, when Chelsea didn't make it into the European Cup last year, I just felt so sorry for him because that was his last foray into the Champions League, and he's effectively been robbed of that. But
what about Ross Barkley going to Man United? Have you seen that? The link
I've
to
seen
it?
that.
Get away.
That looks authentic to me.
I mean,
that's from a reputable Twitter account that I follow.
What was it? Football Insider 24/7 or something like that.
It was.
I just made that up. There's an account that fits the bill, and I do apologise.
Do you know, a major account saying Ross Barkley's linked.
Was it in the know? Source, trust me, bro.
I'm seeing it all over Twitter.
I can see. I don't think it's that obscure. You know,
he played for Nice.
That's Barkley.
You know, he played for Nice last season. Yeah. Who owns Nice?
Ineos.
Your boy, the charlatan.
Yeah.
Is he in the band? Is he?
Mate, I did think.
I wish he was. He's just an actual charlatan.
Did you see his interviews? His interviews. He got loads of praise for his interviews, being incredibly candid.
Jim Ratcliffe you're talking about?
Yes, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I just thought that the way that he spoke was so ridiculous, and everybody was saying it was so good. I was like, and I totally get that this can be the case, but I was like, Am I wrong here? Because I don't think he's looking good here at all. Some of the things that he was saying, I didn't think he was coming across well.
What did you not feel?
Well, I thought he was. I don't possess the vocabulary to do justice to how abhorrent I thought it was that he was prepared to ask for taxpayers' money to build a stadium when he's the richest man in the country.
Shady.
That's ludicrous.
Whilst I wasn't surprised to see it not happen, I can see the argument a businessman could make for it if you're looking to bring investment into the community and you're looking to bring a lot more money, a lot more jobs, a lot.
Why doesn't he say build the stadium as a neutral stadium, like rugby, like Twickenham, like Wembley?
Or
but you can't say it as a Man United.
Or if he's only being noble about it,
have a literal.
Yeah, but I've been tweeting.
Literal stadium built by the government.
You know, I've had hundreds of tweets about.
So do West Ham.
Lots of tweets about this. It's literally the opposite example you could possibly give.
But it's not. You're paying
reusing public land that was never meant for Man City. It was meant for the Commonwealth Games. Using that in a positive way when Main Road was falling down is completely different to asking for taxpayers to build a brand new stadium for the biggest club in the world.
Taxpayers literally built it, and West Ham.
But the argument is therefore saying that you should leave the City of Manchester Stadium empty versus a football club using it when Main Road's falling down. And obviously the club
those are the facts, though.
But the club paid rent on that as well.
Well, they pay $3 million a year, which is quite cheap considering the money you make of it.
It's the opposite to asking the taxpayer to build
$3 million a year. You know how much money they're making off that?
Yeah, back in the day, it's a different narrative.
With regard to the City thing, City and West Ham did very well in their respective situations.
I think
the richest man in the country,
for a billionaire company to do that, it's crazy.
and also
for private gain.
And then to try and
but then when you
spin
look
it
at what
as
the
being
government
noble.
are doing with some of the money,
no, but then to try and spin it as being noble, you know,
give us a PPE deal.
Mate, if Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to come out and go, do you know what? The taxpayers should build a stadium, and he started talking about London.
Is that the only thing you had a problem with, though?
When he started talking about the London thing and the London dominance, and he came out and went, we need the North to... Okay, fine. Why don't we redevelop Blackpool Stadium then with taxpayers' money? Why does it have to be your stadium? Just coincidentally, I think the North needs something, and maybe Old Trafford? As if it was like, to
be fair, the National Stadium should have been more central.
The National Stadium's Wembley.
That's a great argument.
I hate Wembley Stadium.
Do you know how old this guy is, by the way?
The new Wembley.
You know this guy is not some young buck or anything. He's been around the game. He's a rich guy for a long time. Why has he not had this debate earlier in his life?
Mate,
but he's suddenly having a debate.
London this, London that. Where do you live? London. Right. Where's your season ticket? Where's your season ticket, mate? Stamford Bridge. Oh, right. And now you've got any issue with the London dominance. You hypocrite. If
it was the City owner doing the same thing, you'd hate it.
No, but I haven't said United should get that.
No, I'm not saying you believe this, by the way.
If you're a company that's worth $1 billion, then you for sure. But I was surprised Rory said, because some of the things he did say, which are, again, it's real tapping stuff. And a lot of this stuff is like, Chris Rock says, I take care of my kids. And you're supposed to take care of your kids. And it's like, when Jim Ratcliffe comes in and he goes and meets all the staff and he's telling the staff, we're not about being just a good commercial property. We want to be a good, successful football team. And, he's talking about the club and trying to improve things, even if it is just a stadium. And then saying Manchester United should be looking to knock these guys off. That's what Manchester United fans have been waiting to hear for so long. Now, actions speak louder than words, of course. And Manchester United fans have heard not similar promises from the Glazers, but they've had promises from the Glazers since the time they came in 2005 about, transparency, about speaking to fans, about potential fan ownership and fan representation on the board, all those kind of different things. And they've never happened. So to hear those things is great, but of course it's all about actions. And but one of the things that he's a man.
Also,
he's someone that's from the
thing
area.
ain't his.
He is a Man United. It's not. But
the perch thing ain't his.
I think it's tap-ins, isn't it? It's like when they name the company Trawlers Limited.
But that's why I think it feels cheap.
Like,
I think that's why there's a debate there to be had. It feels really hollow. I couldn't care less. I want him to fail, obviously, as a rival fan. But you're sat there as a lifelong Man United fan. I'm saying I think your owner is something shady about it, man.
I don't know.
Or hollow, at least. Quite hollow about it.
I think it's... I mean, when you're talking about billionaires and then they're trying to relate to the working class area, this is very difficult, but also... He is someone that has come from the area. So you tend to think maybe his heart is in the right place. Maybe as a Manchester United fan that was there in 1999 and someone that, is getting on in years, maybe he just wants to be successful with his football club. And if that's the case, then...
Yeah, I think all of that's true. I've just felt like that interview that seemed to be reported that it was a very impressive interview and he spoke very well and he was very articulate and he was totally in tune with the sentiment around Manchester United. I was just like, hang on a minute, what are you on about? What are you talking about? This is ludicrous stuff what he's talking about. And the fact that he had the audacity, that was a jewel in the crown of shitness. The fact that he had the audacity to genuinely believe that the richest man in the world should have his property subsidised by a taxpayer off the back of the Northern powerhouse needing something. Fine, let's do it to Anfield then, mate. If you genuinely think that the North needs a representation and a stadium that can compete.
I do think a stadium that can compete with the North
needs
and north of London does get. There's two debates to be had there. But a billionaire saying it.
We can sit here and say should Manchester or Liverpool, anywhere in the North, should it have a national stadium or more representation with the England national setup? Yes, 1,000,000%. But should there be a connection to Man United intrinsic in that? Absolutely not, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sonny with the super chat. Got to read it. It says. Chelsea have to be favourites with Liverpool's injuries. Poch never gets a better chance to win a trophy. The 2 cups are all they have to play for.
You can't ever
He's
say...
a Villa fan, he said.
You can't ever, I appreciate it, Sonny, thank you. But you can't ever say that Chelsea are favourites when Mauricio Pochettino's won 1 out of 13 against Klopp. And that was at Wembley. Do you remember when Tottenham battered Liverpool? I think it's 4-1 or something like that. There is no way.
That super chat.
Can you tell Buvey he's the eye candy? He is. We know that. Everybody knows that.
What do you want me to say about that, lad?
Of course. You are the sex appeal of the show. says more about the show than it does. But look, Pochettino versus Klopp, it doesn't matter. If Jurgen Klopp was managing Leyton Orient and Mauricio Pochettino was managing Real Madrid, it's still 50-50. Because one of them is a serial winner that overturns the other one every time.
This might be one of the biggest games in Pochettino's career. Okay, he's been in a cup final with
it is, especially when you look at what it means for his career, because
it's 3 or 4.
The credit he had in the bank for his job at Spurs slowly running out. If he gets sacked from this job
and he loses his final, imagine they get smashed today.
And I'm a fan of his. I like him.
Yeah,
but that kind of...
It's waning away for me. But the City game was a positive, but then it goes up and down, doesn't it? Palace was a good result in the final, but the first half against Palace was shocking.
Just to bring Buvey back down to earth after that super chat. Now, these aren't super chat, but I feel like we must read them out.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Go on then.
Buvey's a nerd, says unknown.
He's a nerd. Definitely a nerd.
Why is Will laughing in the background? I've not heard Will or Stream. Yeah. I've not heard Will or Stream. I didn't know he was in the room.
The truth says as well. It's in the name.
The truth, yeah.
Probably telling the truth. Says Buvey is Harry Maguire from Wish.
Well, and also, his name is The Truth.
He was good yesterday, Harry Maguire.
He wasn't good.
Did he score? Did he get you in the game?
Scored again.
Didn't he get you in the game?
Should have been sent off in the first half for clamping someone.
That's fine.
4 times he dived out of position.
You like it when someone else clamps someone. Look, you can't ever
No.
Yeah. If that was Maino clamping him, he'd go, we need a bit of that.
He's doing it.
But if it was Maino clamping someone, you go, we do need a bit of that. You saw he
scored and went, Harry Maguire. That's what you did. That's exactly what happened.
He should have brought down...
When I was there, shitting myself every time he went in for a challenge because he was diving out of position. He was usually fouling someone and going into the back of them, and they were spinning him and just.
But you do usually say when somebody, if Maino clamped someone, you'd say it was a good thing.
No, but there's good clampings and there's clamping like when you could have got sent off. It's like, oh,
look, Pochettino looks terrified. There is a man with imposter syndrome. He's like, oh my god, it's a final. What the fuck am I doing here? He definitely has that.
Do you think Maguire should have fouled the guy that was running with the ball for the Fulham winner?
With Traore.
Was it Traore?
Yeah,
Do you think he brings him down?
You know what? Yeah.
Did you want him to?
You know what? I was literally going no fouls. Because when we were looking to trying to score, there were like 3 minutes left, and they picked up the ball. I don't know which player it was, but inside the Fulham half, And I went, don't foul him, because the last thing you want to do in that point is foul someone and they get a free kick and waste 2 minutes. And then as it was going on, I was going, Jesus, someone foul him.
You've got to foul him here.
Someone foul him.
Then he couldn't.
You've got to foul him.
He ran out of control.
He
ran out of the opportunity to do it. He's so quick.
It was just one of them weird ones where you're going, no foul here, because the last thing you want to do is give a free kick away and they can run down. And then
now a draw looks like an amazing result.
Like, please,
you would have sold your kidney for a draw now. I'm looking at it. Can't lose at home.
A draw or a loss, same thing. Top four's
Their 0.25% owners come out and said the taxpayers got to build a new stadium. They lose at home to Fulham.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Top four's
he doesn't even own the club.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that in the podcast.
If they really do want somewhere to rival, if they really do want somebody somewhere to rival the O2 for like a concert venue, it's got to do it at the Etihad.
Lads, everyone watching the stream, I want you to give me 50 quid on my PayPal. We're going to build a brand new stadium in the West Country. It's called the Buvey Bowl Arena.
There was a guy that did that.
Okay?
Remember the guy that came out saying, me and Man United fans can buy the club. Do you remember? He was maybe a Scandinavian guy.
Right.
But it came out this week. He was like arrested for like by Interpol and stuff like that.
Ratcliffe gives me similar energy, man. He gives me charlatan, and he reminds me of the old guy from Succession. 100%.
Siddharth, who watches a lot, says City's title chance after that Bournemouth result.
Huge.
It's a huge win, that.
Dominated them.
Do you know what,
City's Phil Foden getting the goal as well.
They were good, Bournemouth.
They weren't bad in the second half as well. Put pressure on.
What was his name on the wing? He's skinning Nathan Ake time and time again.
Semenya? Yeah.
He's brilliant.
Semenya's fantastic.
Absolutely brilliant.
Good kid.
But do you know what? I honestly think that it's more significant and almost a better... Bear with me on this. I think it's a better result for City to have struggled a bit and won 1-0 than gone there and won 4-0. I think it's because you can't win every game 4-0. You can't be blistering every single game. But what you can do is play badly and win now and again.
We're not like that at the moment anyway. We're not like that. We really aren't. And we're conceding quite a few goals in recent weeks. So seeing what Arsenal are doing, I think it's like that, almost like in a boxing match. You wait to the later rounds, hope the guy tires himself out.
The George Foreman, Muhammad Ali.
Stay in there. So I don't think we're playing very well. I think you could argue we're playing the third worst out of the top three. But the points are there. The form's there.
Yeah.
If we win our next 6, we won the league.
Who's he waving at, Raw?
He's doing a Queen Elizabeth wave. Did you see that? He's doing that. Fucking hell, man.
Queen Pot.
He's happy to be down. He's like, hey, I'm down here.
No
suit. Saying to his wife, I'm here.
Get a picture of me in my last cup final. Last time over in the cup final. Someone take my picture.
Neither manager's got a suit on. Thoughts, Raw.
Yeah,
pathetic, isn't it, really?
It's pathetic. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than when
club suits are so nice.
Mate, also, like, at least, do you know what, though? You've got to be grateful for small mercies. Who the hell's that?
That's
that fella. What's his name?
Who's singing the anthem?
Fella,
who is James Arthur?
Is that James Arthur?
No.
Is it James
Arthur? He's got the worst haircut.
James
in pop
Arthur.
music.
Is he the geezer out of Middlesbrough?
He
cracked me up. I read a brilliant thing from him. It's my favourite ever quote from anyone. Have you heard what James Arthur said about this prick? Do you know what he said? He went, one of my biggest flaws, like straight out of David Brett, one of my biggest flaws, I didn't really play the game. I kind of just relied on raw talent too much.
Who said that?
James Arthur. Quite my mate said, "Oh yeah, me too. Football? I've done it." No, just about him. Just about
about life.
He didn't. Obviously in music, he didn't.
He won X Factor.
He didn't play the game. He didn't play the game with agents. And
I just relied on my raw talent.
Yeah. That's what I feel sometimes.
That's like me.
That's what I feel.
That's like me and YouTube.
I don't have an agent. I don't need an agent. You know what I mean?
Can we have
that? Are you singing the cup final
from
James Arthur?
Quickly, before the game kicks off, put these 3 in order: Saka, Foden, Trent. Of what you
the
best player?
Alphabetical order goes Foden, Trent, Saka in alphabetical order.
Foden, Trent, Saka. Agreed.
That was easy. Why is James Arthur singing the anthem? He's from Middlesbrough, isn't it?
It's another kid. It's another kid.
Oh, is it not James?
Can someone let us
after all that?
Can someone let us know?
After all that, it's not even James Arthur.
Let us know in the comments who this guy is singing.
will.i.am, mate. You got to keep us in the loop.
Yeah, it's not James Arthur.
will.i.am.
It's not will.i.am, is it? For God's sake.
Oh,
it is
will.i.am.
will.i.am. Jesus, yeah.
His name's Will.
Oh, Will.
will.i.am. Who's the cup final singer?
Google.
I swear you both told me it was James Arthur. I didn't make that
we
up.
both told you. You just agreed
ran with it.
Yeah.
You hear James Arthur in your head. You think it might be from Adam.
Look like
you just
him.
heard it in your head and you just ran with it for the last 10 minutes. Then you give an anecdote about him saying that he's got so much talent. I never said James Arthur.
Someone did.
I don't think Adam
It is
did.
James Arthur. Look.
It's not James Arthur.
Adrian said it's Arthur James.
I don't know who that is.
Don't mess us around, lads.
Because it kind of looks like.
Don't mess us around, lads. Ricky Martin.
Outside, inside out.
Ricky Martin.
Right now, you're acting like, Rob Burgundy, but he just keeps reading the cue.
It's Gary Lineker's son.
Go F yourself,
It can't
Diego. Gary Lineker's
Is it
son.
No, we don't look nothing
Will, are you
like it.
Googling this? Is this thing called the Googles?
It was Gary
Ask
Barlow.
Jeeves.
Well, I know what he looks like. Gary Barlow. Engelbert Humperdinck.
It's a great name, that, isn't it?
You
Engelbert.
take that's just down to two of
Engelbert
them now, isn't it?
Humperdinck.
Just two of them walking around.
Mate, I
Is that a real
listen,
name or
mate,
stage name?
do you know
Who?
You know S Club
Engelbert
7?
Humperdinck.
There's 3 of them.
We always bring them up.
Yeah,
by the
but-
way.
There's 3 of them. S
Yeah,
Club.
There's only 3 left.
3 of them.
You
doing
don't
their
take the
thing.
piss, lads. One of
Who's
them's
the
died
3?
now. One of them's
No,
died.
we didn't
Yeah.
mean it
Who
in that
died?
sense.
Paul.
Paul who?
Paul from S Club.
What are the 3 that are still running about in S Club?
Rachel
Let's guess.
Stevens.
No, she's
Tina.
not in it.
Tina's doing her
thing. Joe's getting down on the floor, and Bradley wants some more. They're the only 3 left.
Bradley. Fuck. I met them once when I was working in radio. It was amazing.
I had a good night out with Bradley once.
Yeah. I remember you saying about that. That's hilarious.
And I didn't know it.
Will, are you going to tell us who it was?
I mean, we're on the edge of our seats.
Right, I'm going to Google this, and I'll guarantee I'm going to find out really quickly.
Here we go. Zoom in on Rory.
Who singing anthem at Cup Phenomenal?
Make sure you like the stream, and obviously, shout out to Super 6. Obviously, you get the chance to win £250,000. There's a massive rollover up to £1 million by the end of March. So make sure you download Super 6 and join our mini league as well. It's a huge opportunity to win some money for typing in some basic football predictions. And if you join, you could be playing with us lot in a massive game against Pitchside at the end of the season at a huge stadium somewhere in Europe, continental Europe. Who knows? But make sure you download the app and join us over on Super 6.
It's Jasmine Faulkner.
It's a bloke.
It's a bloke,
Mate,
bro.
we live in a very modern world.
That's true.
That's Jasmine Faulkner.
Jasmine Faulkner.
And I wouldn't have even said what you said there.
I thought Jasmine.
I wouldn't have even said what you
smashed it.
said.
I respect anyone's decision to do anything they want at all times.
So that's Jasmine Faulkner with a specs on.
Yeah,
That's very good. That.
I've got that down on
We've
record.
nailed not getting cancelled. That was a great quote. Put that in your bio.
I think there's a lot of
Twitter bio.
people I know that should have just said that at certain points in their career. But who knows? Up the Reds. Up the Reds.
Why are you saying up the Reds, bruv?
Well, because I want to wind
We're
up
all
Rory.
supporting Chelsea.
Yeah, but we all
today.
wind up the opposite side, don't we?
Nah.
We've been doing
Do
that.
you know
When
what?
the
As much
opposite
as I
side's Liverpool,
The man
you
who
can't-
celebrated you when you were losing a few
Yeah,
weeks
but
ago,
it's
he was
Liverpool.
jumping up and down.
Surely you got to be well behind Klopp ending the season.
there
I want
is
Liverpool.
something to be said for Buvey's approach here, though. Like when you're playing, whoever you're playing last day of the season, if you could possibly relegate them, doesn't matter who it is, you want to relegate.
Different.
Yeah.
That's different.
I wish we'd
No, but
done that
Buvey's
to
basically
QPR.
saying-
Liverpool
whoever was
played
sat
Chelsea
here-
to relegate Chelsea, I'd be supporting Liverpool.
Whoever was sat here, he would support the option,
Yeah,
and
I
I
rate
kind of
that.
rate that. I kind of rate it.
Next week, by the way, it's me against Buvey, isn't it?
It's a big game
Is it
for
a Manchester
you. It's a
derby
huge
already?
game. Yeah.
Derby's coming, and I pray to God not another annihilation.
Raheem Sterling generally doesn't have a good game against Liverpool. I wonder if he's going to find the rhythm today. Like, played very well against Man City this season.
Rhythm.
Goal home and away.
Do you know what though? Sterling has a good record in cup finals for City.
Yeah.
Like, he has a good goal
Does
scoring
he?
record. Penalties, he scored big penalties. He scored one against Sarri's Chelsea, I think it was.
We've lost loads and loads of cup finals in a row here. I think six.
Yeah.
You lost 6 in a row.
I think so.
The
The
one
last
they
one you won in against us. Phil Jones
When were
falling
you?
over and
No, that would have been what, 18?
Conte was that?
Eight,
beat
that would have been
Spurs,
8.
didn't
That
they?
would have been 18. No, we beat.
he beat Spurs in 18.
No, we beat Tottenham in 15. John Terry.
That's not the
scored.
last
Surely
time
I'm
he won.
right. That's
We
the
beat
last
Tottenham
one
in
you won.
15. We beat Manchester United in 18.
Mourinho?
Hazard. No, Mourinho.
Mourinho was our manager.
No,
No,
was
our
your
manager.
manager. Sorry, yeah, we had Conte. We
Yeah.
finished 5th that year in Conte.
It was weird after that game. So I was doing reactions outside the ground, and Uslot was celebrating winning the cup, and Willian walked behind us, in shock.
He
like,
was
on one of the
really
things.
badly behaved
And,
that day.
Yeah, because he
was
put all
really
of emojis over
Over
Conte's
Conte,
face.
yeah. Really juvenile. Really juvenile.
And the rumours were he was coming to Manchester United at that point, which was quite interesting.
Yeah, very good player, William. He was chronically underrated at the time. I think people have appreciated how good he is now. Well done.
Big dog, I saw that. Keep is my answer. We got another super chat from August who said, the question was, would I sell Rashford?
August?
Keep him. August Granberg, though, says, enjoying the content from Sweden.
Sweet.
Wow. Did we get an invite over to Stockholm or what?
I'd like to go to the Rosunda Stadium in Stockholm.
Just everyone shout out what you know about Stockholm and Sweden.
ABBA.
Go on.
ABBA, wow.
Henrik Larsson.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
IKEA.
Oh, yes. Swedish meatballs.
Swedish meatballs.
Ingmar Bergman.
Ingrid Bergman.
Bjork.
The blonde girl from ABBA.
What's her name?
say that.
What's her name?
The blonde girl. She's
can't
blonde.
do
No,
that.
but you can't, because then
What
I
do
could
you
just
mean?
go to fella out of ABBA.
And then there's only 2 left. And there's only 2
Instead of
left.
ABBA. ABBA was an all-encompassing phrase. What about Stratford? There's an ABBA live thing going on at the moment.
Bjorn Borg.
Oldberg.
Borg. I've got their pants. I've got the geezer's pants on.
Good
Great
gear.
pants.
Yeah, great gear.
Bjorn Borg.
But let's finish this super chat. It says, what are your... Whoa! Calm down. Go. I was reading the Swedish one out. What are your favourite Swedish players to have played in the Premier League throughout the years? Oh, yeah, that was...
Kim Kallstrom.
Mine are Henrik Larsson for the short period at Manchester United and Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Zlatan was underrated in that first. If he hadn't got injured, you might have been pushing for a
If he hadn't
title.
got injured, Mourinho would have kept the job for
I'm not
another year.
convinced that Chelsea have ever had a Swede.
Surely you have.
I literally don't think Chelsea have ever
That's
had
a great trivia question.
I don't think Chelsea have had a Swede. Hang on, help me. I can think of Buku de Dane. I can think of Buku de Norwegian.
Who's that midfielder you signed after the Euros? Was he Danish?
What Euros?
Us. Yeah. After the Euros.
Last Euros.
That. Maybe it's someone else.
I don't think Chelsea have ever had a Swede.
No, I don't think you have.
Well, who was your favourite anyway?
You had Oldberg at Aston Villa.
I don't have one. Melberg.
Olberg.
Olaf Melberg.
That's what I said. Olaf Melberg.
No, you didn't. You said Oldberg.
Who's the other one? Larson. There was two Swedish centre backs.
Sebastian Larsson. He played.
Larsson.
He wasn't a
Seb
centre
Larsson was at Sunderland and
But
Arsenal.
he's a winger.
Birmingham.
Arsenal.
But who's the other
Birmingham.
centre back? There was another centre back, injury prone.
John. No.
There was Melberg and then another Swedish centre back. I think there was two Swedish centre
Jesper
backs.
Blomqvist.
He was Man United.
The keeper Isaacson played for City.
Yeah.
Have Chelsea not had a Swede?
Anthony Elanga.
Martin Darlene played at Palace, I think.
I bet you have.
Thomas Brolin.
Yeah.
Played at Palace. No,
Sweden's
Leeds.
a beautiful country. Beautiful
Who the hell?
country.
Has Chelsea ever had a Swede? Can't believe this. I can think of many Norwegians, many.
Was it Jesper? What was it?
Jesper Gronkjær, he was a Dane.
That was it. That was who was
Yeah.
it. He played for Chelsea,
Jesper
though, right?
Gronkjær was a Dane. Brian Laudrup was a Dane.
Oh, McAllister's down here.
Jakob Jelberg was a Dane.
McAllister's injured, and we're talking about Liverpool injuries here. It's another one for them.
Can't afford another one. It's a big
Cole
change.
absolutely munched him.
That can't be good.
That's so late, isn't it?
Ibrahimovic might be my favourite Swedish player. Larsson.
Remember that goal against Bournemouth first day of the season? I think.
Yeah.
Larsson.
He shouldn't have scored. He shouldn't be able to score that.
Yeah.
And there aren't players that can do that these days. I think it's being coached out of them.
Yeah. Freddie Ljungberg.
Yeah. What a player.
He's quite an underrated player, Freddie Ljungberg over there. He could be the best Swede to have played in the Premier League.
I think he is. Yeah.
In terms of the output, in terms of what he did, what he
Length
won,
of
the
time.
team that he was in.
Yeah. Easily. Yeah.
He could be the best. Because Ibrahimovic came late. Henrik Larsson came for that gap.
Someone said Amin. I feel like this might
What,
be
is this a
setup.
Chelsea player?
Is this a setup? Is that a real Chelsea player?
Where am I looking?
Don't say it. It'll be like Amin cock and balls or something.
I can't work out what the pun is, but I'm not saying it either. I got done badly with one. I'm not doing it. Someone made me say something terrible.
I was about to say.
I mean,
say it. Just commit. Man.
I don't think it's real.
Just commit. I bet it's real.
what, at Chelsea?
Is that a real name?
Literally never
Will's
heard
done
of
I
the
thought they were
research.
going to make me call myself a fanny. That's it. I'm in a fanny. That's what I thought it was. Like shit.
Oh,
Don't want
no.
to read that out. Pete with the super chat. Gotta read it out.
Is that a booking already for Caicedo?
Did you see the charity match Speed's tackle on Kaka?
I did. I thought it was really out of order.
I thought it was out
I
of
thought
order.
Kaka must have been livid with that.
Do it on KSI.
Speed
do it
doesn't
on
understand though. I don't think
Dogden.
Speed cares.
Do it on, yeah, but
Speed doesn't care. He should care, but he
Do
doesn't
you not
care.
think you just
see, I've
shouldn't
heard
do
a lot
that
of this
in a-
recently, like, they just don't know, like, bro, you're so clever, you got so much, you're making so much pee, you can't tell me you're stupid.
Do you not
shouldn't,
think?
he shouldn't.
That-
Do you not
He
think?
shouldn't.
Hang on a minute.
That's
Like,
what you guys are
Booth,
making.
this
That's
is.
stupid.
No.
Booth, I totally disagree with you. Simply because I don't think you need to understand the beautiful game. I don't think you need to read 6,000 word articles on Burnley to understand that sliding in and booting somebody is not the thing to do. But
Talk me through what happened.
I mean,
there.
it's all right. It's fine. It's. I think
Offside.
there may have been a handball. I think it was a handball.
Imagine we got invited to an NBA Legends game and there was some rule in basketball that I don't know that you're not meant to bounce a ball through someone's legs. I don't know. But in football,
that
there's a
doesn't
world
hurt
he doesn't.
someone. That doesn't
No,
hurt
no,
someone.
I don't. Okay, shoulder barging someone in basketball. I don't know what the rules are in basketball. But
I think if you're playing a
impression
charity
was
match,
he was
hurting
just-
somebody's bad news.
my impression was it was just a really rubbish tackle.
Nah, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I'm not
think?
sure I agree.
He knew
with
what he
you.
was doing. He's
I
gone
just
from
don't-
behind, blindside on Kaka.
If it was on me, I'd
If
be
it's-
livid.
Yeah, no. I feel like you do that to another YouTuber.
Yeah.
If you want, in the spirit of YouTube and let's just make funny content
Against a
and
great.
viral clips, all
Yeah,
that. But doing it on Kaka, I don't know, man. And I reckon Kaka probably would have said after. Speed's big, yeah. Speed probably get away with it. But, you know, if there was a next game, Kaka would be like, I don't want to play against
Yeah.
him. You know what I mean? It's
But I think the organisers would rather have Speed than Kaka in the game. That's how big he is.
Yeah.
It's just crazy for me to say that.
Crazy.
It shouldn't be that way,
That's
bro.
the stupidest thing you've ever said on this.
No, it shouldn't be that
in
way.
The entire history
But Adam agrees with me.
of the Buvey back catalogue and the Adam McKola back catalogue, then. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's not. You're telling me a charity football organiser would rather have Kaka over Speed for numbers?
Of course!
Their views would be impacted more by Speed not turning up.
You'd rather have Kaka because you're a football fan. The organisers would rather have Speed over
90% of the people... 100% of the people watching that game know who Kaka is. 90% of the people watching that game don't know who Speed
That's
is.
not true. I don't think that's true.
90% don't know who Speed is. I don't know who Speed is, really.
Less people watching
Most people watching
stream
that game know who Speed is compared to Kaka.
Are you two...
Yeah, for real.
Bro,
Speed's on a different planet, man.
It shouldn't be that way. Life shouldn't be this way.
What are you talking about?
Life shouldn't be that way.
It's going... Like,
It shouldn't be that
No,
way.
it shouldn't be that way. Like, what I'm saying isn't how I feel.
You're saying it isn't that way
I would watch
when
for
it
Kaka
isn't
more than
actually
Speed.
that way.
It is that way,
But
bro.
the kids these days, this TikTok generation, all that, they don't know who Kaka is, bro.
If Kaka flew to New York and said, I'm meeting in Times Square at 10 p.m. or whatever, they'd get thousands of people, okay? Speed would get tens of thousands of people.
Trust me.
They'd shut the city down. Speed would shut the city down.
Is he right?
Mate,
is he right?
100%. 100%.
Unfortunately, we are right.
Are you?
There's a rapper from his generation called Lil Uzi Vert, right? He did the same thing in Chicago. The whole city shut down. The whole city. The police had to come out.
There's people that are famous that come out these days, and I go, who's that, bro?
And they're like...
And they've been famous for years.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Really?
But people don't, like, Kaka's...
Speed was like number one on Twitch for like 3
Kaka
years
won
in
a
a row.
Ballon d'Or, and we're saying that.
It shouldn't be that way, Ross.
So if an organizer, you truly believe that the organizer would prioritise Speed over Kaka,
And a B-list footballer instead to compensate. I'd rather have, Makelele as a holding midfielder versus Kaka.
That's amazing.
Kaki. I'd rather have a B-list, whoever that B-list is, with all due respect.
Do you know it's conversations like this where I just think I'm not really part of the world anymore. No, honestly, when I just kind of go, okay, I'm not the world. Today, when I was at Wembley earlier, have you heard somebody comes over to me within our thing and started talking about somebody called Angry Ginger. Angry Ginger.
Yeah, good lad.
And I went, do you know him?
Well, I know of him.
Thought you
I don't know.
both
I don't know him. I've never met him, but
so I went to them. Oh, right, who are we talking about? They said, I was like, I don't really know who that. Like, not in a disrespectful. I just don't know who this person is.
Yeah.
They couldn't believe it.
You being in this industry, you should know who he is, though.
I think you would have seen him on clips.
You've definitely seen him.
Right.
The Man United fan. I think he's mainly FIFA videos. Am I wrong? In that?
Oh, I'd never know that. See, I'd
But he's doing a lot more
He's
now.
number one
Played
on
in that
Twitch in the
charity
UK.
game as well.
On Twitch.
In the UK.
Well done to
course,
everyone that was involved in that, by the way.
He has 10,000
Smashed
live.
it. Raised a lot of money for charity and all that.
Yeah, 7 million quid.
It's things like that where I
Amazing.
just think, okay, I'm not really part of the modern world.
But you shouldn't. I don't
Kaka
think you have to be.
No, but
No,
me
but I
and-
know that's the
me
world
and
that it is.
Buvey,
I know. I agree that you're correct. I have no choice but to agree.
Me and
that you're
Buvey
correct.
would go to see Kaka first.
Mm.
But with the kids, I feel like Uncle Junior. Kids these
There's a
days.
streamer just below Speed, Aiden Ross, right? He gave Playboy Carti, a massive rapper, he gave £2.5 million to sit on the stream for a minute and he left.
No, he didn't give him to sit on it for a minute. He sat on it for a minute.
Yeah.
And who's the person? Who's the
Guy
Playboy?
called Aiden Ross. Just
No, but who's the
Playboy Carti
Playboy?
is a huge rapper.
Right.
Yeah, if you're ever out and about and you see Aiden Ross, be in his video.
Is he YouTube?
Yeah, be in his video. No, it's Twitch. Be in it.
I'm a YouTuber.
No, bro. Just be in it.
I'm a loyal YouTuber.
be in it.
No, I'm not in it.
Is that on your
Be in it.
LinkedIn? Are you a YouTuber? Is that how I define you?
Buvey, I am a proud YouTuber. Do you know? Genuinely, there was a time when I used to find it a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Now I am so YouTube has been so good to me that I now am. It's what I lead with. You know, someone goes, "What do you do for a living?" Like even when I'm like doing things that are like quite grown up, like going to my kids' parent. You know, when we go and meet the teachers and that. They go, what do you do? Parenting. Yeah. Like the teacher goes to me, what do you do? And I go, I'm a YouTuber. The teacher's looking at me like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's genuinely the truth.
I find it awkward. Do you know what I mean? I find it awkward at parties.
Yeah.
I had to
Really
do that
weird.
at a school, like talking to
Really, yeah.
kids about YouTube and that.
God.
Oh!
Oh!
Super Chat, got to read it out. Currently doing my master's in film on Ingmar Bergman. Seeing Buvey bringing him up is sending me.
Have you seen The Seventh Seal, either of you?
No.
Black and white film, famous. He shows death having a chess match with a knight. It's a very famous
Is
shot in cinema.
Ingmar Bergman any relation of Ingrid Bergman?
I don't think so, no.
We got another.
Seventh Seal's amazing.
Bjork is from Iceland.
Oh no! So you lost that game.
Did you say Bjork?
Yeah, you heard it. You
I
were
thought
in
you
the
said
room.
Beyond Bjork.
No, I said
Great tackle.
Bjork. She's obviously from Iceland.
It's not obvious.
Yeah, she's from Reykjavik, I think.
And she married a Bristolian called Tricky.
The DJ.
Yeah.
Is that a YouTuber?
No, Tricky used to be a massive star. Liverpool.
Chicky.
Here's a hot take for you, Raw. You love hot takes, especially on Haaland.
I don't love hot takes.
Hot take: Haaland won't finish as top 20 all time. I don't think that's a hot take, though, man.
Top 20 strikers.
I'm assuming you mean world football all time. That's not.
What, striker? He won't be.
Yeah,
he's not good enough footballer to be that. His goal record might get him in it.
Yeah.
But he.
What, top 20 strikers in European football history ever? Liverpool. How did he get in there?
How did he miss?
Yeah, he should be going far post.
Fantastic save.
Good save. He's a bit like that, isn't he, Diaz? He hasn't always got the best finish.
If you did a combined 11
put Ronnie
of
Foster's
these teams,
super chat on us.
Don't put it on if it's going to upset me. What is it?
Don't put it.
You know,
this is Thai.
You know, if you.
Oh, God's sake, man. I'm trying to have a football discussion over here. Adam,
Adam, I'm trying to have a football discussion over here. For God's sake. If you were to do, look how poor this is from Chelsea. Look out from the back. Axel Disasi slips. He just slips.
Bambi on ice. Look at that. It's shocking.
Oh, thank God. It's a good save.
I think the defending there actually, the defender blocks him off. It was good defending, actually.
Very well.
It was good recovery.
If you did a combined 11 of Chelsea-Liverpool, how many Chelsea players do you think get in? I think Petrovic is a better keeper than Kelleher, isn't he?
Caicedo or someone does.
Kelleher?
I think
you don't think. Hang on,
Kelleher's played a bit more.
Bold though.
But he's played a bit. I think he's played a few more.
But you can't
FA Cup
think
games.
It's mental.
Are you basing it on the teams today?
Say you look at these combined 11s, yeah. Surely Chelsea's first choice keeper is better than Liverpool's second choice keeper.
But he wasn't before, was he?
Oh, Sterling was in then.
Sanchez was, right?
Yeah, but our first choice keeper now has to be Petrovic. Like even when Sanchez is back.
It's obviously close. You know what I mean?
I think the keeper is. I think
just Kelleher has played more at the highest level. I know he's a second choice, but he's played more, hasn't he? Been around that winning side lots.
Okay.
I think Gusto over Bradley.
One for you, Buvey. Super chat. Got it really. The club versus the kickoff in a scrap. Who wins?
We've got to stop talking about fighting on a stream. We're professional. We're watching a cup final.
What the geezer's name is?
Yeah.
Theo's only hair. No, we got to stop talking about fighting, Adam. Okay. You're the one who brings.
You keep fucking bringing it up every stream.
You know what?
Who are you fighting?
When you fight,
why don't you bring some interesting chat to the fucking channel, man?
I'm gonna have
bring some interesting chat. Why don't we talk about your 0.25% owner of Man United being the biggest charlatan I've ever seen in my life?
We already spoke about that.
Yeah, he's a charlatan.
You spoke about that.
Yeah, I did, and I said he's a charlatan.
By the way, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, come do an interview with Stretford Paddock, man.
Would you want him on the channel?
Yeah.
He's a con man.
I'm getting him on LinkedIn. I'm gonna try to find him.
What's your LinkedIn? Are you a presenter?
I don't have one, no.
So but what do you say at parties? Presenter? YouTuber?
At parties? What do you say?
You don't do parties anymore?
What do you say at parties? Wait, no, but I mean, it's very specific. Mate, look how defensive you got, because you know that sounds weird. What do you say at parties? Yeah, but what?
When do you meet new people? In parties and stuff. That's how I meet new people.
Parties, I say.
Parties. You go, oh, hey, mate.
At parties, I go, leave me alone, I'm going home. At parties,
that's what I was like in Paris.
Another free kick for Liverpool, by the way. Putting the pressure on. Putting the pressure.
They should have scored that, really. They might rue that chance.
They might rue the day.
Yeah.
We got one from Regrettable Spurs fan.
Are they paying for these? Yeah. You're just reading free ones out?
Super chat, got to read it. Is Buvey annoyed at Rory's latest collab? What was his latest collab?
I imagine the reference is Lawrence McKenna.
Okay,
I can't be annoyed at anything Rory does. Why would I be? There's not a single YouTuber any of you two could work with that would annoy me.
I thought it was.
What about if I worked with Steve McInerney? The biggest Man City fan on the internet.
He's the biggest Man City fan going. He is. I'm the biggest Buvey fan, and he's the biggest Man City fan. All right.
I think I'm the biggest Buvey fan, but he's the biggest Man City fan.
Yeah. No, he's a huge City fan. He really is.
And yeah, okay.
Well, did you happy?
What?
You happy?
With what? I don't check in with Rory's channel every day.
Well, you should. You was meant to support me. I said I'm your biggest fan.
So I wake up with a coffee, yeah? I wake up at 7 a.m. I check what Rory Jennings is doing.
You don't wake up at 7 a.m.
When do you get? You don't wake up at 7 a.m. You're just getting in at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
No, I don't even drink anymore, lads, so I don't know what you're on about.
That's not... Yeah,
I don't drink.
That's actually true.
I left the Paris party early. I left the Paris party before you.
That's pathetic, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always the last man standing. Sopranos or The Wire, says Dave. I'm going Sopranos.
Please don't say anything about The Wire, please.
No.
Please. I'm so close to the end.
No,
I can confidently say Sopranos is better.
Yeah. The Sopranos is better, but
because
the Wire can easily
season 2. Wire season 2 was a waste.
I'm watching an incredible show at the moment. It's called The Offer. It's about the building and the eventual film, The Godfather. It's about how it came around.
Wow, yeah, that's cool.
And it's all set in Paramount Studios. Back when the Polo Lounge was the place for all of the when it was like Robert Redford shooting Butch Cassidy and all that. Mate, and it's like, the execs driving those mad cars, having all the power, and it's just an amazing show. You really enjoy it.
The Offer.
Have you watched Nil by Mouth yet?
No, come on, son. It's on my list.
David Joseph says, do you think Graham Potter would be a good fit for Liverpool? No.
I don't. Do you know what's very difficult? Just to explore this before we dismiss it. I am ultimately going to dismiss it, but the reason why I think it's important to give it a little bit more oxygen than perhaps you naturally would at is because when you think about how Chelsea operate, when you think about how Chelsea have been run, if you rated Potter when he was at Brighton, which not everybody did. There was a time when he was doing some good, impressive things at Brighton, but they had their problems. They had their XG issues. They couldn't score goals. They really did struggle. He leaves, De Zerbi comes in, they score 1 billion goals. So there were issues at Brighton. But what I would suggest that people do, you dickhead, what I would suggest that people do...
about Gusto.
What I would suggest people do is, when they try and analyse how they feel about Potter, try and remember how you felt about him before the Chelsea job. And that's how you should feel about him now. Kind of forget that the Chelsea job happened, or maybe let it cloud your judgment by 5%. But simply failing at Chelsea doesn't necessarily make him a bad manager.
He'll go back down to where he is. He's a West Ham manager. Like
I just don't think Liverpool will appoint him. I just don't think he fits in with...
Yeah, Liverpool's a big job.
There's one I got to read out here from Ronnie Foster. He says, True Geordie would rattle Buvey's thick Lego head.
Why do you keep reading the fighting things out?
Soup chat.
Have you got nothing else to say?
I'm going to change. I know those are more...
You got nothing else to say.
Go on, son! Go on, son! Go on! Come on!
Kelleher.
Oh my God, who was that? The second one? Sterling, Palmer? Was that Palmer?
That Palmer missed it, but it was a save as well. It was a great save.
Great save.
Kelleher, man.
Kelleher's got a touch of Klopp's son about him with a beard, isn't it?
What a lovely move. Oh, what a shame.
That's a shame, yeah.
God, what a shame.
You can get this Liverpool side, no question.
Oh, it couldn't have asked for more, Palmer.
Just scored that on his left foot as well.
He couldn't have asked for more.
Let's have a look.
Oh, it couldn't have bounced better for him. Look, his blind side as well.
Oh, it's a save.
It's a great save.
It's hit his shoulder, but he's
should he raise it? Should he raise it into the roof?
Who's the tackle? Endo.
It's a brilliant
Who's in there?
Save.
Yeah,
Endo.
You can get these.
Huge block.
You can get
Endo. He's actually blocked that,
Yeah,
it's a brilliant block.
That's huge.
It's like last ditch, necks on the line defending, isn't it? Best chance for Chelsea, though. We take it. Come on.
Kieran with the super chat, thoughts on Arsenal versus Newcastle. We'll talk about that in the podcast. I think that one.
We were just talking about something. What were we just chatting about? Oh yeah, do you know the old thing about you've got to read it out?
Yeah,
I think we need to. There are immortal words that should be.
Why don't you just say something interesting for once, Adam, instead of reading other people's comments down?
I think we have to not read it
because
people know that you have a love. And an appreciation of those. Sometimes things are set in stone. It's like the American Constitution. It was written then, and sometimes it could do with amending, but because it was written then, it doesn't get changed. Those immortal words, you've got to read it out. It may have been true then, but it isn't true now. And people know that you are sticking to those words.
So you're saying we should rip up the Constitution? That's what you're saying?
Yeah,
fine.
He's fine.
You've got to be... He's an anarchist, yeah.
Absolutely. Just, what is wrong with you?
I think you can't set the precedent that you're going to read everything out.
Okay, I've got War and Peace over here. got Moby Dick from Mel over here. Look at this, 1,000 pages down there. I can't read that out.
Buvey and Adam, did you see expressions rattling Rory over their top 5 African legends debate?
No. I did get really...
But I do enjoy you and expressions together.
I love him. I think he's brilliant.
Would he come on the channel?
Although it makes me a bit jealous.
We should certainly invite him
down.
Yeah.
Well, he's invited.
He's invited. We also need Liverpool fans. So any Liverpool fans, let us know who you like on the channel. We need some big Liverpool fans.
He knows the guy.
Yeah. Well, we all know big Liverpool fans. Would they be right? Let us know in the comments down below. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, for God's sake.
I knew that was coming.
But we need some Liverpool fans. Come on.
Who do you go to for your Liverpool? Like, you know, when I need Man City content, I just go straight for Steve McKola.
Yeah, I've told me that.
Like, who do you go to for your Liverpool
I go to
content?
Big Steve personally.
No, for your Liverpool,
for your
Liverpool content.
My Liverpool stuff. I don't know actually. I've not had a Liverpool fan on for ages.
Who's your go-to?
I was thinking
Liverpool
of filming
fan?
one outside the toilet in my office, but I didn't get around to it.
Gravenberch has gone down there. He seemed to take a whack to his ankle, which is quite interesting. He stayed down as well. It didn't seem like much of a bad challenge.
I imagine that it's...
Look.
Oh!
He's just stepped on him, innit?
Yeah, but it's turned.
It's really bad what's happened, but it didn't look like a tackle. It looked like
nasty.
Accidental clash.
Caicedo's really putting it about today.
Do you think that's a
good
red?
tackle?
I don't think that's a red, personally.
That's a good tackle as well. Look at this.
But Fernandez one?
I do think it's a sore one. I don't think it's a red. Because I think like he's just gone to step and his ankle.
What's the red? Which one? That one.
The one we just watched and Gravenberch is still feeling.
No, that's not a red. No. It's a yellow.
Is it not reckless?
That's not a red. Football's a fast-paced game.
Yeah.
He's not trying to hurt the guy.
Agree. So far, agree.
When you deliberate and you go high on someone or you elbow someone, that's different. But this, come on, it's clumsy. He's been decent, Caicedo, last few weeks.
There's VAR in it, so they could take a look. I think
they'd love to use VAR and just get us.
I don't think it's a foul.
Ruin the final. They'd love to ruin the final, wouldn't they? They'd love it. Sat in their box somewhere, outside Slough, wherever they are.
Uxbridge,
sat outside.
But you have to
the
talk
Slough
about
services, having a Mackies and ruining football for the rest of us. Beautiful stuff. What's that? Can Salah play in this game?
He's not on the bench.
He's not on the bench at all.
No, we did read the bench out at the start, and we commented about how young it was looking.
Yeah, I don't know if Salah was in there.
Remember that, Booth?
Yeah, just zoned out when you were talking for a bit. That's all. Sorry, mate.
That's why you never hear the gems I'm dropping. Klopp seems very irate. Big Dog's favourite mob movie?
Mob movie? Possibly Casino.
Casino's definitely up there.
Casino's so long.
Casino's better than Goodfellas for me.
Really?
Yeah, I tend to go to Casino.
Casino's the same as Goodfellas.
My favourite is Godfather and always will be.
It's just the same movie over and over again.
What?
Scorsese does the same movie over and over again. It's the rise in this industry, whatever it is, crime or gambling in Las Vegas, all the way to the top, and then he peaks out and then he bottoms out at the end of the movie. He loses
that's
everything.
usually the way things go in most
But
bad guys movies.
his narrative is, I don't know.
That's how it goes in Scarface.
What are you not?
Killers of the Flower Moon, very similar.
What, are you less of a Scorsese fan?
As I get older, yeah.
Yeah, I disagree. I think
Goodfellas was like
I think that's
more important.
That's
it was
just the way
earlier.
most stories go, isn't it? You have your arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But I think Scorsese, like even Wolf of Wall Street, is exactly the same. Exactly the same. Do you know what I mean? He builds up, he gets everything.
Weird. I know they're not
Margot Robbie, and then bang, you lose
they're
all
not
of
perfect in terms of the way they're told, but a lot of these things you're talking about are based on true stories.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
So it's just the way
Scorsese
life
has
is,
a
right?
style though, but
especially for
Killers of the Flower Moon,
criminals.
Yeah, but Killers of the Flower Moon is like you made it about Indians and cowboys and stuff, but it was really just Goodfellas. You know what I mean? It's the same story again. Same story again, and it's 4 hours long. No, I love the guy, but what can I say? Underrated take.
Goodfellas the other day. It's got one of the best soundtracks to a movie ever, I think.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah,
exceptional stuff.
Underrated take. Rory in Doctor Who was a dub.
Dub is good.
Dub is a win.
Dub is good. Oh, Gravenberch.
Sure.
Gravenberch going off.
Thank you. That's very kind of you, by the way, Kiz. Thank you very much. I did love doing that, Doctor Who. It was a good thing to do. It was very, very enjoyable.
Where is it filmed? In London?
Cardiff.
Yeah.
I
know that.
What was your first ever thing where like I remember doing an advert for a soft drink, right? And the people would
Sunkissed.
Yeah, Sunkissed.
Was it?
No, that Coca-Cola. But anyway, I remember being there and being like, wow, this is like a movie set.
Yeah.
Like you because you were a young kid acting, right?
Yes.
So your first ever thing where you're on set, and it must have been quite mind-blowing.
Mate, first ever thing I did was with Robert De Niro. Like, that was, kind of peaked early. Yeah.
Wait, what? No, wait, what?
That was my first ever experience of being on a film set. It was in a film with Robert De Niro.
You're in the same shot as Robert De Niro.
No, but I was on set with Robert De Niro.
Amazing.
So Robert De Niro did Frankenstein. He played the Frankenstein. Robert De Niro played Frankenstein's monster. Like he's brilliant in it. It was Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Helena Bonham Carter, Kenneth Branagh directed. Kenneth Branagh was the Doctor of Frankenstein. Robert De Niro was the monster. I was in that as a kid.
Wow.
And yeah, so that was
even Kenneth Branagh, like people.
Kenneth
like that.
Branagh, yeah.
That's unreal, you know.
Crazy, man.
Why have you never told me this before? Why don't you talk about
There's
this
lots
shit,
to tell.
And I love it.
He's saving up for an autobiography.
He should, no, mate. He's got
Nobody would read that.
Mate, you'd sell a lot of autobiographies.
Maybe even a movie.
Plus, you got your own distribution. You got your own channel, social channels.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to go on Loose Women at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, would you? Like some of these idiots, man. Some of the people I used to work with in mainstream media.
Go on, Chelsea. Go on, get that white to Sterling. What are you doing?
What a bad ball that is. You play that one, don't you?
What are you doing? Trying to be clever, man.
You play that one in,
Absolute clown, bro.
I actually wouldn't want to play with him. I wouldn't want to play with him.
You know when you know your limitations? Look, there's such an easy pass there.
Oh my
Although,
God,
hang on.
man.
In fairness, Nicholas Jackson wasn't reading it. Nicholas Jackson should be going 100 miles an hour there to gamble that the ball comes through.
Yeah, but still, oh, mate.
Do you know my... Hang on a sec. We're playing so well here. Come on.
Chelsea, the first 15 minutes, Liverpool got a lot of set pieces and were kind of camped in and around your box. But I don't know whether a few knocks have taken its toll. Gravenberch's just gone off. Chelsea's starting to get a bit more possession.
This should be ours now, shouldn't it? Oh, sorry.
It looked like it was ours.
Yeah.
Is it?
You're not
is that Club
side.
Wembley where people are still drinking, or is there a lot of seats empty at Wembley today?
There's no empty seats. Tickets were going for thousands. There's definitely no empty seats. Somebody offered me a fortune for my seat. Fortune today.
Wow.
You know, I've chosen to be here, lads. You know, I had a lovely seat at Wembley waiting for me.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah.
But yeah, being with you obviously means more. But yeah, I think that we should be winning this now. You know, although it's Klopp's Liverpool, this team is very under strength, isn't it? From their first, from the team that they would ideally put out. When you look at the team that's on at the moment, come on.
Jose says, get one of the lads from Redmen TV on. I was actually thinking about that today, yeah. But most of the time when there's a Liverpool game on, those lads are busy.
I was meant to text them
either
back.
at the game or filming Redmen or whatever, but we'd love to get them on. Couldn't even get one of them on a debate that we have seen.
Yeah, I love Paul or any of the
Paul,
lads.
Chris, they're all good lads.
But Chris was slagging off City fans the other week, so he'd have to.
I love Chris. Get Chris on. Get Chris on.
You know, he was quoting
Chris
City's tickets being available for game. It was like box tickets still being available and stuff like that. I was like,
that's good shit.
Oh, what box tickets? Yeah, you get that.
He quoted the wrong part of the site, and it was like, mate,
come on, Gusto, you got to do better there. Well done.
Oh, mate, that's beautiful from Chelsea.
Move Cole Palmer. Give him an option. Yeah, that was Palmer's fault. That wasn't Gallagher's fault at all.
Yeah.
30 minutes gone. You feeling more confident, Raw?
Yeah, I'm feeling really confident now, which is generally what happens before we concede. Lovely, Connor, son. I love Conor Gallagher so
Come
much.
on, Chelsea.
That's crap,
so
isn't it? Oh, God, I thought that could have caught the keeper.
Yeah.
No, we're playing very well. Really,
Chelsea
really
got a good
impressive.
record against the top 6 this season.
We seem to elevate our performances, certainly, which makes the defeats at home to Brentford all the more frustrating.
Yeah, and Forest and all that.
Yeah.
We'll go through a few of your super chats at half time, so don't worry about those. Remember, we've got a podcast coming out on Monday as well, where we'll be speaking about Arsenal, Manchester United, Ten Hag, all those different things as well. So make sure you're checking out our podcasts, which are out every single Monday. Loving doing them with the lads as well. Yeah, man. And our videos recently, we've been banging off 100k every video. So thank you to everyone that's been tuning in. Really appreciate your support on the channel. We're going into our second year now. So, keep it locked, man.
Come on.
Keep subscribing. Here we go. Nicholas Jackson's in.
He's in. He's actually in.
Konate is trying to chase him.
Chelsea
He's going to the back post. 1-0 Chelsea.
Is he onside?
Has a flag gone up for Nico Jackson here?
What happened?
It's going to go to VAR.
It's not. I think
It should. What?
it's just rolled out, isn't it?
We feel that offside could be for Nico Jackson here, but it was marginal if it is offside. It's also annoying if he is offside because
He
you can
doesn't
see
need
across
to be
the
at all.
line.
He really doesn't need to be.
Oh,
Hang on a minute.
He's onside.
He's onside. Konate looks like he's playing him on.
Mate, he's on.
Konate, he's beyond Van Dijk.
Hang on. Is this?
That's square.
That's a goal.
He's beyond Van Dijk, so you can see why
That's a goal.
the linesman's giving
Mate,
it.
this happened when Lukaku scored. Do you remember a couple of years ago?
That's a goal.
This happened when Lukaku scored.
That's a goal.
That's a goal. Why didn't they celebrate more?
Matt Campbell says that's a goal.
I swear they should have celebrated more to put the pressure on a bit. Like it's
just
almost
with
as if they
offside, it's just
acknowledged that they
facts,
were.
It don't matter.
It's almost as if they acknowledged that it was off.
No.
I don't think Nico Jackson knew as well that he
didn't know he was on.
because he can't see Konate. That's onside.
Well, if he...
So bad.
It's a big moment in the final here. 33 minutes gone. Huge setback for Liverpool with an injured player in Gravenberch going off. Chelsea start to get a bit more of the foothold of the game. Now, a marginal offside decision. Nico Jackson, Konate, seemingly level to me. Buvey, onside, offside?
It should be onside.
Just your gut instinct, forget your feelings about VAR right now.
No,
onside, offside?
Buvey just said to me his right foot. If you look at his right knee, is that on or off?
This way.
I think that's on. Because Konate is leaning forward as well.
Grim.
And it will be up to the T-shirt
Look at the knee.
I think that's onside.
Where's the lines? Oh, here we go.
It's being given us off. Wow.
So bad.
That's onside.
So bad.
That's bad. That.
Mate, it's Lukaku all over again.
That's bad. That.
Yeah, you should have won that game.
That's
so bad. Man. And it's so long as well. So long.
That's 0-0, right?
Far too long, isn't it?
That's bad. That.
The whole of the stadium had no idea what was going on.
Can we get a Liverpool from you?
I don't. It's just the refs. It's just the refs. It really is. It's no one's fault except the refs. It always is. Always has been.
Can we get one?
No, I can't. I'm not doing that yet. Not until the City Liverpool game when we do that one. But that's poor.
But I would like one.
Bad. It's a final.
Just say Liverpool.
I can't do it, mate. I can't do it.
Sorry, gang. I tried. I tried. Rory, feelings?
It's a real shame, isn't it? It's a real shame because I feel like it could invigorate Liverpool a little bit. But I am so impressed. The fact that we're even talking about this, when you think about what Liverpool did to us at Anfield fairly recently, like they could have beaten us 10-0 that day.
Go on.
So the fact that we're the ones asking the questions, I know they're depleted, but it is huge news. I can't believe how just how threadbare they are. Like they really are.
They're still getting through it, aren't they? Conor Bradley steps up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what it can be with that, though? One big setback, and then it's like, oh, you realise where you are again.
Yeah.
At the moment, I think they're just riding on the wave of that.
Oh, damn.
Who came on for him? Sorry, Gravenberch. I missed who came on for him. Was it McKola?
Sorry, I missed that as well. I will check for you now. It was Gomez.
Joe Gomez.
He's such a good player.
Look at Harvey Elliott.
It's only a kid as well.
He's been fantastic recent weeks.
Here we go. Liverpool attacking, edge of the box.
They scored now.
To Endo. Endo beats Gallagher.
Lukaku's offside was in the first half as well, wasn't it? Early in the game, I feel.
Oh, man, Mason Mount's miss. Like Mason.
Oh, he's nodded down. Oh, he's unlucky there. Is that Conor Bradley on the back post?
Mason Mount's first miss was first half, I think. Like that was, the open goal basically. I think Havertz missed a sitter, and so did Pulisic. Like we battered him, man.
Yeah.
Pulisic, Havertz, Mount twice.
Oh, that's a ball by Cole Palmer.
What a ball!
Chilwell.
Come on!
Heavy,
kept
man.
Kept it in. Heavy touch, wasn't it? Yeah.
Done himself a mischief now as well.
Yeah.
You know what I think with VAR though as well, especially for the offsides. Like, how come they can't get a camera that's just like darting?
They haven't got that
down
tech.
The line.
What? So the camera runs the line
exactly down the line.
I don't think a camera can keep up with a footballer, man. They're footballers.
But you could have a number of cameras then. You could have cameras because they're always from an angle at top, side on, from the back a little bit. It's never exactly.
Do you want that? Do you want effectively a camera down the entire length?
You could have a few. Look how many cameras are there now. For offsides, this is.
You're right.
It's not for anything else. But
the principle that you're saying is, should a ref try and get it right? Yeah, the ref should be trying to get it right.
Spot on.
You are right.
The UEFA one, for example, as well, I think works really well.
You're assuming the refs care.
Yeah,
they don't. They never have. You're in this game. There's no question about it.
No, we most certainly are. We're most certainly in the game, but I just think I just slightly worry. When you don't take your chances or you don't make it count when you're on top.
Wakes them up a bit.
Yeah.
Second half, they nick a goal. It's over.
Yeah, because they're going to have their moments, Liverpool, obviously.
Yeah.
We're in behind it.
Here we go.
Ball for Chelsea.
What a tackle by Robertson there, because that was pulled back into the 6-yard box. You had Palmer lining up.
I think Palmer needs
someone
to be
else
breaking
is in
his
the
neck
box
to get on that, man.
Great tackle by Robertson.
When you have the opportunity to score at Wembley against Liverpool, you've got to do everything to get in front of him there. If that's Diego Costa, he's in front of him. Like a lot of them. You know what I mean? You fly in with Robertson.
Has he even seen Robertson coming? That's the problem. The fact he's not even seen him coming.
Yeah.
Is that L Loof? Cheers from Australia, boys.
You're all right, mate.
What are y'all?
You're all right, mate.
Favourite Australian ballers to play in the Prem?
Ballers.
There weren't any.
Mark Viduka,
been any.
Harry Kewell.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Viduka bagged
Viduka's
4 against Liverpool.
Viduka was a good player. Harry Kewell was a good player. Tim Cahill weren't bad.
Yeah, I'd go Viduka just for that game against Liverpool. Although it was for Leeds.
Harry Kewell was probably the most technical, wasn't he? Harry Kewell was probably the best. Do you remember that goal he scored at Highbury for Leeds?
Was he man of the match in the Champions League final?
Leeds stopped Arsenal winning the league that year. I think Harry Kewell finished 3-2 Leeds. Kewell scored an unbelievable goal.
Yeah, great player.
Ended up with old Sherry Murphy.
Oh, yeah, from Emmerdale.
Yeah. She's one of your favourites.
Are they still together?
Sherry
Loose women.
They're still together.
I don't know.
You should know. It's your world.
You know who Sherry Murphy is in the first place, so you should know if she's married or not.
Know that. You read OK magazine.
She was married.
Who is she in Emmerdale?
She was in Emmerdale.
You just said she was who in Emmerdale?
I don't know her. No, mate. Okay, she played Dawn O'Brien in Emmerdale. Does that now open it up for you?
I know a few characters in Emmerdale. Kane Dingle.
Well, do you know Sherry
Greengrass.
Murphy?
She was Greengrass.
No, I've never heard of it. Greengrass?
Yeah.
That's not a character.
That was a
From
character.
Heartbeat, isn't it?
Oh, it's Heartbeat. Yeah.
That was a. You knew it was Sunday night. You know
Heartbeat. That music.
Antiques
Yeah.
Roadshow.
Just before you bath.
Going to school after that.
Heartbeat. But do you miss when my baby kisses me?
Top Gear as well.
Sheree
Top
Murphy's also in Only Fools and Horses.
As what?
Dawn.
Do you know old Top
Not
Gear?
just be a one-off.
Who's the guy from Top Gear? That's not the
her name in
James.
Her name in.
What's the name from Top Gear? James something. James thingy. What's his name?
May.
I've never really watched.
James May.
Yeah.
How old was he when Top Gear started? And he was on it. Guess.
What was he on?
Top Gear. When he started Top Gear,
40.
he was 27 when he started Top Gear.
Jesus.
Isn't that
I
mad?
don't know if that's the story you think it is. What am I meant to get from this?
That some of these people doing like big TV shows were like young when they started. I know it sounds ridiculous.
Oh, mate.
Don't you think James May was like,
I'll never forget where I was when I heard the news, mate. Yeah.
You know, Wayne Rooney was 16 when he scored against Arsenal.
Nah, it's different.
Anyway,
Anyway, TV's
her
different.
name on Emmerdale is Trisha Dingle.
Trisha?
Yeah, Trisha.
Wait,
Dingle.
Harry Kills with Trisha?
Yeah.
What, she owns the pub in Emmerdale?
Oh, the post!
Liverpool hit the post.
Was that Hackpo?
Yes.
Hackpo with the header.
Gakpo with the header. Hackpo with a header.
Yeah, can we stop the Hackpo stuff? It's Gakpo, clearly.
You like to say what you want.
I've not heard a single commentator say Hackpo.
No, only Adam. He's running on his own. With it.
So I speak.
Adam went
I
to
speak
Amsterdam
fluent
once.
Dutch.
And he thinks he's a hard nut. He thinks he's a hard nut from Amsterdam.
All right, Louis Van. Louis Van.
Hackpo.
Yeah.
Louis Van Hackpo.
Louis Van.
Great header, man.
But he should be scoring it, shouldn't he? If you're being critical of a Liverpool
that's-
forward in the box with a free header, should be scoring
I
that.
think he did everything right, didn't he? Found the far post, beat the keeper.
Maybe a bit unlucky.
Slightly, the angles.
Game's getting opening up now.
Yeah, I think Chelsea get ripped.
Chelsea
now.
don't want it to be opening up.
No.
Go on, give
Oh, great tackle.
that ball quicker.
Well
Go on,
done,
great
lovely.
turn, Enzo.
No, nothing
You're losing,
clever.
huh?
Hey.
Ooh.
Go on,
Love
Nico.
it, Nico.
Go on, Nico Jackson.
He's beaten
Go on,
Kanate.
son.
He's beaten Kanate. Oh, Kanate's fantastic.
Kanate's been so good.
What
this
a
season.
player
By the
Kanate
way,
is.
I think he's Liverpool's best defender this season.
Of course, yeah.
Van Dijk's getting a lot of credit because he's back and he's playing well. Kanate's been better.
I agree. 1,000,000%. Yeah. Great ball in. Look at, he should score this.
A great, but you know what? He's going away from the goal, which
Yeah,
makes
I
me
think
think
it's- I
it's a
think
bit
it's a good
harsh
header.
to say he should score.
I think it's a really good header, actually.
because the
But
ball's
totally
behind
takes
him.
the keeper out of the game. Look,
Yeah.
keeper hasn't even done the thing where you
It's the
dive.
highest standards. The cup final for Liverpool.
Maybe,
It doesn't change
Maybe
how
I'm being
difficult
harsh.
the chances, though.
no, but it does.
Free header in the
What it
box.
does do is it does change how precious the chance is. You don't get. You can maybe miss chances like that when you're playing Fulham at home. You might not be able to miss chances like that
Yeah,
when you're
yeah.
playing Chelsea in a cup final.
It's a good final.
Don't
Really
talk
good
about
final.
Fulham at home. Difficult game.
Mate, you had Bassey looking like prime Beckenbauer out here, man. It's embarrassing. It was You know, it's so bad. It's embarrassing for Premier League football that Man United are so bad. It makes our
Find me
product
a
worse.
Chat to just put the shuttle ball Buvey up, please.
No, but it makes our product worse, Adam.
Has Buvey got letterbox?
No, I've been asked this a few times.
What does it mean?
It just says basically because I've got incredible film knowledge. People at home want me to share that with everyone, but I'm not going to share my film knowledge. It's like you list all the films you've ever watched and then rank them, and then you can share that with your mates.
Oh yeah, because what's your list going to be? National Lampoon's Vacation. What else on there?
I've never actually seen that, so
Well, you
but-
are not a film
No.
critic.
oh,
Oh yeah, if you've not seen that,
National Lampoons, yeah, I know of it, yeah.
mate. I
Yeah.
was flicking through the film channels yesterday. Film 4 had Home Alone on.
Home Alone, brilliant film.
By the way, yeah,
running
amazing
out-
film.
running out of
24th
budget.
of February.
Yeah, running out of budget.
Well, do you know Channel 4 is actually going all digital?
Yeah.
You know, they're selling Horse-Free Road, like the offices in Vauxhall, the Channel 4 offices that have been iconic. Like, they used to be on the front of Channel 4. You know when you'd watch a Channel 4 show? Big Four outside a building of Channel 4 on Horse-Free Road. Right by the Magic.
I once had a meeting.
It's in, it's the other, it's the north side of the river, it's Westminster. Victoria, round the back of Victoria.
Right.
And...
What was it, Liverpool Street?
No, it's Victoria. But they're selling it. And it's going all digital.
Right, everyone's working from home.
It's moving to Leeds. Like, not everyone's losing their jobs, Channel 4. It's really bad.
Hard. Broadcast TV is hard.
Mate, linear telly is over. Like, all my mates that worked in telly from my time, they're really struggling. Like, it's as an industry, I think it's really been affected. Like, we've got, like, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's all gone digital, and a lot of station. What now?
For all my Aussies, when Chelsea win the cup, Rory do a shoey.
Well, all right, mate.
Have you done a shoey?
I don't know what it means.
It's out of a cup, innit?
You pour a
I
pint in
have
a
a
shoe
boot.
and drink out your shoe.
That's such an Australian thing.
Yeah,
man.
drink
Proper
a pint out of a
Aussie. You
shoe.
need a mullet
Why?
to do that.
Why would you do that?
They think it's a laugh.
It's not.
So funny.
I love Australians, but it's like Stranger Things out there with the hairdos.
I hate.
meant to the
I mean, it's
wall.
happening here, though.
Just in general.
It's happening here.
It's mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Mullet galore.
So you wouldn't drink a pint out your shoe?
What are you talking about?
Well, he's just asked.
What do you
He's just
want?
asked.
Do
I've
you-
not asked.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't
Can I-
shoot
in a cup's a
shoot
big
message,
thing.
Can I
Joe.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
Have you ever met me before?
Yeah.
Have you ever spent any time in my company before?
Yeah.
So with all
He
of
does
that in
try and
mind,
get out of
it's
the
a
way
great
quick
privilege.
time, though.
with all that in mind,
Go on,
do you
Gustav.
think I am the type of man to embrace
So the answer
that
is
sort
no.
of jape?
I'll tell you what. I'll do a shoey next time United win the league.
Why does it not make your shoe wet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to walk around with.
But I think
with
you're so.
Liverpool
in the box.
Liverpool box in the
He
box.
has.
Get it
Conor
out,
Bradley blocked.
Oh, in Bradley again.
Lewis Colwill blocked in the 6-yard box.
Game has come alive. It's not really how we want
Got to
it.
shut up shop now, surely.
Oh, come
I don't know
on.
if you can.
Communication, that's a key
Yeah,
word,
I don't
surely.
know if you can.
Petrovic comes out for that, catches it easy.
Oh,
what was trying to flip-flaps on us, man.
Ronaldinho out here.
Trying old flip-flaps.
You know.
It's Finton's move. He scored against me doing that, and he got it wrong.
Oh, I remember that.
He got it wrong, and it scored, yeah.
Oh. That vlog's out, by the way, soon.
Is it?
Soon. It's
That
coming out
vlog's
soon.
by the way.
Soon. I should have put soon early in the sentence.
That
shouldn't I?
vlog's out soon, by the way.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
true.
by the way,
It
that
works.
vlog's
It
out
does
soon.
work, but not in.
No, you
yeah,
said
that
the right.
sense.
You said the right
The right
words. You just jumbled
string
them up.
of words, yeah.
Sometimes
But,
you should try that with sentences. Just like say them in any particular order and see if people can understand what you mean.
I've been doing that most of my career, and it's been working.
We're
all right.
talking
But,
about Yoda.
but yeah, that vlog will be amazing. Amazing.
I hope
Can't
so.
wait.
I like it when you talk about your own work.
Our work.
I tell you what,
Our
I
work.
am amazing in this particular work.
No, the video's amazing because of our incredible camera crew.
We do have
You
an
guys
incredible-
obviously hitting your lines perfect.
We do have an
Fantastic.
incredible camera crew.
Some
Yeah.
great acting in it as well.
Yeah, super.
From you.
Yeah, from you, by the way.
What bit in particular? When
Where
I
do-
chipped Spraggy. Did I chip Spraggy? No, I chipped
Adam
Joe, didn't I? Stapes.
Yes.
Oh,
What a beautiful little
There's a
chip
lot
that was.
going on now in this game. When are we going to get a podcast about Rory's acting career? Always drops gems. Maybe we do it at Christmas or something. And we get a little bit wavy.
Maybe.
Next Christmas pod, we'll all get smashed, shall we? Because the last one we were a bit sober, weren't we?
Everyone just leaves.
Because all our pints were like warm, weren't they?
And someone forgot to do the order. No, someone did the order.
And then they all drank.
did bring it down.
And then some guys just decided to drink it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We were sober, weren't we? So
Oh no! Come on, Blues. You don't really want Cole Palmer defending 1-on-1 versus Luis Diaz, do you?
6 minutes of added time. We're into the second of those 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
you've got to shut up shop now. Get
Yeah,
the
we've
second
got-
half.
got-
There's no point being open now.
You know what I really
4
don't
minutes.
want today? Extra time.
Yeah, penalties and stuff. You're not a penalty side, are you? In terms of mentality.
Keller
I don't
has
think you're
already
there
beaten us once, hasn't he?
Oi,
I like that, I like that, I like
Go
that.
on.
Yeah, go
I
on,
don't
go on.
mind that for Conor
Go on,
Bradley,
go on.
though.
Chilwell's like that, and he's a little bit like that.
Yes, I love this. Handbags.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
It's all going off. How you feeling, bro?
fans can care less. Look at the fans sat there.
Your
like
team's
that.
getting stuck in, though.
Having a hot
You're
dog.
happy about that.
It is.
Everyone's
it is good
come
that
over,
there
got
seems to
involved.
it is good that there seems to be an element of physicality to this Chelsea team. When you think about how young we are, I know they're a young team, but when you think about how young we are, it's nice that there's that. You know that Klopp's teams are going to have that. It's nice to see that Chelsea's side have it.
He's booked Chilwell.
Is it a booking? Am I being
No, there's no
antiquated?
reason to
You either don't book anyone or you book both, though, innit?
I think
that.
really in a cup final, it's not worth booking either.
Yeah.
So sad, isn't it? They're desperate to just
What
kill
happened?
the game,
So-
aren't they?
Look
So
at this.
Chilwell wins the ball, he deflects it off
He's
him.
not
and then
letting him up, is he?
Bradley kind of,
Bradley's not letting him up.
yeah, and he
It's a
kind of
bit
digs
of
his head
RG
into his chest.
Colwood
Like
does
really,
well.
if anyone
Colwood
should
does
get
really
booked
well.
out of there, it should be
Colwood.
Hackpo for just getting involved.
Colwood.
When he should have
And Colwood,
leave
yeah.
Bradley and
Yeah. I think Colwood does very well because there's a moment where Chilwell looks like he's about to get bullied.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
too many Liverpool players come over and then Colwood's just not
So one
having
foul
that.
gets sent off now. Then
It should be a bit like,
that's
you
the
know,
problem.
ice hockey where the two that are involved, if as long as it's just them two pushing and shoving, just let them get away with it. Because it's emotion.
these refs don't care about that. They don't care about the situation. They don't referee with context in my
And like you
view.
shouldn't want, like people talk about they want to take bad fouls and stuff out of the game, granted, but you don't want to take that out of the game.
No.
They do.
Emotion.
They do. Football does. That's the fact.
I know I do find it really weird when people try and do that. You know, when they try and like stifle any kind of life in the game. They try and, you know, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't talk back to refs. Wait a minute, why can't I talk back to a ref?
Well, why can't I swear when I'm disappointed?
Yeah.
Like why can't you know, I'm just disappointed, man.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Have you seen, you know, Stan Bowles died? Have you seen a quote? Well, it's like one of Stan Bowles' best quotes. He's talking to a ref's going to book him. And he says to the ref, "What would you do if I called you a CUNT?" And the ref says, "Well, I'll send you off." And Stan Bowles went, "All right. What would you do if I thought you were a CUNT?" And the ref basically went, "Well, there's nothing I can do about that, is there, Stan?" Stan Bowles goes, "All right, I think you're a CUNT."
That's great.
That's good.
Yeah.
What era is that? Do you know what club he's playing for at the time?
QPR.
QPR, yeah.
By the way,
Amazing.
Elliot, I'm glad you're not showing your face around here these days because you get slapped up for allowing QPR out of the relegation zone.
I know.
What is going on there?
I know, really, really bad news. I thought they were gone. But
And
sadly-
Wednesday are winning. Wednesday picks up points.
I don't mind Wednesday winning because
No, you
Wednesday
want
are my
Wednesday.
team.
You want Wednesday in the Premier League, let alone in the Championship.
Yeah, my
Not with their
first
owner, though,
game
not
was
with their
against
owner.
Wednesday. I got a little soft spot for them.
Their owner's so bad. The owner's so bad.
Yeah. No,
But you shouldn't want
you
a
can't-
fan. You shouldn't want a club's
want
fans
the-
punished for the owner.
You can't exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
But
you've
I'd
got
rather
to feel sorry for
Wednesday
their
gets
fans.
suffered. Wednesday suffers so the owner leaves and they can come back.
Dangerous
Dangerous,
strategy.
yeah.
That.
Yeah.
It's a bold.
Right, that'll
strategy.
do. That'll do, ref.
Got another minute.
One more
left.
minute to go. AVFC guy with the super chat earlier said, "Do Villa qualify for the Champions League?"
They'll
Looking
skew
more
it.
likely after the
I think
result
they
for United
can.
yesterday.
I think they can if it's fifth. If fifth spot gets you in the Champions League, I think they can do it.
70% chance that happens.
I
70.
think they do.
Quite high,
I think Villa finish above Spurs.
I hope so. I don't think so.
When Spurs dropped weird points last week, it's like no one wants to be in the top 4 or 5. That's the issue with this top 5 thing. It's like it's the Champions League, and none of these clubs are champions. There's like a couple. There's a couple, and the rest are just dross, aren't they? Like they're making up the numbers. Do you know what I mean? There's nowhere like when Spurs got into the Champions League against City, crouch header last minute, and they were celebrating, and they had a go against Inter Milan, they had a go against Real Madrid. There's something heavy about the Champions League for some of these clubs when they get in it. You know, they don't enjoy it. Do they enjoy it?
Oh, soft.
Like, did United fans enjoy being in the Champions League but not being able to compete and having a bad season?
No, but I think simply by the virtue of being a Premier League side, you are able to compete in the Premier League. Look, United made a pig's ear of it, but simply by being a Premier League team, you are capable of qualifying.
Especially if you qualify.
You should get through your group.
Great touch by
Undoubtedly.
Bradley.
Yeah, of course. I think that anyway from what Man United had with Galatasaray and all that, of
Half-time.
course. But it's just a sense that do the big clubs enjoy it when they struggle in the Champions League?
No, but
They don't enjoy struggling
But that-
in the Champions League, but they enjoy being in the
Your
Champions
question's
League.
a weird question because it's based off a result.
It's also
obviously
based off-
big clubs.
Well,
and
I got mates who are
people
Spurs
enjoy
fans,
being in
and
the
Spurs
Champions
fans
League.
hated not getting out of the group, and they were like, "Mate, you're lucky to be in the fucking Champions League." You know what I mean? Like, what
Wait,
I'm trying
what?
to say is, like, if you're in the Champions League without momentum, without direction, you just kind of scrape top 4, like Conte was doing with the Spurs as well. Man United with Ten Hag. It's just this element of like, what are we doing here?
no,
Like,
but
are we
you
trying
always
to compete for it, or
No, you definitely want to be in the Champions League. Like,
Of course you do. You know
there's
what I'm
no,
trying to say,
there's
though,
no, there's no angle.
Mate, Chelsea won the Champions League and they weren't the
No, of
best
course,
version
of course.
Chelsea.
Both times.
Yeah, they weren't the best
Both
version
times.
of Chelsea.
of course.
05 Liverpool won it.
I'm not debating if Man United want to be in the Champions. Of course, Man United want to be in it, but there's a sense of being in it, and
But
kind
also-
of scraping fifth. It's like fuck, it's like something heavy about it. It's just
No,
not.
but then that's where you
Maybe
go.
it's the format.
That's where it should just be champions only. But then obviously it's not.
But I would say that I would say that your desperation to be in the Champions League isn't only aligned. I don't really like talking like this, but it isn't only aligned to winning the Champions League. It's to do with like your recruitment in the future. It's to do with the amount of money in the future. It's to do with it's got so much. It's so much bigger, isn't it, than simply playing in the European Cup. It's almost the identity of the club.
You don't want to play in the Europa League. You don't dream of playing in the Europa League. I don't care who you are.
No,
So I think Brighton fans would love Brighton fans.
Playing in it is great, but you dream of playing in the Champions League.
Yeah. I suppose you dream big, don't you? But you
don't dream.
I don't feel like there's any shame in the Europa League. And I would desperately, if Chelsea end up in, it's not going to happen next season, but if Chelsea did end up in the European Cup by hook or by crook this season, we qualify for the Champions League. Say it goes wrong for us in the group, I desperately want to finish third, not fourth. Desperately.
Yeah.
Like, I will never, ever demonstrate any sort of sneeriness towards silverware, as is exemplified by my approach to this game today. I'm desperate for Chelsea to win.
About this game today, by the way, this is a club we are sponsored by Super 6. Thank you very much to Super 6 for sponsoring us. We've got over 5,000 people watching right now. Get hitting that like button for us and do us a favour. If you're not signed up or if you're not subscribed to the club, then get subscribing right now. It's absolutely free and costs you nothing. And I'll tell you what else is absolutely free and costs you nothing. Super 6, if you want to play and be in with a chance of winning £250,000 for just 6 correct scores, then go and download that Super 6 app and get joining our league as well. The code is Club23 and you could be playing for the Club FC at the end of the season if you're involved in that league. We'll be giving more details on that as they come closer to the time. That game is at the end of May and we cannot wait for that. But yeah, make sure you're getting involved with Super 6. Make sure you're downloading the app and getting your predictions in. I'm going to speak to Rory now because Rory's been watching his side in a cup final against Liverpool. Went into the games as slight underdogs, although with the injury problems for Liverpool, it may have leveled things out. How are you feeling after that first half? A goal disallowed for Chelsea as well.
I think we've played brilliantly. I really do. I'm over the moon with how we've played. I think we should have probably taken the lead. We've equally ridden our luck a touch. You know, the fact that Gakpo hit the post was intimidating. Liverpool have had some other chances as well. It's been brilliant, and I'm over the moon with how we've played. We're still in the game. I know Liverpool are depleted. I know Liverpool have a lot of injuries, and I know that they've got a lot of issues going on. You know, Chelsea have had a week to build up for this game. Liverpool have played midweek. It feels like it should be suited to Chelsea. But they're better than us. They're a far better team than we are. They've got a far better manager than we have. They've got a manager that has, 14 times he's played against Pochettino. Klopp versus Pochettino, 14 occasions. Pochettino's won 1. So the fact that we're still in the game, the fact that I think you could argue Chelsea could be winning the game if that disallowed goal had...
there's a lot of people as well in the comments, so I have to bring it up.
Go.
Saying Caicedo should have been sent off.
What, for the challenge that
Gravenberch went off with injured.
I thought it was overly physical. I mean, you two seem to disagree, which made me think that maybe I had it wrong.
It was an accident. Now, that
doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, mean it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But I thought it was just his ankle came under his standing foot. I don't think
his standing foot was stationary.
Yeah,
standing foot stationary.
It's a clumsy yellow.
Standing foot, isn't it? It's by nature stationary.
I don't think he was tackling with that foot. Is my point. I think he was looking to stand and in that position his ankle.
My initial reaction was, I think that's a ridiculous tackle, overly physical, overly harsh, overly robust, and unnecessarily aggressive. And I went like that, and you two both went, no, nothing wrong with that. So I kind of thought, maybe I was just terrified it was going to be a sending off, looking at it through the negative lens. But look, if my initial reaction was, that's a disgusting tackle. When somebody's trailing foot through no reasoning to make contact with the ball, effectively render somebody out of the game. I think you could always argue.
Could we put a poll in the chat on that Caicedo decision? You could tell it's split by just these two comments. Kevin Carter says yellow card, maximum punishment, and none your business says Caicedo red card all day. So very much, people are seeing both sides to it on that one. Some people are saying, I remember saying Harry Maguire could have been sent off yesterday. Some people have compared it to that. So, interesting. Chelsea had a few of these big chances. You look at that save from Kelleher from Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer has to score that, though.
Great save.
He has to.
You raise it in the net.
It's an incredible save. It's one of those like season-defining saves, or match-defining at the very least. But you can't be giving the keeper an opportunity to save. It's all very well going. Kelleher did really well there. Kelleher makes himself big, gets his arm out early. but he shouldn't have a chance. Cole Palmer, a man of his quality, should be picking his spot and being a little bit more composed rather than putting it in an area where Kelleher can get to it. He needs to be putting it in an area where he can't get to it. So no, I think that was a shame. Obviously, the disallowed goal was a shame, but then we have to remember that Liverpool have had their chances as well. That Gakpo header was, I mean, you know, like there was nothing that anybody could do there. Petrovic is stationary, just watching it. There was panic stations when it ricocheted off the post. You know, Ben Chilwell does very well to get rid of it, but there were panic stations there, and they weren't the only chances for Liverpool. So I think we're a bit unlucky that we're not winning, but you know, this Liverpool team are brilliant, so we really do have to take our chances when they come.
Buvey, as a kind of neutral, although you want Liverpool to win to wind up Rory today, what's your thoughts on the first half? How you see it going in the second?
No, I think Liverpool are just going to play a waiting game now, and in the final sort of 20 minutes of the game, I think they'll show a little bit more experience than Chelsea have got, and I think they'll pick them off. I think, but Chelsea have been absolutely fantastic. They haven't just been defensive today. I think they've really hit Liverpool in big areas. They've shown a lot of physicality and quality on the ball as well. So I think it's a ringing endorsement for what Pochettino's doing at the moment. Even if Chelsea lose the final, I think you've competed.
Oh dear, I've just seen that Caicedo challenge again. I think he's incredibly physical. Like he's played the ball with that foot, and then he plants his foot, and then it's just look how late it is. Look, the ball is played there and gone, and there's the tackle. It's
late, isn't it?
It's really late. Like it's clumsy, and I do think Adam's right that it's not on purpose, but I don't really see what relevance that has.
Yeah, I think you made a good point earlier that it's not relevant to whether it should be a card or not, right? I just feel sometimes you should take it into account that you know, like when you was a kid and everyone, and that's not this instance, but someone fall over and got foul just because someone's hurt, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a foul, right?
No, but sometimes when they're hurt, they've been fouled.
Yeah, both things can happen and exist at the same time.
Yeah, I'm surprised,
but I do see where you're coming from, and I could see the fear you had, and I suppose if my emotions were tied to Chelsea,
mate, he's gone off as well. Like, not that needs to be a factor, but it was a harsh enough challenge that hasn't touched the ball to render the player out.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's potentially a sending off,
The chat are split, but tend to agree with you. 55% say yes, he should have been sent off. 45, well, it says 44 here. I assume it's 45 say he shouldn't have been sent off.
I think it's a really hard yellow card.
But there's no such thing as that.
No, I know, but if you had to scale it, it's an orange card. I know it's ridiculous.
No, but I think you can't.
He absolutely has to be booked.
But you can't invent a metric. It's either a sending off or it's a yellow card.
Wait and see what they do with the blue cards.
Hopefully that's not happening, is it?
Yeah, it seemed like there was more made of it than.
No, I think it was a thing, but I think the reaction. I think the reaction has.
So why did VAR stay around?
There's a super chat here that I can't quite put my finger on. So let's just read it out. It's from Ollie Mitchell, and he's just said, "Lol, look at Buvey."
Why do you read the negative ones out about me?
It's not negative. I'm just.
Why do you bring up something interesting to talk about? Why do you have to bring up the negative comments on our channel?
Hang on, though. You are. I agree that Adam's just commitment to reading super chats is mental. But I quite like it. Yeah. I kind of like it. Like if that's your belief that super chats have to be read out, fine, you do that. I can't stop you. I think it's mental, but I kind of like it.
I haven't read everyone out.
You've been very self-deprecating there.
Yeah.
Because that isn't that you think is negative.
Yeah.
It might not be.
No.
Look at Buvey. He looks really funny. He looks really sexy. He looks really good. He looks really beautiful.
Yeah.
It's not lol, look at Buvey.
There's something sardonic about it, right?
Not necessarily.
What is that word? Can I just sardonic? I'd like to learn something.
It's sort of an extension of sarcastic.
Okay.
Yeah, sardonic. Yeah.
I'm glad you let him say what he meant, and you just agreed after.
Of course. Rory knows these words inside out.
But look, I ultimately think that it isn't necessarily bad.
No, I've not even seen this comment.
It just says, lol, look at Buvey.
By the way,
laugh out loud, look at Buvey, he looks sexy.
By the way, we didn't even bring it up on the stream, so Adam might be just making stuff up.
Laugh out loud,
I've not even checked the chat.
He looks muscly.
I'm not on my phone like Adam is. I'm actually doing the stream. I'm doing
Buvey's hench.
Laugh out loud, look at Buvey, he's incredibly sexy.
Can you stop saying sexy?
Isn't that what Miles calls himself?
Mate, you're bringing sex. YouTube.
Yeah, Miles said that to me once. I was like, mate, I've only worked with you once so far.
It seems to be his thing. He quite likes doing it.
Yeah, he does really want people to qualify whether he is or not. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
It's really weird,
it's a bit strange.
Yeah, we'll get Miles back.
I think it's always You know when most things should be said, if they're to be said at all, by someone else?
Yeah.
I think it's very weird when the person who... You know when you, like, recommend yourself?
Yeah.
Does anyone know a good Chelsea YouTuber? Me. Really weird, isn't it? Like, really weird. Yeah.
Although you say it at parents' evening.
I'm sexy. I am sexy. Should never... like, those 3 words do not go together. I am the sexiest man upon the YouTube.
Buvey was kind of doing it earlier. He was like, got a video coming out. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know. He did it. Yeah. Yeah, you did do that. I have an amazing video coming out this week.
I said we.
I'm pretty sure you said...
But I said I.
No, I was here for it.
Did I say I will?
You said
remember what I was saying, mate? I don't know. I said we.
It'd be nice if you recalled what you were saying at some point.
Well, it's live, mate. I mean, anything goes. I mean, Jesus. Ask ask the loose women when they go live.
Why do you love loose women so much?
I want to go on. This is the thing that you don't understand about my career on YouTube with you lads.
Means a lot
I'm
of different
using you two lads as a stepping stone to be on loose women. You think I'm here trying to be a football YouTuber?
I want to be on loose women.
I want to be next to...
Who's on it?
Colleen Nolan.
Is she still on it?
Yeah, of course she is.
Colleen,
what else is she doing?
Who else is on?
Is the husband, the wife of the guy from Alf Wieders,
Christine.
Yeah, I think she's on there.
Oh, I'd love to go on it now.
Let's all go on.
Can I get on there?
I don't know.
PR for loose women. Speak to me now, baby.
PR for loose women. Speak to me now, baby.
ITV numbers are going down the drain.
Yeah,
We've had Love Island All-Stars. Let's get some football YouTube
You
on
should
loose
go on
women.
Love Island and get us some views, man.
Mate, why don't you go on Love Island?
See what Tom Garrett gets for views over there.
My body fat percentage is far too high for that show.
No, I think you clean up, man. You clean up, move. Get on Love Island,
man.
Up. You clean up.
No, because you've got that, like, chiseled, sexy thing going on.
Can you stop saying sexy?
Why?
Just talk about football.
I mean, I'm trying to get you on loose women.
I'm talking about loose women. Yeah, I'm going on loose women for my intellectual chat.
You
not
after
about
one
my
of
appearance.
the girls on there. You can't get Christine. She's too good for you. You could.
Well, and she's married.
She's too good for you.
Aren't they all married?
Isn't
that
no.
Yeah, they're called.
No, they're loose women.
Loose.
Is loose like what the definition was in my school?
Yeah,
that's the implication.
Loose.
Yeah, she's a loose woman.
Are they really loose?
Buvey is a loose man.
As in loose lips or
loose lips? Loose lips sink ships. No, loose lips do sink ships.
When I said that, it wasn't a euphemism. I realised.
Don't talk about Colleen Nolan like that, for God's sake, man.
Do you have your eye on one of them?
No, of course not.
If you had to go to bed with one of them, who would it be?
Oh, for God. Why do you have to be so crude?
That's not crude.
Your size in a cup final, you're banging on about sleeping with Colleen Nolan.
Half time.
Start bench sell managers.
Start bench sell.
Christine,
Nolan. Colleen.
Who's the other one?
Colleen Rooney.
Who's the journalist with red hair? She's on every
Janet
show.
Street Porter. Janet Street Porter.
She was on I'm a Celeb back in the day.
So Janet Street.
She's
awful.
Janet Street Porter.
Colleen Nolan. And Molly King.
Colleen Nolan.
Can we do this later?
I'm in
Frankie
the mood
Bridge.
for
Frankie Bridge.
Frankie
Top
Bridge
of the
wins.
list. Yeah, it's Frankie Bridge one.
She's in the Saturdays. Go.
And she's been
it's time to make a move, and we both know.
Anyway, Angel Bautista says start bench sell as managers Lampard, Gerrard, Company.
So Company's got the highest ceiling.
Vincent Company.
What? Because of his big head.
Company hasn't got a high ceiling.
What he achieved in the championship with Burnley was.
Wait, but you could say what
Frank
Gerrard
Lampard
achieved in Scotland.
Frank Lampard took a team into the Champions League, mate. He took Chelsea youth team into the Champions League. Better than anything Vincent Company wearing a cap with a suit. That cap with a suit.
I'll lay
really
a bet on video that in 10 years' time, Company's got the better career.
No, I
do you want to do that? We can do it.
I think Company's as bad. Company's as bad as anybody.
I think all 3 of them are rubbish, but I think Company's less rubbish.
I think Gerrard's achieved more though, just by
winning the
10
league.
in a row.
Winning the league, yeah.
That's a good shout, yeah.
Gerrard's definitely achieved the most because he's achieved something.
But I'm saying 10 years.
Well, I'm saying now.
Oh, you know
right,
what? You know what?
right.
Can I just bring this back to the goal that Nico Jackson...
It was off from that angle,
From the angle we've just seen, it looks blatantly offside.
Nicholas Jackson, should not be off there, should he? Like, he is off, but he should not be. He
should be... if he's trying to keep himself in line with Van Dijk more, he stays on side and he still gets the ball. So I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you.
As a centre-forward, it's all very well to go... He didn't see the geezer behind him, but his responsibility as a centre-forward is to see the geezer behind him.
Yeah.
Know where you are. Also, you know when you're as rapid as him, be on by a yard and be faster. Because he is fast. He is fast. Like, he doesn't need to be off in that situation.
He's not a smart footballer, is he? He's not smart like that.
Joel Morris, Super Chat. God, I read it. Says, Wayne Bridge's wife, we figured she's
Wayne
Frankie
Bridge's
Bridge.
wife.
Frankie Bridge, Denise Welsh, Stacey Solomon.
Welsh, Jesus.
Around loose women.
Waterloo Road.
No way would I go on there.
You never did Waterloo Road, did you?
No. Denise
Like
Welsh.
BBC
Is
show.
she the one
Ollie
that went out
Mitchell
the
says,
little
take
Geordie?
my money and
The
fly
little Geordie
George
bloke
Benson to
from
the studio.
The little Geordie fellow from
I'm a rough in the second half.
from Auf Wiedersehen pet.
Yeah, I was saying that. He's married to one of them.
Tim
innit?
Healy. Is that his name?
I forgot his name.
No, Denise Welsh is old.
Denise Walsh.
She's married to one of the
She was in
Auf Wiedersehen
Coronation
pet.
Street. She used to run the road.
Corrie,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Football's back on anyway. Forget loose women. The only loose women our audience are interested in aren't on them shows.
No, they're all in the chat because we've got a 95% women ratio in our audience demographic.
Mate, there is
You
a
wish.
Go on.
Oh!
There's an
Liverpool
awful lot
cross.
of loose women affiliated to football teams.
We've been down this road before.
Why are you
A
both
lot.
looking at me?
Because you're the young.
Why do you look at each other?
Because you're the young.
Look at
single
each
man.
other, lads. How about that?
Do
Or look
you
at the screen.
A
Subscribe
lot of them
to
end up
anyone's
fighting
OnlyFans.
now as well.
No.
Literally one.
Never. What do you mean one?
Literally.
I say none and you say one.
Do you have the login?
I don't have the financial means.
You have the financial
I don't.
means.
No, I
You
How much do they
definitely
charge? Does he not have
I
the
don't know.
financial means?
No, I don't.
Of course he does.
I don't.
Of course you do.
How much do they charge?
You know, in LA, there was an OnlyFans creator. She had her own billboard on, saying subscribe to me. A billboard in LA.
Nuts.
Surreal.
Here we go. Bradley's on the edge. Great tackle.
Break.
Oh,
No.
they haven't got the ball.
That's a touch.
Diaz.
Oh,
Wide.
he's
Gone for a
like that.
throw-in. Grow up.
Yeah, that's Endo.
Sorry. He struck it like Diaz.
Whereas Nunes, when he comes on, he's going to, that's going to be a world of pain.
Danny Youssef says, love from Canada. You guys are the best. Thank you, mate.
Thank you, Danny.
Buvey's delusional.
Yeah, I've
Thank
got-
you,
okay,
mate.
yeah,
What would you know
Oh,
in Canada?
Danny,
Yeah, no,
you
he's right.
are the best.
Mate, I agree with him so much. I'm going to sing his national anthem. Oh,
He's got more barrels of maple syrup than he's got
Mate,
sense.
big up the Mounties.
Mate, have you ever watched a
Big up the
documentary on
Mounties. He knows
syrup?
what he's on about.
I think
It's
I know
like
what
it
you're
held in a bank in Canada.
Yeah,
What
they've got a storage.
syrup. It's mental.
Syrup.
It's worth
like-
more than oil.
It's like money over there.
It's worth more than oil. They have
maple
a reserve.
syrup?
They have a
They
reserve.
have a
for 10
reserve
years.
of maple
It'll
syrup.
never run out for 10 years.
Yeah.
That weird.
And if you start
Trudeau.
growing the trees to make syrup,
Justin Trudeau.
like the
Yeah,
feds will
weirdo.
come on that.
Proper weirdo.
You
You remind me a bit of him.
Why?
Just Justin
What, from
Trudeau. You got a touch of the Justin Trudeau's about.
hyper intelligent and a leader by nature. Yeah, fine.
No,
I'll
he's
take that.
the
No,
belly
you
by
said it.
nature.
So I'll take it. All right, fine. Yeah, they should have at least hit the target at Liverpool, really, shouldn't they?
Why don't you calm down, mate, and get a grip?
Come on, Liverpool.
Mate, what's wrong with you? Have you got something wrong with you?
Come on, Liverpool.
I think if Liverpool fans heard you sing that, they'd want
Come
Chelsea
on,
to win.
Liverpool.
Yeah, just making up tunes for
You
chance.
never walk alone.
Have you never heard the song?
That's the song.
That's not the tune of the song.
You never walk alone.
That's not the tune,
Why?
is it?
That's like if
W-
someone got given the lyrics but
YNWA.
had never heard the tune. They just went,
I'm not a natural singer
Yeah.
by
You'll
definition.
never walk alone. Yeah.
An Unchained Melody. What a song that is by Elvis Presley and all that.
What's
They
that
don't
got
sing
to do
Unchained
with
Melody.
Cup
They do.
final?
Liverpool.
They've sung it before, haven't they?
Unchained Melody.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they sing Fields of Atham, Anfield Road, which is Fields of Atham Rye, really.
Yeah.
Trying to ruin that.
the king. Can he play? And could he play? Come on, mate. You're
He
meant to
could
be
play.
doing the Liverpool thing.
Ruining
could
that
play.
song.
Who's on the wing? Name the Liverpool player that's on the wing in that song.
Peter Beardsley.
The answer is Steve Highway.
Steve Highway. That's a great name for a winger.
Yeah.
Steve Highway on the wing. We have dreams.
Big dog.
songs to
Well,
sing.
so I could stop him ruining Fields of Atham Rye for me. Pick one Premier League player to get next statue at your club.
What player? He has to be playing now, or can I just say
No,
the
I
next
think he
statue
should
built?
now.
The next statue built should be Roberto Di Matteo. Roberto Di Matteo for his contribution. Listen to. Can I just tell you very quickly his
What would he
contribution
be
to Chelsea?
in?
Right?
A suit or a kit?
Oh, do you know what you could do? You could do the
great shout.
evolution.
Oh.
You know, like the monkey that became a man.
Yeah.
You could do Di Matteo as a player into a manager. Yeah. Yeah. You could start as a player doing the thing with Jody Morris and end as a manager, him and Eddie Newton running down the touchline.
So does Eddie Newton and Jody Morris get a statue out of this deal as well?
They're lucky, aren't they? They're in the right place at the right time. Yeah. Eddie Newton suddenly got a stand named after him at Stamford Bridge just because of proximity to Di Matteo. Yeah.
I'd go Keno.
Keen, yeah.
Keno.
What
But it
about,
would
what about
probably be
current
class
playing
of
squad?
92.
Current playing squad. Where anyone gets that ceiling.
No one
Literally none.
deserves it.
No one.
Literally not.
When you look at the statue, like you give them out to anyone, so maybe you could.
Oh, here we
You'd
go.
have one at
Cheap
Stamford
shot.
Bridge.
you
Steve
and I
Steve
give them out to
McInerney.
anyone.
Steve
Cheap
McInerney.
cheap
Steve
shot.
McInerney's stand.
Cheap shot from McKola. Well done.
Curly Watson statue as
Steve
well.
McInerney's stand. Buvey outside with a briefcase.
They've got a statue of them lawyers in it. The 100 lawyers that walking in. Briefcase wanker.
You know that smile he does when he really means it. Yeah, I love it. No, but Roberto Di Matteo for Chelsea, just listen to this, right? We went 25 years without a trophy. We went to Wembley, we beat Middlesbrough. Geezer opens the scoring after 45 seconds. The last ever FA Cup final at Wembley Stadium, we're playing Aston Villa. Who scores? Roberto Di Matteo. He scored the last goal at the old Wembley, the prestigious Twin Towers. The last FA Cup final goal, Roberto Di Matteo. Fastest goal up until Saha broke the record, ironically, against Chelsea. Roberto Di Matteo comes back, decade or so later, wins the European Cup. Get that statue built immediately.
So you won the last one at the old Wembley.
And the first at the new.
I hated that first one at the new.
Last at the old, first at the new. The FA Cup ain't red, it's royal blue.
I love that.
As the song goes. Drogba.
Yeah.
An ending fits in for the start. We twist and torment.
If I said to you at the start
1-2
of a season,
you're like that. Libertines. It's a good.
I think they're overrated.
1-2 with Frank Lampard. Lifted the ball over Van der Sar. Oh,
I don't think he came off well in that documentary as well, that Louis Theroux one.
If you could pick one to win at the start of the season, FA Cup, Europa League, you can guarantee it.
Europa League.
No.
What, over the FA Cup?
I think the FA Cup, man.
European silverware, man.
You love the away day, don't you?
I love, European silverware as well.
Yeah. Stockholm was great, yeah. But now I've ticked that off the box. I could see us never win the Europa League.
I just
again.
can't understand how, like, proper European trophies. You know, if you were to say Conference League over FA Cup, obviously not. I'd have League Cup over Conference League.
Beating Crystal Palace was bigger for you than Ajax, as an example.
Yeah, it can't be.
Yeah.
It can't be. It
I
can't
love
be.
the FA Cup, though.
It can't be.
Alan Pardew.
You beat Ajax in Europe.
I
beat
love the
Ajax
FA
in
Cup,
Europe.
man. I just love it.
No, it's not about. It's not about not
And
loving
when
the
you're
FA
in the
Cup.
Europa League, it always feels like you shouldn't be.
Go on.
I gotta go in the box, 6 yards out.
Yes.
Oh! Why didn't he put it to Palmer?
Why didn't you lay him off?
Why is he trying to do a back heel?
Tried to score a back heel.
You're not Messi, bruv.
That's ridiculous.
Messi with a Y, maybe.
See how angry Conor Gallagher was.
Was it Palmer? Cole Palmer.
I think it's Conor Gallagher pulls it back.
I was watching Palmer.
Conor Gallagher pulls it back. And also, there's an obvious tee-up. You know, he could have... Yeah. Fernandes could have just set it. I think it's Cole Palmer coming in on the far side. Come on, Blues. This is there for us.
No, can you go to the one from Scyther, please? The one that you were just at, man. Don't be shy.
See.
The sexual tension between Buvey and Rory is palpable.
That's all you, mate. It's one-way traffic. It's one-way traffic. I'm feeling like a piece of meat over here.
Here's a guy.
His eyes are burning into my soul.
Here's a guy keeps saying sexy. He keeps saying sexy every 5 minutes.
This geezer keeps looking at my groin.
Fucking
I'm
hell.
feeling exposed. Mate, I'm going to talk to HR about you.
Just sit in the middle, just to sort this out.
There's no HR in the YouTube
What
world,
happened between you two in Paris? That's what I want to know.
Looking at my groin. We went to the City of Love.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I put a padlock on the bridge and it said Rory and Victoria. He puts a padlock on the bridge. It says Rory and Buvey.
Did you actually do that?
Of course I did.
Did you?
No. Where did you get the padlock?
Hey!
This weekend?
No, 2017.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well done, Levi.
It's getting tense. End to end.
You know, everyone that does that, their padlocks get chucked off there about 2 days later.
Yeah, it's a 2
Well, you know, it was weighing the bridge down. It was It was actually causing problems for the bridge.
Cole Palmer into the box. Corner.
Oh,
wow. Keeper's kept it in.
Keller's been fantastic today.
All right, calm down, mate. Why don't you take him on a date?
You see, Karras are playing for Newcastle yesterday against Arsenal.
Yeah,
incredible.
Nadir with the super chat. How would you feel, Adam, if your firstborn was a Liverpool fan? To be honest, that wouldn't happen. I think that's bad parenting.
Who?
Your son or your children should support your dad's.
You support your dad's team, and that's the end of it.
I mean, people ask me why I support United when you're from Birmingham and that, because my dad has taken me to games. That's why I support United.
No, you don't have a choice in the matter.
My child will be forced into the struggle with me.
By then, you'll be good.
Nah.
I'm talking 25 years' time.
No.
No, but you would have said that.
I want them to go through the ringer with me, though.
Yeah, there's something more enjoyable about that. No question.
I mean, I didn't as a kid, but be nice.
You were lucky, don't forget, when you were young, you were amazing.
Yeah.
If I never see us win another trophy,
story.
I've seen more than most people will get to see ever.
And you're lucky.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Even if you don't win another trophy, so all of us are. All of us are seeing far more.
Actually, yeah.
No, do you know there's such a difference, isn't there, like generationally? Chelsea didn't win a trophy until I was 15. No, not quite 14. My kid, Chelsea won a trophy when she was like 3 months.
What one's that?
We beat Arsenal in the Europa League.
Wow.
Wait,
Time flies, man.
Also, imagine that we beat Arsenal in a European final.
Amazing.
It's like one of the best things that you can ever dream of happening.
Beat them, you smashed us. It was embarrassing, really.
Yeah, Giroud, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. They all flew to Azerbaijan. That was Baku.
Is that Emery's team?
It was Emery, yeah.
Is that the only cup Europa League final he's lost or something in his time?
Must be, yeah. He beat Man United with Villarreal.
He beat and he won Seville 3 in a row.
He won 4 with Seville as well, I think. Another one
4 in total, 3 in a row.
But the Yellow Submarine beat Man United.
Palmer, edge of the box shot. Ooh. Deflected wide.
That was when David De Gea missed the penalty, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that in... it was in Gdansk.
It was behind closed doors.
It was in Gdansk.
What was?
It was murder on Gdansk floor.
Yeah, it was murder on the Gdansk floor.
That's gone viral now because of Saltburn. That song.
Is it in there?
Like resurrected her career a little bit. Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
That guy?
No, Saltburn the movie.
Oh.
There's a scene in that you don't want to see.
Have you seen the movie? I've not seen it.
Sophie Ellis-Bextor during lockdown.
Yeah, she was
when
funny.
She did, it was so good.
So funny. Doing the songs with her kids.
Yeah,
millions of kids in Chiswick, in a massive gaff in Chiswick.
Yeah.
Just walking about her downstairs kitchen.
Like a fancy dress and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
Mum was on Blue Peter. Right?
But I do maintain that Victoria Beckham and Dane Bowers was a better song.
Yeah, I agree. It should have got number 1.
Victoria Beckham.
And Dane
You're
Bowers.
out of my
song?
mind. Gonna make it really easy. I'm out of my mind.
Yeah, I know that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True Steppers.
The video was amazing.
And Dane Bowers, yeah. Do you remember that video of Dane Bowers shagging Jordan? Do you remember? He used his foot.
Oh, for God's sake, man. What's got into you today?
What's up with you?
It's meant to be a family
He's
show.
hoping Buvey will
It's meant to be a family show.
I'm just telling you what I saw. I saw that,
hell,
and it really
man.
creeped me out. Dane Bowers.
It's just PG.
He
When
had
you get
sex-
taken off the air.
He had sex with...
It's a Sunday, man.
What's your problem? It doesn't matter what day of the week.
Before this YouTube thing, I used to be sat in church on Sunday. Now I'm sat here with you talking about toes and all that.
Mate,
For God's
the other thing I
sake,
saw,
man.
which I couldn't believe. Do you know who Danielle Lloyd is?
Yeah.
I saw her on the internet, on the Twitter. Danielle
Tottenham fans will
Lloyd.
know about Danielle Lloyd.
They will. Many a football fan
Who's
will.
she with? David Bentley?
No.
Teddy Sheringham.
Many.
Many men.
Many men. Wish death upon me, because I won't run no more. Reach up to the sky no more. No, but I saw a video of her in a sauna with a Pringle.
Oh, Harvey Elliott. What a shot that looked at. That came out of nowhere.
Have you seen it? It's terrible. It's
Pringle.
disgusting.
She's got a Pringle can on.
It's like no.
Pringle can.
It's terrible, man.
Two
It's
Pringles.
really bad, man. Really bad.
Where are the Pringles?
Remember the Pringle advert where you used to put them in your mouth?
And make
Like
it
a
like a
dog.
duck.
No. Use your imagination.
Oh, man.
Mate, that's really, really, really bad, man.
Anyway, shout out to Super 6 for sponsoring the channel today. I'm actually joking, but I'll read it out anyway. Thank you so much, Super 6.
He's not reading anything out, by the way. He's just doing it.
I'm not reading anything out. This is all ad lib. Okay, this is my genuine appreciation to Super 6. You get the chance to win £250,000 and £1 million by the end of March.
Terrible.
£1 million.
Really.
And you can obviously play with us against Pitchside in a huge game if you sign up for Super 6 right now and join our mini league, Club 23, on the app.
Yeah.
Anyway, Pringles, my favourite flavour are already
By the
salty.
way, I don't think Buvey, mate, did it justice, yeah. It's the time to be joining Super 6 because they're going to have that rollover. I know you said could be a million. But every week's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So get involved, man. 6 predictions. Get them right. You could win. And there's been so many people that have been very, very close to doing it recently. So maybe you'll be the one to push it over the edge.
Oh, what a beautiful game. What a lovely sport football is. Oh, what a life we have. Talking about football professionally. You're powerful, attractive young man, Buvey. Read this out then. Read this out now. Go.
Read it out, bro.
No,
you say it. Adam, you finally
Big free
fucking
kick
read it
going
out.
on here. We need to focus on the game, Buvey. Big free kick going on.
If you just sent that in,
Yeah.
You banana, you gimp.
why you just put a single line there, Buvey eat this banana?
No, don't
Yeah.
do that, Will. Will.
Yeah, keep it only on
Will.
Buvey. Do not change
I
that.
outrank you,
Will.
Will.
If you
Will,
change
I
it,
outrank him.
you're sacked, Will.
No, it's a
Will,
democracy. And
come
me
on,
and Rory
Liverpool.
vote.
Will, if you
Me
change
and
it, you're
Rory
sacked.
vote.
Come on, Liverpool. Yeah! Come on.
Fuck's sake, man.
Oh, mate.
Why are you
Shut up and eat your banana, you idiot.
He was deep throating that banana, and Van Dijk's going to head the ball into the back of the net.
How can Van Dijk have that route? Like, if there's anybody that you have to mark in this game, it has to be Van Dijk from set pieces. Like, it's amateur, isn't it, to not be 2 men on Van Dijk? Surely that's just like as obvious as it gets.
You're gonna let him. You're gonna let him win a trophy at the very least. We need to be.
Come on, ref. Like, how long they celebrate?
Who's left him?
He's definitely onside. God. That's really poor. He's at
Hang on a minute. Why is Chilwell marking Van Dijk?
Why is Chilwell on him?
That's got to be Dizazi, isn't it? Surely, or Colwell.
It has to not be Chilwell.
Dizazi's just free in front of him.
Dizazi's free,
got to be
facing the ball as well. Colwell's not basically unmarked. He's not marking anyone. God, who's decided that?
Who do you think, mate? Who do you think is the man who's won 1 out of 13 against?
But you think a free kick live situation like that is a
tactical training ground all week?
Well, shocking then.
Training ground all week.
Yeah. Van Dijk, huge goal for him as well. Huge goal. It's been a great season for him, hasn't it? This season.
Really good.
If it's the winning goal, it's an amazing moment in his career, and for Jurgen Klopp as well.
Look at them limbs.
Mate,
big goal.
I'll tell you.
Oh wait, we're checking impossible. I don't think this is offside, by the way.
Is it?
There's no way Van Dijk. Oh, Endo's being given offside here. So there's a check on Endo for offside because he stands in an offside position and then blocks Colwill, who's making an effort to try and get to Van Dijk. So I don't actually think Chilwell was Van Dijk's man. I think Colwill was, but that's not a foul, surely.
Not a fucking foul, is it, man?
Hang on a minute.
Bad.
Goal is going to be checked by the referee. He's going to check the screen. Endo's in an offside position. He stood in an offside position and blocked.
Are we checking a foul? Are we calling it a foul, or are we calling it he was offside?
Calling an offside player having an impact on the game by blocking the defender. So it's an offside. He becomes active when he blocks the defender.
Look, obviously I hope it's ruled out, but nothing in me wants goals like this ruled out of football matches. Like, this is ludicrous.
But is that not an unfair advantage to be in an offside position and block the defender?
He's not done anything.
Is that not an unfair advantage?
Like, you can stand in an offside position, can't you, and get back onside.
It's a disgrace, man. It's a disgrace.
He's not attempted to get back onside. It's not Van Nistelrooy where he hops and hops and hops. He's just stood in an offside position and blocked.
It's a disgrace. Utter disgrace.
I mean, I don't know.
But if he's onside, there's not a problem. It's because he's offside.
Checking it. It's a problem even checking it. It's clear as day.
I know I don't want to see Liverpool score, but I feel like that is the right decision to be made there.
You should be ruled out?
Because if you're standing in an offside position and you block a defender, that's impacting the game, right? Is that not impacting the game?
Not for me. Not for me.
The goal's been disallowed.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
I mean, I can't believe it.
I think it's ruining football, man. I really do.
I feel like that's
so bad.
Okay.
You know, players go in and out of offside before that ball's whipped in.
But he didn't go in and out.
He was out and then he's gone back in. He's run back in.
He hasn't run. He hasn't moved. He's just stood still and blocked him.
He doesn't play the ball.
I mean, it's so Ricardo Carvalho at set pieces. It's exactly what Ricardo Carvalho would do.
But if he had stayed offside, see, if he's onside, it's not a foul. That's why we got to be careful here. There's no foul been given. It's a man in an offside position being able to defend, basically.
Can you stand offside before the ball gets whipped in and not interfere with play? Yes, you can.
But can you stand in an offside position and block?
I don't think he's done that either. Has he done?
I would say that a defender's responsibility.
Can we put it to a
defender's responsibility is to mark their man regardless of being blocked. Like, you've got to those
for Chelsea. Endo's 5'6". He can't run past Endo. He's offside.
This is obviously good news for Chelsea, but ultimately, I don't want goals like that ruled out of football.
Ridiculous, man! It's killing the sport. It's killing the sport.
I feel like we're kind of getting like he's offside. That's why it's been. He's offside, getting an advantage.
So we're debating if he is influencing the Chelsea back line, getting into a position where they can defend the ball. And
because
I don't think
Colwell,
he's a 5'7" guy.
We were confused at why Chilwell was even there, and that's because Colwell was marking Van Dijk and got blocked off by an offside player.
Not for me.
That's the correct decision, surely.
But players come in and out of offside. They don't all touch the ball.
But that's the point. Players do come in and out and offside.
Yeah.
Endo didn't. He just stayed offside.
And didn't
play the ball, though.
But he played the man.
You're allowed to be offside and not play the ball.
That's an impact, right?
You're allowed to be offside and not play the ball.
Am I being an idiot for thinking that's the right decision?
I think you're being far too stringent. And maybe that's because you don't want Liverpool to score. It's fair enough.
No.
That's fair enough.
I'm trying to take that.
Of course. I'm not saying you are being biased. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to take that out of the equation and just be pure simple. if an attacker blocks a defender...
Is he blocking... Okay, the debate then, is he blocking someone?
He has.
No. If he can't run round Endo, he's about 5'6", smallest guy on the bloody pitch, then that's his fault.
That's what... See, he's not even seen Endo.
Oh, I don't know. I feel
that's the correct
harsh,
decision.
Man.
This angle's just made me feel more right.
I think it's incredibly weak and incredibly soft. And if you're going to rule...
Look at Endo, look at Endo, look at Endo.
But mate, that's...
But bear in mind...
But wait, we literally spoke about Ben White doing things like that every set piece. And saying
if he's onside, it's not a problem. He's offside.
Colwill...
But he's offside.
Colwill stops running.
But he's offside.
We're going around in circles here. He don't think so, he does.
If Endo's onside, it's not a problem.
Okay, fine, great.
Right? Because it's not a foul.
I think I think it's really soft. He seems to think it's soft. Most people seem to agree with you.
I think there is a debate to be had. I don't think most people do agree with me.
They do. Read the comments.
Yeah. It's how you view football.
I think it's a big point in the game, and it's no harm of just having a debate.
No, I agree. I just don't think we're ever going to agree on it. For me, goals like that will always be soft.
Tell me why you think I'm wrong, innit?
It's not about whether you're wrong to the letter of the law. It's about whether you're wrong for football. Should goals like I remember celebrating Ricardo Carvalho stopping the Barcelona keeper coming out as John Terry scores a header, and I would never want that goal to be ruled out. He would have been onside. Yeah, but he fouled the keeper. Stood in a position to only block the goalkeeper. He fouled the goalie and the goal stood.
I don't think it's a foul.
You know, if
we've seen Ben White do it loads for Arsenal,
it's different as well. Endo's stood there and Colwill stops running because I think of a lack of urgency, some poor defending, in my opinion.
I think if you're a defender in that situation,
you want the ball, you're running out of the way. You double his height.
He's looking at the ball, Colwill, and he's running towards the ball, and an offside player's blocked him.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's impacted the game.
It has impacted the game.
Whether you want football to be a game where that isn't allowed.
Minute decisions affect the flow and the joy of a final, a cup final.
Like I say, it's almost a carbon copy of what Ricardo Carvalho did to presumably Valdez when John Terry scored.
Do you remember that player from
Wolves?
The
issue there isn't the block, though, innit?
No, but the block is a foul as well. If you're not trying, like Ricardo Carvalho literally stood by the keeper. As soon as the keeper came out, he stood in front of him.
Just to exaggerate a point to make a point. Let's say he was like 5 yards offside. Would your opinion be any more different? Like if he was clearly offside?
No, not
because he's only marginal here, right?
It's not about how far offside he is. It's about is he influencing the game enough to affect.
So what you're saying
Liverpool?
Is you can stand in an offside position and block a defender. And in your opinion, he's not.
I grew up in
game.
football being that. I knew people that used to take a free kick and someone would stand on the goalie and put them off a little
responsibility
bit.
was
but they're not offside.
As long as you don't touch the ball, then you're not.
You're still fouling, aren't you? You're not playing the ball.
No, but there's a difference between because his act isn't actually a foul. It's just being a nuisance, right? But you're doing it from an illegal position.
But Endo's not even being a nuisance. He's not grabbing the guy's shirt. Colwill
He knows what he's doing. That's very well worked free kick.
Do you think?
It's very well worked free kick.
I think the ball's gone over his head. He can't get out of the way of it. Colwill gives up, in my opinion. It doesn't mark the right man.
So for example,
and it should be a goal.
If he's onside, we're all going Endo. That's amazing. Like you've done really well there because you've helped the chance.
Yeah, in the way that Ricardo Carvalho
the issue
would
comes
do
where it's
well.
offside, right? I don't know. I just think being offside and gaining an advantage is wrong, and therefore should.
So if a ball ever comes in, then let's say it's a free kick, Bruno Fernandes whips one in. If anyone across the line is offside at any point, it should just be automatically given offside because they are by definition influencing the game. If they're on the pitch.
Didn't touch Colwill, and let's say he touched a player on the back post that wasn't involved in the vicinity of Van Dijk.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever given, and rightly so.
But why can't I argue that Conor Bradley at the back post was
one that many people will feel.
Petrovic was looking at Conor Bradley was 5 yards offside because he flicked his hair in a certain way and it caught the light or something. How do we know what influences anything really?
Oh, I missed that.
Oh.
Who was that on the back post? Disasi.
Imagine
the
Chelsea
ball has
nicked
just
this.
been flicked to the back post at a corner, and Disasi's it's almost just hit him as he run in. He would have been onside. He's kneed it into his arm.
Oh, it's clumsy.
Has he kneed it into his arm? Oh no, he just needed it.
Came out and quit, didn't it? I think if anyone deserves a bit of luck in a League Cup final against Liverpool, it's probably Chelsea after the Lukaku offside a couple of years ago. Shocking decision. He was literally on the side in that goal.
Now, isn't it?
It is 20 minutes to go. We're getting very, very close towards the end. This is decisive. Any goal here probably settles it. We got over 5,000 people watching. Thank you very much for tuning in to the club.
Oh, come on. You have to win the ball there. He's gone the whole length of the pitch.
Hakpo smashed it over. That run from Diaz there.
How's Diaz done that? Look, it's very impressive from Diaz, but nobody's even tried to stop him. Look how easy this is. Look, Fernandes slips. Nkunku decides against it. Dizazi shepherds him to nowhere.
Give him to there.
And he gets his shot.
Yeah. You looking a bit leggy, do you think?
I don't know. A lack of commitment in that exact example. Look, Nkunku, there, bang, win the ball. Dizazi, win the ball.
Yeah.
God, Gakpo, what?
Just a few comments from the OGs of the show. Thomas says, get Adam off the show, about my opinion on that. Typical Adam crying. The Chelsea defender didn't challenge the foul, says Aaron. See, because there wasn't a foul. And I've said there wasn't a foul. It was about the offside. There was no foul given. So it's important to be arguing the right thing. It's whether it was offside, not whether it was a foul. Someone else says Adam's clueless as usual. Someone else agrees with me. So obviously, I think most people are agreeing with you here. Although Mac with the super chat says Adam's spot on, can't influence the game from offside.
Great take from Harvey Elliott there. Bloody hell.
That's a beautiful ball.
It's brilliant footballer
in the chat.
Yeah.
He's so young.
He's only 20 still, wasn't he? Yeah. He had a leg break early, didn't he?
Yeah, against Leeds, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's a Fulham boy, isn't he?
Yeah. Sorry, I think. Not proper London.
Chelsea spent another £1 billion.
Oh, that's a great tackle by Colwell there, down the flank. Got the ball into the box, Palmer.
Imagine he smacked that.
Overlap from
Calm.
Gusto. Cross into the box.
Poor boy.
You've got to be calm there. Like the impact forward approach there. Colwell wins a ball, whips it over, and you can try and catch Liverpool out. By the time it goes across to Gusto, that surprise element has gone. So build again and take your time. Trying to whip it into the box is just so easy for Liverpool to sort out.
Damien Harris, super chat, gotta read it out. Says, when are you going to start selling merch? I'd love to wear one of those shirts behind Rory. We're going to be selling some very soon. Just keep your eyes and ears peeled, but it's something that we've spoken about as well. We just want to make it right, though, and not just lump it out for getting it out's sake. But if you want a chance to wear one of these and wear it properly, then join Super 6. The link's in the description below. If you download the app, get involved. It's free to play. You have to be 18 and over. But make sure you're downloading the app, get involved. There's a substitution here, a big substitution as well. It's from Connor. It's Connor Bradley going off, who I think's been Liverpool's man of the match, arguably.
He's up there. McConnell's coming on, I think it is. Is it McConnell?
Who's this coming on?
Bobby Clark. Wow.
I don't know much about Bobby
I've never heard of him.
I'll be totally honest with you. But Connor Bradley's gone off, and I think Connor Bradley's been excellent in this game. Hats off to him. And hats off to Klopp for giving him an opportunity. Many managers would steer clear. I know Bradley's earned it in recent months, but when Trent goes out injured, I think many managers would kind of steer clear of
play a centre back there with more experience,
young
whatever.
Kid in that there, it's difficult, man. Especially at Liverpool are fighting for the league this season.
But I think Klopp's got nothing to lose now. I think he's got nothing to lose. Play the kids, play the motion of the event, the passion of it as well. I think he's got nothing to lose. Liverpool are in.
Ball to the back post.
Good clearance. Great defending from Nkunku, I think it is.
Thankfully, he's done that.
What's he done? He's given it to Harvey Elliott.
We don't want Liverpool to score while Rory's gone out of the room.
That'd be shocking. That'd be shocking.
That'd be the worst thing to
happen. They might do
Although we did have him reacting to a goal earlier, so we could put that in.
Yeah, we'll just cut
Oh, God. Don't score, Liverpool, whatever you do.
Corner for Liverpool.
Apparently, Bobby Clark comes from the Newcastle Academy, and he's a good player, according to No Weak Foot in the chat.
Got some football knowledge in the YouTube comments.
Football knowledge, proper good.
We've got 15, 20 minutes left. Added time. I think it's going to extra time.
I was about to ask that. Do you see this going to extra time?
Yeah, I think it's extra time.
It's got to me, sorry. Got a little Uncle Reggie.
Yeah.
He's sorting out.
A Reggie?
Uncle Reggie.
Who's Uncle Reggie?
It's a wedgie.
Oh, a wedgie.
Yeah, Uncle Reggie.
Never heard of that one. Ball in from McAllister now, corner. Oh no.
Oh no. No. Rory needs to hurry up here.
Yeah.
Is that handball by Palmer?
They're struggling, Chelsea, I think, to cope with the game, with the intensity.
50p head there from Endo. Clear by Enzo.
I think Poch needs a substitution.
Enzo against Endo. That's a foul. Nope. He's won the ball there, Elliott. Into the box. Great tackle by Disasi, that, because is it Hakpo who was away, I think?
Yeah.
Cole Palmer's done him.
Oh, that was
Don
beautiful.
Robertson there absolutely saved his bacon.
I love Cole Palmer, man.
Poch won the league at PSG, right?
Yeah, one league.
But that's kind of like a tap-in. Like, this would be his first proper trophy.
In England.
In England.
I
feel like you have to win the league if you're PSG.
Oh, I don't even consider it a real trophy on his career LinkedIn bio. And I think he won the cup in France as well. But yeah, PSG should just be winning that every single year. It says a lot about Thomas Tuchel as well, really. If Thomas Tuchel doesn't win the league this season, it's like, wow. I think that's a bit of a damning indictment on his career as a manager. If you go to Bayern Munich and don't win the league, go in your first full season
with Harry Kane. Is it the Harry Kane effect?
I don't know. I think he's slowed them down. He's obviously been an incredible scorer at the moment in the Bundesliga, but I think he's slowed them down from when I've seen him in the Champions League. I think he's an old school striker.
I thought it was weird that they kind of said he could stay to the end of the season. Because surely if you... Conor Gallagher off the post. Rory needs to get back, by the way. Cole Palmer crosses the ball into the box. Conor Gallagher's just hit the post from inside the box. Here we go, Rory. Have a look at this. Cole Palmer. Conor Gallagher.
Oh, beautiful little flick. Oh, my God.
And Konate misses the header there.
I'd love
this could be anyone could win this game. Anyone could win this game.
15 minutes left. This is going to get so intense now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it will do. We cut to one of the lads, please.
No. Stay on Buvey single.
Yeah. No, cut to... Yeah, well done.
Buvey. Yes, bro.
Because Arsenal won yesterday, you Billy Big Bollocks, yeah? That won a league title in 20 years.
Gorgeous. Oh, my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Not really worth ducking,
He asked for a single and then walked across both singles. Cheers, Booth. 15 minutes to go here. We could be heading towards injury time. Well, not injury time, sorry, extra time.
Come on, Chelsea, please.
Caicedo.
Really made a good go of this, haven't we?
Liverpool have the most goals domestically in this period of the game.
Yeah. I mean, they've scored over 100 goals. They scored 34 goals in this period of the game, 76 to 90. Like, when you think, like, they've scored over 130 odd have been scored in the final 15 minutes of the game. It shows you just the relentlessness of the side, doesn't it? Oh, God. That's it. Just get it out. Nothing doesn't need to be pretty.
There. Well done. Liverpool getting hit on the counter, though, every time here. And you always get, like, that's a great tackle by Konate. You always get 3 on 3, 4 on 3.
Yeah. There is certainly.
You break with urgency here every time.
Yeah, well, I mean, we are a counter-attacking team. Yes, Connor!
Oh, he just couldn't sort his feet out there because Nico Jackson kind of left the ball to him in the box. Conor Gallagher trying to sort his feet out. Very unlucky.
You know, when you think about this competition, like the League Cup, it's often given a bit of a rough ride, isn't it? It isn't necessarily given the respect it deserves. Like, I think everybody watching this now, whether you're a Chelsea or a Liverpool fan, you're desperate to win it. I don't understand where the theory comes from. Like, people sneery towards it. They don't necessarily rate it. And then you look at the teams that have won it over the years. Apart from that weird final we had. Who was that? Bradford.
Yeah.
Remember Bradford? Was it Swansea, Bradford? Something like that. Apart from that, it's only been big teams, isn't it?
Yeah,
like, it does count. Mate, why do you duck?
It's like one of them dinosaurs in Jurassic Park.
You might as well just walk straight across, though, because...
Remember Jurassic Park?
I'm not going to get around.
You're going
to do your backing.
Yeah?
Because there's no point in ducking, because you still block it.
Did I just block it then?
Yeah, completely.
You have to fully commit to crawling.
Too tall for my own good, lads. What
if you're going to do that.
Yeah, I think you have to crawl.
If you want more videos of Buvey bent over, get on his OnlyFans.
You have one there. You on there?
I probably should. It's a lot of money on there.
Is there?
Yeah. What are you nibbling on?
What are you, copper?
You get a single on Rory nibbling on some nuts.
Not nuts. It's Pret a Manger mango.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Want a bit?
Huh?
Want a bit?
No, I'm good, thanks. No, cheers, mate.
Why are you so interested then?
No, I'm just interested in what you're eating, mate. Yeah. Any chances since I was away?
Conor Gallagher hit the post. Did you see that?
Conor Gallagher, yeah, I saw that. This could be any result now, end to end.
Sonny with
good
the
cup
super
final.
chat says, agree with Adam. If you're offside, you can't interfere. The only argument against that would be that this probably happens every week and isn't given. So consistency. Shot there from Joe Gomez straight down the keeper's throat. We're into the 80th minute now. Big 10 minutes this. Could be about 15. 15,
If
20.
it's extra time, I think
It better not go to extra time.
Liverpool got the experience.
Rather
They got the injuries.
It's out our miseries.
It better not go. Chelsea needs to just win this now.
Imagine it goes to penalties. Have we done a penalty cup final yet on the club?
We've done one before together. We've seen Chelsea play Man City together in penalties.
Oh, why'd you...
What?
Why'd you have to bring that up? Oh, wait.
You won.
I thought you were talking about the Champions League final for some reason. No, what were we talking about?
You beat us in the final of Carabao Cup.
You had a nice roll on that.
You were not on the
for
club.
Champions League final, didn't you?
I don't.
Not on the club. I'm talking about on the club we watched penalties.
No.
For a cup final. No.
Be the first one.
And I'm saying that we've watched one together, though.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
When Kepa Arrizabalaga wouldn't come on.
No, I was there. I wasn't with you.
Oh,
That's a yellow, isn't it?
No. Oh, is he on a yellow?
Yeah, well, you got the yellow.
You did get a yellow for that challenge earlier in there.
To be fair, Caicedo should be on a
Do you
yellow.
think McAllister and Fernandes in a game like this, do you think they go for each other a bit more because of that?
Yeah. You give it a bit more. Remember the English lads?
Yeah.
Just whacking each other up and that. It's horrible, that. Remember Rooney and John Terry going for it just before the World Cup, and then Rooney done his...
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, Rooney nearly cut him in half.
Yeah,
Rooney
yeah.
nearly cut Terry in half.
That was interesting. That.
Yeah.
Like, can you see why they never won nothing?
Yeah.
Hard, yeah.
Rooney is admitted to wearing longer studs for that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was what. Yeah, amazing.
But then they'd done him a mischief
Yeah.
because he'd done his metatarsal. His foot got stuck.
Should've won the
Rooney's
World
getting
Cup.
a lot of disrespect these days. Do you know what he's done? And I don't really know why it has such an impact. Rooney has been honest about Cristiano Ronaldo, and Cristiano Ronaldo has this army of fans that now hate Rooney. You've seen any of it? They're calling him all sorts. It's ridiculous.
The Cristiano Ronaldo fans that I follow are Manchester United fans who just love him, right? I don't follow that kind of... Because there's fans of football nowadays that kind of follow players,
support
right?
the player more than the club, yeah.
What did Rooney say about Ronaldo?
I think he just said Messi's his favourite player. I don't think it was a...
But that is seen even by Cristiano Ronaldo as being a slight, isn't it?
And I think there was like when Ronaldo was at United and Rooney was
Gallagher
being a pundit, I think he was saying, you should be doing better at United or whatever.
Yeah. Gallagher here has the opportunity to take the free kick early, and I think it's Andy Robertson charges across to block it. Gallagher should just take it and let him block it.
But he
doesn't take it.
Konate
got booked for sliding in and handballing it. I don't know how intentional it was.
Van Persie did that once, didn't he? Booted at someone.
No, Van Persie got it booted
at him. Van Persie got it, yeah. And Ferguson came out and went, you could have killed him.
No, not the neck thing. It was another situation.
Are you on about something else?
He blocked it and he got instantly sent off, I think.
I know Bruno did it. Bruno did it to Frankie de Jong when we beat Barca. Just twatted it at him.
Really,
like
yeah.
It's a good idea. Just take the free kick and make the referee make a decision.
That's cool tattoo.
Got Mickey Mouse's hand tattooed on him. Thoughts?
I ain't got any tattoos, mate.
Would you get a tattoo?
Absolute mugs.
Would you get a tattoo if Chelsea won back-to-back Champions Leagues?
We won back-to-back leagues. I ain't got a tattoo.
No.
You?
No.
Oh, you're covered in them, aren't you?
No.
You got a tramp
weird
stamp,
little
innit?
thing on your thigh.
You got a tramp
They're
stamp.
not weird.
It's quite weird for a man to have a tattoo on his upper
He's got
thigh.
one above his bum as well.
What, upper thigh?
It's not weird at all. Each their own. Innit? Everyone looks different,
Yeah, each to their own, but
Yeah, everyone
Each
looks
to their
different.
own, but a bit weird.
I'm sure there's things like you that are quite weird in terms of how you appear.
Loads, just not a tattoo.
I just don't bring them up on stream.
Right. Oh, is it a secret? Sorry.
This is a ridiculous game, isn't it, really? Both sides could have won it.
Yeah! A Gugu! Oh, he should have scored that, surely.
Oh.
He was kind of
Good
just
ball,
dangling
Gusto,
in the
wasn't it?
air.
Clever ball from Gusto. Early, first time, wallop on the volley.
Nah, it's gone too straight, that, hasn't it?
You've had the better chances.
I think that's
really
way too straight.
Trouble is, if this goes to penalties, you make them favourites.
But they got kids on the pitch as well.
Yeah, no fear,
Weird.
though,
You've
innit?
got a weirdly better squad because of injuries, but they've got more experience, but half of them are
Kids
kids.
for penalties is good, man. No fear.
Such a weird
Just twat
final.
it in.
Mm.
I remember Anderson rocking up in Moscow like it was just easy and just smashed it top in.
Anderson, what a player, man, on his day. That's someone that should have really, fulfilled their potential.
Well,
what a player.
Trophies-wise, he did, but I think playing-wise, he definitely
You
did.
should have had 5 more years
He
at
loved
the top. shouldn't
prostitutes.
you? Really?
He had
That's
a
what
lot
they
of
used to sing.
injuries
They
as
used to
well.
sing about him loving prostitutes. He is class with a brass.
He was a great player.
And he shits on Fabregas.
He shits on Fabregas, which wasn't true, but
He did that one game. That season, his first season, 07-08. The Liverpool games, Arsenal games, he was just minting all of them.
Mm.
And there's pictures of him
Good player.
like taking the piss out of
You're
Gerrard.
a Nanny,
and that
wasn't
as
it?
well.
Came from Porto, wasn't it?
Oh, was it the same?
Nanny came from Sporting.
It was a double transfer there, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
we bought them both at the same
day or
time. We
whatever,
bought Hargreaves, Tevez, Nanny, and
That doesn't happen anymore, doesn't it?
and we bought them all before.
Yes,
Chelsea
Connacht, son. Oh, he's got to go round
They
him.
both missed so many chances. This
Gallagher,
game.
he's got to go round him. I think he could just take it round the keeper. The keeper's come flying out, which makes your mind up for you, doesn't it? Go round him. The keeper can only bring you down. It's already the second string keeper.
He hasn't got it in the locker.
He can't bring you down.
He hasn't got it in the locker on his left foot, has he? It's the wrong player in that position. You want Nkuku to do that.
I feel like he just takes it round him there. Like, not. I don't think you have to be Gianfranco Zola to do that.
Yeah.
I thought he could have hit it first time.
Or that. Or anything other than what he did.
You've put it in the keeper's favour there because he's just right on your toes now.
Did well, Kelleher, didn't he?
That's a ball that.
You've
I don't know if this is onside, but Nico Jackson's in.
Jackson.
Konate's done really well there to get back.
Good tackle as well, yeah.
Conor Gallagher! Konate has just kept this final at 0-0. He's onside because he's in his own half.
Miles on.
It's not even a debate whether he's offside.
Why are Liverpool playing such a high
He's got
line?
to take that touch on his knee. He's got to be away from the
Konate
defender.
has done so well.
Such a bad touch. He's got to take it away from
I agree with
Konate.
Buvey. You know, although you're right, Adam, he has done well. I think Jackson has made it as easy as he can make it for Konate.
You don't run in a straight line as a striker. You run away from the defender and you cut across
I think
the
what you
keeper.
do is you cut across the defender as well, because then the defender has no choice but to either bring you down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of young kids coming on now. Robertson off, Shimmercast on, who's not a kid, granted, but you got a few others coming on. McAllister's going off.
The injury crisis really is huge, isn't it?
Once you get past a few subs, scratching the surface.
Now look at this kid,
I'd be honest, not a clue.
I'm double his age.
Hackpole's also gone off.
I'm double his age. Mental.
You got Shimmercast, McConnell, and Dans.
Dans plays for Birmingham.
No, it's not it.
No, it's the old
His
fella.
son is playing in the Championship, though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, weirdly.
Scott Dans.
We've got 6K watching right now. Get hitting that like button. Get subscribing as well, please. We recently hit 180,000 subscribers. We've seen the stats. We know everybody watching isn't subbed. So just do us a little favour. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah. Name some random Birmingham City players.
No, Scott Downs the centre back, but Neil Downs is the one.
Darren Purse, go.
For who are we talking?
Birmingham City. Darren Purse.
Weird players for Birmingham City.
Yeah, Darren Purse, go.
Nicholas Zigic.
Ridgewell.
Oh, yes. Craig Gardner.
Christoph Dugarry.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow. Joe Hart.
Walter Pandiani.
On loan.
Walter Pandiani.
Great shout. I remember going there. We played him Boxing Day. Joe Cole scored a winner.
Yeah.
And I remember Claudio Pizarro scoring up there as well.
Wow.
I went to Birmingham twice. Joe Cole the winner once, and Claudio Pizarro the winner the other.
I once sat undercover in St Andrews and we won 1-0. Cristiano Ronaldo. And then I remember a game at Old Trafford where Beckham dinked the goal.
What, Steve Bruce was manager then?
Might have been McLeish, but I can't remember.
McLeish was the second time. They got relegated. No, it wouldn't have been McLeish. McLeish was 2010.
Would have been Bruce
when they won the League Cup final.
I quite like Birmingham.
How did they win the League Cup final?
Against Arsenal.
It's Arsenal, isn't it?
Oberfine Martin, yeah, and Zigic.
Remember how embarrassing that was? Was it who was on the floor?
No, William
Almunia.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as he celebrates. Amazing.
Cuckoo.
Yeah.
When Cuckoo's made I know he had that chance, but he's made a difference to the team since come on. Chilwell really put him in.
I like Chilwell,
loves
man.
fighting with kids, doesn't he? Scrapping with the ball, isn't it?
He's one of them players you want him on your side.
I don't care who you are, how old you are, you're getting it.
He's a shit house, isn't he?
Oh God, here we go.
You old enough to play
do you know what?
football?
As much as I don't, welcome to men. As much as I don't rate McKola Mudryk, I actually think he's going to leave. This could be the game for him because we're getting him behind, aren't we?
Pace.
Yeah,
big pitch.
The one thing he offers, pace.
You think he'll leave?
Yeah,
he'll leave. Seeing that linked?
Right, no, I haven't seen it linked.
No,
I just can't see how he plays for Chelsea. He's not good enough.
A few of the OGs playing with us said Paul Pesca-Salido.
Pesca-Salido. Hang on, what did he do?
He's married to Karen Brady.
Yes, but what was his goal? Was it at Wembley for
Sheffield United?
Against Seaman.
Yes.
Against Seaman. That was Pesca-Salido. You remember the save from Seaman?
Yeah.
The save at Old Trafford from Seaman.
Semi-final.
Yeah.
One of the best saves in the FA Cup history.
Yeah.
Paul Devlin's another name that's been...
Paul Devlin, yeah.
Who's the Northern Irish keeper?
Mike Taylor.
Mike Taylor.
Funny spelling of Mike.
Robbie Savage.
M-A-I-K.
Yeah. Funny spelling of Mike.
Robbie Savage, another one.
Emil Heskey.
Matthew Hudson, Heskey.
Heskey doesn't get shouted out for some of the
Andy
great
Cole
Premier
was
League
there
strikers.
for a bit. People forget about that.
Andy Cole, he was everywhere, wasn't he, when he left United?
By that point,
Portsmouth, Man City.
Man
Charlton?
City. Charlton, no.
Was he Burnley?
He went back to
Burnley.
Yes. He won the cup with Blackburn.
Blackburn.
Yeah,
Rovers.
beat Tottenham, innit? Beat Tottenham in Cardiff.
Him and Robbie Fowler, wasn't it?
No, I don't think
it was him and Dwight York for Blackburn. He phoned Dwight York and told him to come down to Blackburn with him.
Yeah.
Blackburn should be in the Premier League. I know that.
Yeah,
I disagree. I disagree with that. I think
they want Premier League winners in the league.
Yeah, I know, but Blackburn are less significant than Burnley. You don't really see Burnley as a Premier League.
No,
I know they've won it,
but they won.
I know they've won it, but they only won it because of Jack Walker, didn't they? They won it 1 year. Like Burnley, Blackburn, they're all fairly. There's not much.
Jeff Horsfield, what a name!
Jeff Horsfield. There's not much difference between Oldham and Blackburn. You wouldn't really see Oldham as being a.
That's true. Yeah, I just like seeing the badge as well. The badge is kind of.
I like that. I would say
a classic Prem badge.
Yeah.
Also, going to Ewood Park.
Better than fucking Brentford.
Good away day. They give you loads of tickets. That end behind the goal is massive.
They're in now.
Kunku was off, but he's not.
Let's see what his touch is.
Conor Palmer.
Just give it to someone else. That's what you got to do.
Conor Gallagher.
Mudrik's goal is to give it to someone else.
And he has. He got the pass away.
Fizzed it into him, though, didn't he?
He has to, though, because he has to get through too, doesn't he?
Yeah, that Blackburn have had, like, good eras and iconic players as well, like, over the years.
Remember Steve Keane was the manager? He had no qualifications to be in the Premier League.
Yeah.
That was bad, that.
Atkins.
That was under the Venkies, isn't it?
Venkies, yeah.
Atkins? What was his name? Do you remember? I'm sure they had Atkins as manager.
You're probably right, but...
Nigel Atkins.
I can't think.
How does he look?
Scunthorpe legend, Nigel Atkins.
I can't remember. And then
Southampton.
And then obviously that team that won the league, Mike Newell. That's why they called them Newell's Old Boys.
Siddharth kind of asks on this topic, what clubs do y'all want back in the Premier League?
Wednesday. If I could pick one, Wednesday.
Here we go.
Yes!
And Cuckoo! Great save!
Yeah!
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Mate. How's he just caught it? After all that, he just literally catches it.
4 chances there.
And you're back in.
Mudryk had a chance, Palmer had a chance, and Cuckoo had a chance. All of them had a chance.
Terrible feeling about
Kelleher.
They nick it. Oh, mate. Football's like that.
It's going to go to 96 minutes. This.
Defending.
6 minutes added on.
Safe.
Oh, my God.
He just caught
pinball in there. It was straight
it's
at
like
him.
Pinball, yeah.
He's done well, but it was straight at him.
He's been good today, Kelleher.
Chelsea, with the chances they've had, should be.
Yeah, we should have won the game.
It should have been won.
Yeah, you should have won this game.
There was a super chat which was on about Endo and what we think of Endo, but we'll answer
Been
that
brilliant,
shortly.
hasn't he?
Because there's a corner for Chelsea, whipped into the box. Header. Kelleher has come out. Oh,
got to be careful.
Chelsea, Liverpool on the break. Liverpool on the break. 2 against 2.
Back. Foul him. Just foul him there. Just slow him down. Just foul him.
3 against 4 now.
How have we not gone for a professional
He hasn't got the ball
there?
in the box.
They scored this. Oh my God.
How on earth haven't we gone for the professional
Chelsea got
foul?
enough players back. Well done there.
That's not a foul.
Bit
But they're giving it
naive,
away again on the edge. Caicedo
so
with a
messy.
fantastic
So
tackle.
messy. What
That's
a cup
a foul
final
on
this is.
Palmer if I've ever seen one.
What a cup final this is.
It's a good 0-0 this. Isn't it?
Great 0-0.
Remember
Great
the
final.
United Arsenal one was a 0-0.
We've played. Yeah, that was terrible.
It was a good. It was like a good 0-0.
Wait, no, you're talking about the one in Cardiff?
Yeah.
Was it good?
We battered them. We should have won.
Yeah, they won on penalties, didn't they? Vieira.
Battered them.
What, in the black kit?
Vieira won.
You have the black kit on?
No.
We had the black.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you
Scholes missed the penalty. Vieira's last game.
Vodafone.
Last kick for Arsenal.
Who?
Vieira's.
Yeah, one
He went to
of the
Juve.
cup.
Mudryk trying to get in behind Gomez.
he's in.
Here he's done it,
Oh,
but
he
he's
actually
just
was in.
left the ball behind.
You know, with
actually
him
in.
now, I just.
Liverpool giving the ball away.
This is so messy.
Oh, that's a
foul.
horrible
That's a
tackle on
foul.
Mudryk there by Endo.
Come on, build from
Landed
this.
on his knees.
Oh,
there.
free kick.
Taking it
Free
quick.
kick.
Nah, I thought you should have got men
Should
in
have
the
got
box
people in the
there.
box. I agree. What's the
No.
point in doing that? We could have loaded the box properly.
What have you done there, man?
This is
From
ridiculous.
a similar position to where Liverpool scored from, that
Yeah.
got disallowed. Surely you get men in the box.
Yeah, that's a good shout. He kept it in.
Played Endo.
Oh. How many subs have you made? 2 or 3, and Cuckoo and Mudryk on.
Kunku, Mudryk.
It's going to be about a squad game now. Who can come on and influence the game?
The thing is, that,
30
do you not
minutes.
think that if it goes to extra time, which it's looking like it will, do you not think that it's then got penalties written all over it?
Yeah, most of the time it does, but you never know.
I feel like it's got penalties written. If somebody doesn't win it in the next 90 seconds, I feel like it's got penalties written all over it. We've played against Liverpool at Wembley now for 270 minutes and nobody scored.
That's crazy.
270 minutes of football with no goals.
Why? Because both cup finals were...
Both cup finals are 0-0 and then this is 0-0. Go on. Oh, God, I thought you may have misjudged that. It's a handball.
God. It's been a great cup final, really do.
It's been enjoyable, yeah. It's been intense and lots gone on without there being any real... Do you think it's a lack of quality as to why there hasn't been any goals? Do you think we're missing... Maybe both teams are missing that ruthless goal scorer?
That's a great touch. That's a foul.
Oh, he's done so well there.
How's that not a foul?
He's done so well there. God, that's absolutely brilliant.
Is that Cole Palmer on Konate then? Was that Cole Palmer?
This would have been the last thing
Conor Gallagher.
was
Wow.
extra time with this bench and these injuries and things like that.
That's a foul.
Brilliant work from Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, he just turned Konate inside and out then. I thought it was Cole Palmer.
Look, he's on his own, 3 of them.
Yeah. He's the one player that bleeds your club. Whatever you say, come 10th, 9th, 8th, it doesn't matter.
And these idiots are trying to sell him to Tottenham.
Exactly. Yeah.
To Tottenham as well. Right, come on, do something clever here now. Just please make this result on a save. Like, don't hit it over. Just if the keeper saves it, fine. But just please get whatever you're going to do on target. Oh, you've got to gamble round the back. You've got to go gamble round the back corner.
It's full time. We are going to extra time. Remember, stick with us. We will be here watching Rory and I squirm all the way through. We do not want to see Liverpool lifting that trophy. We've got another 30 minutes guaranteed and possibly penalty shootout. It's 0-0 between Chelsea and Liverpool, but it has been very, very entertaining for the neutrals. We'll go to Rory and get his thoughts soon ahead of extra time. But before we do that, remember, we're sponsored by the guys from Super 6. Thank you very much to them for sponsoring us. It's been an absolute pleasure. They're with us until the end of the season. Give it the club till the end of the season. And they've done exactly that. And you lot can help us as well. Download the link. Download the app. The link's in the description below. Get on Super 6. Join our league. The code's Club23 and get your predictions in every round, because every single round you can win £250,000 simply for playing for free. And not only that, now's the perfect time to get involved, because if no one wins it over the next couple of weeks, then it's going to get rolled over till by March the 25th, I think that date's correct, it could be £1 million. So now's the time to get involved with Super 6. Right then, Rory, you've had a time to think about it, how the last 90 minutes have gone. How are you feeling?
I think we've done really well. I think we've done really well. I think we've done enough to win the game, but ultimately, this is the part of football where it isn't really about talent. It isn't really about skill. This is now. It's going to be 30 minutes of who fancies it, who wants it, who's desperate to succeed, who is going to do everything that they possibly can to make sure that their team reigns supreme. Like, this isn't about who's a better footballer now. This is about heart, desire, all of those things that are very difficult to quantify in football. It's not about is this Liverpool team more gifted than Chelsea. This is about, do Chelsea players want to fight as hard as this Liverpool team? So I really hope that we can display. Well, I mean, we've shown it already today, but I just hope that we can really fight now to the bitter end, because this trophy is there for us, and it changes us. It changes who we are if we win this competition immediately. If nothing else, we're in Europe next year. We don't have to worry about it anymore. We don't have to worry about league position to qualify for Europe. We can win today. We are in Europe.
How would you feel about the manager if he lifts this trophy, and if he doesn't as well? On the flip side, is there a lot to be said about how the Chelsea fan base will feel about him based on the result of this final?
Yeah, I don't think.
Or is that too short-sighted?
I don't think Pochettino's ever really going to be totally ingratiated into Chelsea, into the Chelsea approach. I don't think he is a Chelsea manager. You know, he talks far too often about wishing Tottenham well. He talks far too often about his desires to go back to Tottenham one day. He isn't a Chelsea man. He is a Tottenham man, and he's open about that. So no, I don't think Chelsea win, lose or draw won't really change how I feel about Pochettino. I don't really like him at Chelsea, and we could win the European Cup with him as manager. It won't change the way I feel about him. We had it with Benitez. Like, people call Chelsea fans and me or whatever plastic. You kind of go, well, it's the way that we are about managers. It's the very opposite of being plastic. Like, we hated Rafael Benitez before he came to Chelsea. He came to Chelsea, finished third in the league, won European silverware. We hated him afterwards. Like, People could call it idiotic, but it's not plastic. It's having a principle and sticking to it.
It's quite consistent.
It's the very opposite of plastic, isn't it? It's having a principle and sticking to it regardless. And that's how I feel about Pochettino, really. Pochettino could win 3 European Cups in a row, and I still wouldn't have him as a Chelsea man.
Buvey, you're watching Liverpool's disallowed goal there. Now, as a lover of football and not as
of ladies.
a lover of Liverpool and a lover of ladies.
A lover of ladies.
What's your thought on that when you see decisions like that?
When you give it 20, 30 minutes to review and we're watching it now, it looks so soft, doesn't it? And VAR has got us to the point where every decision in football is a micro decision. Everything's being scrutinised and analysed, and football's being broken down in something almost scientific and empirical. It's an absolute disgrace that that's been ruled off, in my opinion. And VAR has critically ruined football for everyone, in my opinion.
I think I can agree on that, although I disagree with you on this particular decision. Rory, as someone who benefited from the decision, how do you feel about it?
It's very difficult, isn't it? Because as much as I'm really pleased that Chelsea haven't conceded a goal to Van Dijk. Obviously, I'm happy about that. I think we disagree. I don't think goals like that should be ruled out. Mm-hmm. Even if to the letter of the law or even to your perception of it, I think the jockeying around set pieces is part of the game, and doing everything that we can to rule goals out is not really how I like to see football played. However, I am obviously delighted that goal was ruled out. I just wish it wasn't for that.
See, I don't want to. We've been over it. I just feel like it wasn't given for a foul, so it's.
You're allowed to be physical in football and be offside at the same time.
But it's not the...
You'd have to touch the ball to be offside. You can be involved in a game of football and be offside without touching the ball and have an element of physicality.
So what you've said there defends the referees. You've just said you can be offside.
Yeah,
even if you don't touch the ball.
Endo's allowed
That's what
to be marginally offside, not go for the ball, which he didn't do at all, not touch the ball, which he clearly didn't.
But he knew what he was doing.
I don't know that.
That was worked on. I promise you that was worked on.
Yeah, you might be right, don't get me wrong.
That's why it's so good. It's a really well worked set piece.
So if that's the standard,
Endo's onside.
If that's the standard, then every free kick next weekend, Manchester
Derby,
a ball gets whipped in. If Rashford's on the far left, he's not nowhere near the ball.
Well, we suffered from that when Maguire. There was a goal that got disallowed for us, and Maguire flicked it. No, Maguire didn't even touch the ball.
Yeah,
Tomine scored, but he was holding a defender who was in an offside position.
I don't think that's right.
Yeah, interesting.
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird.
I think we already put it to a poll, but it is splitting opinions, and most people do agree with you guys. So there's that. We're back underway in this game for 30 minutes of extra time.
I'll take penalties now.
Really?
I think so.
I could feel the Liverpool team getting a bit leggy out there. They've had a lot of injuries recently.
Yeah, made a lot of changes though. I know it's kids coming. I know it's kids coming on.
So how do they deal with the pressure?
I mean, there's something that you said earlier, which I am inclined to agree with, which is like you were talking specifically about penalties, but I think it's applicable to just their approach. The kids play with no fear.
Yeah,
kids are very difficult.
A weird mixture, isn't it? With penalties,
it could be like Buvey's thing, him against Emma Raducanu.
Yeah.
So like the young Liverpool lads, they don't know what's going on, so they don't mind.
Yeah.
You've got
the older Chelsea lads are crapping it.
Yeah. There's only a few options for Chelsea on the bench. Madueke can come on. He can be a good winger. He's not had a great season. And then maybe Trevor Chalobah for defensive stability if you nick a goal. But then we look at the Liverpool bench, and it's probably even thinner.
Liverpool have made their moves, though, haven't they? Don't you think?
They've made 5 subs. Yeah, you get an extra one these days.
I feel like they've made their moves tactically. Like I don't expect to see any more Liverpool changes. Do you? Is there anyone there that
they've got Quance as a centre back? Come on, Nioni. No,
they really are threadbare.
Lewis Kumas, is he related to the Kumas from West Bromwich Albion? Is it Jason Kumas?
Jason Kumas.
I wonder if he's related to Jason Kumas. That I'm feeling
Kumas
old.
Feels like a popular name. Though.
Jason Kumas.
Kumas, I've never heard of a Kumas.
There's been a few sportsmen with that.
Do you know a few Kumases?
Ball into the box.
Who's another?
Don't let it bounce in the area, mate.
Oh.
Like that's first rule of football. How's Gusto letting the ball bounce in the box? Alliteration there.
Oh. It's a coin flip. It really is.
I hate that. I hate letting the ball
Yeah. But modern footballers want to get it under control, don't they, and play it out from their feet. They don't want to lump it, But you're right.
You're in the box. You're the last man, though.
Yeah, you want to clear it. Of course.
Liverpool come out in this half with a little bit more energy, a little bit more enthusiasm, holding onto the ball a little bit more as well. I think the pressure's on Chelsea. I think Chelsea have almost become the favourites as the game has progressed.
Shocking from Gomez.
We've definitely had the better chances, haven't we? But we haven't taken them. So I guess that kind of puts us a bit of a negative.
Mudryk's interesting though. If Liverpool get on, confidence and they're pushing up and they get hit on the counter attack, but with Mudryk's pace, that's a huge threat for me. Huge threat.
Mudryk.
I know
this is basically the only style of game. There is one genre of football that allows Mudryk to be useful,
decent,
and it's this
half decent.
Big pitch, knackered players, and the opposition pushing up.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect storm for him. So let's
Ball
see
into
him.
the box, well cleared by Chelsea, but only to the edge.
Because Klopp will tell them to try and get the winner now, and you can hit them on the counter attack.
We should
like
be
you
hitting
did in
them
all
on
the big six
counter-attack,
games in the Premier League. You did against City.
Oh my God!
Van Dijk back post.
He's won the header.
Oh my God!
Oh, great save! The young kid there.
Mate,
what's his name?
What a ball was that? Was that Andy Robertson? Who spread it across to Van Dijk? Was that Robertson? I don't know if that's going in. I think it's
a good header by Dans.
That ball.
That is Neil Dan's son, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
I said Neil Dans, and you went
Scott
no.
Dans.
Oh, did I say Scott Dans?
Yeah.
There is a Scott Dans, right?
Yeah, the centre back.
Made up a player.
Jayden Dans, his name is 18-year-old lad. Let's see if you're right.
No, because the Luton manager played against Neil Dans in the Championship and said, "Oh, I've played against your dad."
Did he?
Yeah.
His father, Neil
Rob
Dans,
Edwards played for Blackpool.
Neil Dans
played for
had
Palace.
previously been
Bristol City, Birmingham City,
Colchester, Birmingham City, Crystal Palace, Leicester,
Derby,
Bolton Wanderers, and Bury. Currently assistant manager at Tranmere. Interesting.
Tranmere. They got a weirdly big stadium, Tranmere.
Yeah.
Really
I've
big
been
stadium.
there. Prenton Park.
It's mad that I remember him playing for City and he was only there for 30 games.
Where did Tranmere play?
Prenton Park.
Prenton.
That was all right.
Maguire scored a great goal.
I always doubt myself. People.
I never
make me
doubt you.
No,
I backed you then, mate.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Right, mate.
You did give me a look that didn't necessarily suggest that you did back me.
I just do that in general, mate.
Yeah, I'm unsure about you.
Quizzical. Quizzical. So what? 15 minutes and then 15 minutes, yeah.
So 30 minutes.
For 30 minutes in total.
And 5 minutes has gone. So how many's left?
I'm trying to gauge. It sounds ridiculous. I'm trying to gauge if it was 90 plus the 5. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Oh dear, Dizazzy. Why would you do that? Why? Why would you do that? I don't understand what you're doing. He's offside. He won it. Amazing. I know he's down to the last 3.
Yeah, amazing. Ignore me and Rory. We're talking about something completely different to what we're watching right now. It's 0-0. 6 minutes gone in injury time. 5 minutes and a half.
Why are they pressing up?
Foolish. I know. Two out of the game now.
Someone's coming on for you. Who's that, Ro? Is it Madueke?
Where
are you
I've
looking?
seen someone stood on the sidelines.
I mean, from the players that Buvey read out, our only offensive.
Great tackle.
What a tackle.
Great tackle by Conor Gallagher.
Mate, he's a warrior, man.
He's a warrior, isn't he?
He's Gladiator.
Yes, mate.
He is Boudica.
You're seeing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You are seeing
I'm
it.
thinking of who's famous warriors from the Roman era.
I was watching Gladiator the other day, actually. Because, it's one of those films that I obviously like and I've enjoyed. But I've watched it once or twice and never gone back to it. And I just thought, let me watch it with new old eyes.
It's good to do that.
I love Oliver Reed. In one of my favourite ever films, version of Oliver Twist, he plays Bill Sykes.
Yeah.
And he's in. I think he died on the set of Gladiator.
Yeah. Did he?
Yeah.
Omid Jalili's in it, isn't it?
He died. Oliver Reed is like that old school London actor who was like always boozing and just brilliant. And yeah, he died on the set of Gladiator. But he's brilliant in that film as well. I absolutely love him.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah. I'm feeling a bit rough.
I forgot that Joaquin Phoenix was in it.
Yeah.
And Joaquin.
Wait, say his name again.
Sorry, yeah.
Joaquin.
See, Spanish, Dutch. I shit the Dutch names out.
Yeah. You've been gassing the whole time.
But you want to hear me say
any
Gakpo?
foreign language. Joaquin.
Louis Van Gaal.
Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix over here. Bloody
Joaquin. You must be joking.
Joaquin, baby. One of the most famous actors in the world. Joaquin Phoenix.
What was his brother's name? What was his brother's name?
Yeah,
He died.
yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, he's famous. Guy.
You're all film. Come on,
I'm not all film.
Yeah, you are. You're just giving it a big.
I'm all football.
Come on, you're all film.
I'm pure football.
What's his brother called? Died. Heroin.
Yeah, I know what you're on about.
River.
Yeah, I honestly knew that.
Yeah, I knew I hadn't just said something stupid out loud. Because I went, Omid Jalili's in Gladiator, isn't it? And then I thought,
no,
he's not in Gladiator. You've absolutely he is, isn't it?
Omid Jalili, the comedian.
No, the other Omid Jalili.
Yeah.
I bet there's another. I bet if you go on Facebook, you'll find another.
Of course, on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. So
some weirdos probably just copied his name and used it.
So he does exist.
It's like the name I use, Adam McKola. Like McKola isn't a real name, right? So no one realistically, I should be the only one that uses that.
But are there others?
Isn't it weird?
But there's other people that have just started using it.
That we've all done. Well, most of us have done that. It's really weird. Like the industry's littered with fake names, isn't it? It's so weird.
It's not a fake name though.
Not in a bad way. It's
McElroy Cola.
Yeah.
Shortened down.
Yeah. But it's like kind of stage names.
And I don't hide that name.
No, of course you don't know. Like certain Man United fans.
Well, it'd have to be a Man United fan first.
Ball
to the back post.
Shit.
Oh, side net.
How's he missed that? On his strong foot.
No, I saw the net ripple though.
Got to score that, bro.
Mate, he's got a good game.
You'd want him to score that if he was your player, mate.
Difficult chance to say that. Look at that.
You finished.
Nah.
He had no contact.
And you know what? The defenders put him off a bit as well.
I thought Chilwell was a long way away from him.
He sliced it, mate. It's shocking.
That defender would have.
He actually had time.
He
actually had time to have a touch.
No.
He had time to have a touch.
No, you're right. I think it's poor from Harvey Elliott, I'm saying.
Yeah.
A player of his quality
is
be scoring that.
He had
at
a
least
good game as well.
Target.
Be careful, Blues.
Chilwell's getting into it a lot.
He likes it, Chilwell, yeah.
A proper player. I like
You're
him.
like 18 years old. Yeah, get fuck out of here.
That's how it's meant to be, man. That's how it's meant to be until they can do it. That's how it's meant to be.
I love the story of Giggsy tells it about Robson on his debut. And on Giggs' debut, he's running up the wing.
I'm going to love this already. I'm getting comfortable for this.
Stuart Pearce has absolutely munched him. Might be a different defender, but I think it was Stuart Pearce. Stuart Pearce has munched him and Ryan Giggs is hobbling about like shit or something. Brian Robson goes, drop into central midfield 1 minute. Let me go on the wing.
Oh, right, to give him one back.
Goes over there, just smashes him and says, leave him alone, and then puts Giggs in back.
That's
well, it does nothing wrong.
I love things like that.
It does nothing. It wouldn't have done Giggs any harm to have that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
have done
I
anything.
mean, he got a lot of injuries early on. But yeah, it would have... that would have been good.
That's incredible that you can give that story that he's playing with someone like Robson and then 20 years later he's playing against Messi in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
And he starts
I think
such longevity.
Ryan Giggs' Manchester United career. Ryan Giggs' career. But there was a time until very recently where he'd scored in every single Premier League season.
Yeah.
I don't know why Ryan Giggs isn't given enough respect and love. People look at the numbers, I think, actually. He's a bit Drogba-y. He's a bit Drogba. But I had it the other day. People telling me, Drogba averages 10 goals a season. I'm just like, shut up, man. I'm not talking to you anymore. You're an idiot. I'm just not talking to you.
Yeah. Ball in Liverpool. Oh.
Great defender.
No,
there,
what a fucking clearance.
Straight away, Shimikas deflected.
Oh.
Was that Shimikas? 21? Yeah.
It's horrible. It's just horrible.
It's not like extra time at all, is it? Both sides are going for it. Oh, that's a foul, isn't it? It's a good foul for Chelsea because you've been all. I
don't mind.
Yeah. I think you're growing as a side. I know it's small for your standards as a Chelsea fan, but I see a lot of improvement in this Chelsea.
The trouble is,
the
mate,
cup final against Liverpool. It's not.
No,
it's not easy.
I think you're right. We're turning up here in the way that. But do you know what I feel like we're more comparable to now? Do you remember when West Ham got to the final against Liverpool in Cardiff and they were very unlucky not to win the game?
Oh, is that a foul?
They competed that day.
Yeah,
they did really well and they did their team proud. But ultimately, they were never winning the game. Even when they went 1-0 up when Tim contested.
But I can caveat what I said with the fact that also on the top of that, you've got these young players that have been signed for a lot of money and then they've got the ceiling to go on and be world beaters.
Yeah.
That West Ham side, with Kerbish or whatever, is Paul Conchelsky and all that. It's different.
Yeah.
Giza in the Liverpool end look like Pochettino.
Does Zazie and Colwell look decent? Gusto looks good. Petrovic looks good. Palmer looks good. It's like they're young kids. They can grow with this Chelsea side.
Yeah.
There's a good platform there.
We can. I just don't. Yeah. Look,
as good as you'd expect, naturally.
Do you think Kelleher's one of those that looks great when he's deputising, but if he became obviously Alisson,
no, I think he's good enough to be a number one.
You think?
I think it's brilliant work from Klopp to make him happy enough. Remember, it was 2 years later. 2 years ago, he was the star of the show against Chelsea. Remember the penalties? That was 2 years ago. You would think 2 years later, from that day, if we were having a conversation, we would have gone, within 2 years, that geezer's starting Premier League football somewhere. And somehow Liverpool have created
there's been a lot of
goalkeepers,
like for example, at City as well, where great backups, great understudies, but if you put them in at number one, could things change a little bit?
Chris Kirkland.
Chris Kirkland.
Chris
He
Kirkland.
had one cap for England.
Chris
He was
Kirkland.
excellent for
He was
Wigan.
quite happy. Kirkland,
Wigan,
yeah,
where
Wigan.
he made his name.
Chris Kirkland would have been like, he was a great
Proper cap
deputy.
goalkeeper, him,
Great deputy for Dudek,
Yeah.
but never Dudek.
Good keeper. Tall as well. I've met him once. Huge.
You met Chris
But
Kirkland?
even you take
Yeah,
05
met him
out of the
in
equation for
Tranmere.
Dudek, and he's questionable for him.
He's on the board at Tranmere.
If you take out that Champions League,
Yeah.
dude, there was a lot of I remember I'd fancy a mistake out of Dudek every now and then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He did have that.
There's one of them.
Yeah,
Did you ever look at the clip when he was the final penalty save?
When he's off the
But
line.
Forlan was him, wasn't it?
He's about 6 yards off the line. Yeah.
I was like,
He's about 6 yards off the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
why do AC Milan
Nowadays,
fans moan about that?
They probably do. Yeah,
They did, they would have.
In Italian.
In Italian, you don't
You would
find
have.
it.
Yeah. But you know what happens? Especially the winning penalty. Once a team's celebrating around you and that,
Just get on
and
with
you
it.
go into the
Yeah.
referee's off. the
Yeah,
line,
yeah,
the
it's
ref is
over.
like-
It's over. They're celebrating.
Ref's just gone like this.
Yeah.
But now I'm
yeah,
going,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
they do.
What can I do, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, Shevchenko, isn't it? It always cuts very early when I see the replay of that. Come on, Mudryk. Quality.
Ball in. Oh, can't you beat the
Come on,
first man?
Mudryk. Quality hits
100
first
mil.
man. Chilwell back in. Konate back out.
Got to be
Liverpool
careful
on the
here
break. Oh, he's left the ball. You're lucky there. Chimikas never got hold of that.
Do you know when the penalty's saved, Shevchenko runs up to the ball and is about to boot it, and the camera always cuts.
Great
I've
run.
no idea where
Great
that
run.
ball ended up. Did it end up in the net? Did it end up in the fans? Where did he kill it?
He boots in the net.
Smash. Great
Is that where
tackle
it
from
goes?
That's what I
Enzo.
think, yeah.
Here we go. Palmer. Caicedo. Who somehow still hasn't been booked.
Must have been booked. Has he not been booked even? He ain't been booked.
You know, Scott Carson was on the bench for that Champions League final, and then he was on the bench 20 years later for Man
Yeah.
City.
05 for Liverpool.
Yeah, he was on the bench. So
With
weird.
Kirkland. Well,
No, he was next season. I think he got.
Oh, was he?
Smashed across.
Chelsea?
And Cuckoo in the box. Crowded out. Blocked by Van
Never thought
Dijk.
we talk about Chris Kirkland so much.
Name random goalkeepers you remember from back in the day, Premier League era.
Eric Torsved.
Matt Poom.
Eric Torsved. Mark Poom.
Mark Poom.
Shea
Mark
Given, is
Poom.
that
He's
too
out
random?
already. Nah, Shea Given's not obscure.
All right.
Tim Flowers.
Jan Steichkow. Hang on, I've gone Eric Torsved and Jan Steichkow, and you've gone Shea Given.
Yeah, you can't go Shea.
Eric Torsved.
Also, cut
Jan
to,
Steichkow.
Stuart Taylor.
Stuart Taylor.
cut to Booth next time he has a bite of his banana.
No, don't do that,
How
Will.
many bananas
Yeah.
one boy eat?
Have some editorial standards, man. Stuart Taylor. He's
Yeah.
Arsenal. I
You like
think
that
he's an
guy?
invincible.
Super bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Is Richard Wright obscure or is he not obscure?
Cole Palmer.
No, you're spot on with that.
Richard Wright's decent.
Richard Wright obscure?
John Ruddy.
We're
One cap
up-
for England.
That's
Do you know?
too
Do you know?
recent.
I was so looking forward. Do you know Chelsea were going to sign him once, and I thought it'd have been so good because I was all ready to get this going on the terraces. You know, Pharrell on the terrace. You know how we always say, like, if you can get Lady Gaga on the terrace or whatever. I think I had Pharrell on the terrace. We're up all night for John Ruddy. We're up all night for John Ruddy.
That's not Pharrell. Oh, it's Pharrell Daft Punk, you mean? Yeah. Yeah, spot
What's
on,
that?
mate.
Get lucky.
Spot on.
Mm.
Okay.
Can we do players with one England cap trivia?
David Nugent.
Michael Ricketts.
Joey Barton.
Chris Kirkland. Obscure goalies is a good one.
What was that?
Steve Ogrizovic.
Gabor Karayi.
Steve Ogrizovic.
Remember the tracksuits
Yeah,
used
the
to wear?
tracksuit.
Gabor Karayi.
Gabor Karayi. Palace, right?
Yeah. Oh, ball.
Martin Fulop.
Shame that.
Martin
good
Fulop's a
shout.
good one.
It's a
Mate,
good
all right,
shout.
I'm gonna say a club.
not
You've
live
got to say an obscure goalie. I'll say a club. You say an obscure goalie.
Yeah.
Sunderland.
Thomas Sorensen.
No, he was at.
Stoke
Was he
City.
there? Was he not Villa?
Sunderland?
Stoke City.
He was at Villa as well.
Sunderland first, right?
I thought he was at Stoke City.
Have I got that one wrong? Was it Stoke?
I remember him at.
These are delicious, man. Okay.
Mate, how can you eat so many bananas? I never know anything like it.
So I'm not eating junk food anymore.
But are you eating
That's
other
cool,
things
Yeah.
as well?
Boovy's really fun to go on
I was
holiday with.
eating
You
fucking-
should...
Yeah, but when we go, if we do another poker
He
trip
came
in the
over to
future,
me. He came over to me in that trip, right? When we were in the party, he came over to me.
In
and he
the-
went,
in a party,
he,
by the
he
way.
went like this in a party, and he went, "I just wish I was drinking." And I went, "Drink then." He went, "No, I'm not drinking." I was like, "But why? Like, for what reason?" It's like, "I'm just not drinking. I was doing dry January." I went,
No, I'm doing
February.
75
Yeah.
days. I'm doing 75
Yeah.
days. So March
75
15th.
days of boring the shit out of your mates. Thomas Sorensen did play for Sunderland.
Ask a shout then. Portsmouth.
Sunderland was his first
"What?
English
Obscure
club.
goalies for Portsmouth."
Yeah.
Shaka,
Oh, yes.
Shaka Hislop,
Wow.
Great goalkeeper.
Shaka
Got me
Hislop.
there, yeah.
Portsmouth, another one for Portsmouth. David James ain't
That's-
obscure.
No, you can't go, James.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Could you obscure players for Portsmouth, couldn't you? But goalkeepers, I only think of James.
Who did they sign? They signed a top footballer, Prozinecki. That's what I was thinking. You know, like smoking. Remember Robert Prozinecki?
I don't remember him.
It's half time, by the way.
Wow. No, Robert Prozinecki.
Someone spelled the name wrong, but Pavel Cernacek is a great
Pavel Cernacek used to wear a wig. Newcastle.
And Sheffield Wednesday.
Newcastle. He used to wear a wig. He had a syrup in goal. He did. He had a syrup of fig on.
Really? Why'd you put it in my hair?
No, I didn't.
Why you put his hair?
No, I didn't point at anybody's hair. I pointed. I was
my hair in
demonstrating.
general? No. You just put it in my hair.
I pointed it.
No. Take that back, man.
I'll take it back then.
What were you saying when you pointed at his hair?
Pavel Cernacek wore a syrup.
Yours looks more like a wig than mine.
No, but you're not wearing a wig. I don't think you're wearing a wig. How have I done this?
Mine's not a wig.
I'm not wearing a wig, lads.
Is that what you're doing? Make it tight. Oh, it's not a wig. Yeah.
Shit!
Does it? Yeah. Mate, do you know? I watch lots of fights on Twitter because that's what gets sent to me now.
Your algorithm's so messed up, by the way.
Yeah, lots of fights. And I saw a fight, and these two girls were having a fight, and one girl pulled off this other girl's hair, and it was have you seen it? That's terrifying.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah. Always go for the hair, don't they? That's the big fight tip, innit? You go for the hair.
I don't understand how anyone, it's so
Joe from Stretford Paddock has messaged me to say Mike Taylor. Rare goalkeeper.
M-A-I-K.
We already spoke about him earlier.
Mike Taylor,
yeah. Second time we've spoken about him today, Joe.
I think the most obscure, I don't want to give myself an award, but Jan Steichkow has to be the most obscure Premier League goal. No one is.
Oh, no, who that is.
No one is beating, save QPR. No one is beating Jan Steichkow. Or maybe, do you remember Eric Torsved?
Yeah, I remember that name.
Yeah.
Paddy Kenny.
Of course, yeah. Paddy Kenny was doing a
underrated keeper, man.
He's mental on Twitter.
A bit of a prick, yeah.
Really?
He's become a bit of a prick, yeah. He had a pop at me once, something like, he started quote tweeting me.
For Kwanzaa.
I was like, I'm not getting involved with this idiot.
Paddy Kenny?
Yeah.
It's because he sees you
doing the work that he should be doing.
that he should be doing.
Really? Yeah. That's what he would believe.
Like he sees him.
The fact that he's fucking illiterate would make it.
You know, Joey Barton does live streams now. And he gets beaten near post, despite the fact he's about 6 foot wide.
Okay, now, while we're on this topic, can I just say, did you ever think in your life you'd be in a position where you'd be A, ignoring Paddy Kenny, B, even entering his, and three, just cussing him out?
I had it with him.
I went AB3, ABC. Yeah.
I know. I had it with him. I had it with, do you remember he played up front for QPR? He was quite a good player, actually. Played for Southampton and QPR. Game, Southampton, QPR, centre forwards, go.
Bobby Zamora.
James Beattie.
Charlie Austin.
Oh, yeah.
I had it with Charlie Austin as well. Charlie Austin's like quote tweeting me, going, "These blokes are working."
Yeah.
I was like, bro,
about what?
He's the one who had the squeaky voice in that interview, isn't it?
Yeah.
They played Part Life underneath him, right?
Yeah.
The best one
I had
for
it
that
with
was
Jason
that
McAteer once.
Did
I
you?
loved it. I did a video.
He was a good player.
Based saying "fuck Jason McAteer," which probably did it.
He was he was a good player. He's famously thick. They used to call him Rodders, Trigger.
He was part of that
96 team.
96 team.
And the Ireland team that went at World Cup.
Because when Man United were coming through and we obviously won the double that year, they were getting spoken about in a similar breath, if not better.
That team, that Liverpool team, they could have easily won the league. I think they lost the league by a point. They were a brilliant team. You know, like when people go, Liverpool didn't really get into the league. It was Redknapp, Fowler, Stan Collymore. It was a brilliant team. It really was. Pardon?
Razor Ruddock.
Ruddock
may have been there, but not
maybe
playing.
A year later. But it was because it had a very fine blend of like a lot of the older Liverpool that knew about winning. Like Barnes was still knocking about there. I think maybe even Ian Russ was still about. But then it was like this new crop of players that were just
they were allowed to believe their own hype though. Like you see the Spice Boys stuff and all that. Like
yeah.
Like, it's a great team though.
Yeah.
It was a great.
It should have been better. It should have obviously. Man United won it, but
got space here. Chelsea got space.
That's a yellow card.
That's a foul.
That's a yellow card.
That's a foul, man.
See, that would be a blue card, wasn't it? That's what they say would be the blue card.
That's pathetic. Imagine how complicated this would be now.
Well, suddenly they just put 10 men.
Then he's running off the pitch, and when
you have to go sit on the side on a bike.
What if that happens?
You're off then, aren't you?
1 minute before penalties.
I think you'd still be allowed to take.
I bet that bold guy hasn't thought about that. The guy who runs FIFA.
I think hasn't thought about that.
The idiot,
Infantino.
Has he thought? What if after
also,
the sin bin 1 minute before?
Didn't want it. It was kind of discussed.
They didn't want it. So who's doing this then?
Yeah, I thought it was them.
No, it's one group that have. Who was it, man? IFAB. It was IFAB who suggested.
They're ruining football, man.
It was IFAB who suggested it, and the guys at FIFA, UEFA. I say the guys like they're my mates.
The guys at FIFA.
Yeah, they got one thing right, and they said no.
Yeah. Do you know who's quite bad news for this? This isn't me like having a pop at his contribution to the game or whatever, but do you know who's bad news for football in his like new role? Wenger.
Yeah.
Go on.
Chelsea got opportunity. That's the right ball, though. That's the right ball.
Here we go.
Give it back to him. Oh, Madueke.
Oh, that's so bad.
Sometimes I feel like this happens to us a lot. You feel like you get these chances where you've got a chance to create.
Chelsea got it. Mudryk, imagine he scores.
He has to score. No,
What's
that's
he
the
doing?
Going?
Oh my God.
Where are you going, mate?
Running away from goal. A new Mudryk tactic.
Do you know
You have these chances where you never get a shot away, but it's like such a clear chance, and you're like,
do you know there's a horrible feeling, and I think most football fans will empathise with this. When there's a player in your team who, when they get a chance, you don't react as you should.
Yeah.
So you know when Sergio Aguero picked the ball up for you, you go, oi, here we go. Yeah. When Rooney picked the ball up for you, you go, oh, here we go.
yeah.
And then there's when Mudryk picks the ball up and you kind of go, oh,
It will be
yeah.
all right. Don't stay up.
Yeah. Sit down, mate. It's Mudryk. Come on. Do you know what? I know that's very unadventurous from Gusto finding the keeper, but I've got no issue with it now. I think I kind of take penalties now.
Someone
Can't
mentioned
lose
Paul
it
Dickoff
now.
in the chat.
Paul Dickoff?
Yeah, someone mentioned him in the chat. Gotta say, the most surprisingly nicest guy.
Oh yeah, he's loved.
Football.
He's loved by City fans.
No, I
He was a good player.
I know he's loved by City fans,
but he's loved in terms of how he reacts to them now. Like he's
and
part
also
of the setup now.
you recall him as just being a guy chasing after people, just shouting at them and that, and like met him and he was so nice.
Yeah,
played football with him.
I think a lot of the time the person when they cross the white line compared to the person
It's
off
like me.
Like, I remember. No, you're generally quite aggy on and off. but do you know I met Mark Hughes once when I was a kid, and he was like incredibly softly spoken and like just really really nice. Mark Hughes, one of the best players that have played for Chelsea up front, but also one of the filthiest.
Yeah.
But off the pitch, like really mild mannered, like quite a loving, calm man.
Amazing,
and
amazing
incredibly
player.
underrated as a player.
Amazing. Look at his goals in the Cup Winners' Cup final for United in 91.
Also went over to Barcelona and was brilliant. I remember a volley he scored against you in 94 at Wembley against Oldham. Brilliant goal.
No need.
Oldham.
Yeah, they played Oldham in the FA Cup semi-final. And obviously Chelsea were already in the final. We'd beaten Luton. We'd beaten Luton in the semi, so we're in the final. We're looking at the Man United team thinking, God, we don't want to play them. They're good. We've beaten them twice that year already, actually. But we were desperate for Oldham to win it. We would have won the cup.
But when you say Oldham,
and Oldham were 1-0
where are they now?
in the 95th minute, and Mark Hughes scored a wicked volley.
It's like Millwall got to the FA Cup.
Yeah, Dennis
great
Wise.
run from Gusto.
Dennis Wise and Jody Morris.
Tim Cahill.
Yeah, Jody Morris, man. That was in Cardiff, wasn't it? God, but that was a fun day out.
Oh!
Get it! Oh!
Who was that with the shot, Madueke? Yeah.
Madueke.
10 minutes to go in this extra time.
It's a bit of a scuffer, but the deflection could have done it. He did well, Kelleher, didn't he?
This is going to pens.
Do you think
Have we got a pens graphic ready? I bet we haven't.
Do you think Kelleher?
No, of course not.
I love how you're saying that on air. Yeah, we probably ain't even got that.
And what he said on there. I bet we haven't.
But it's never been.
What would you want? Like a little ball goal?
You need 5 dots that can go green or red, innit?
Green or red, usually. Yeah.
We could just put the score as it happens.
I'll do it. And then that's a miss.
And what's a goal?
That.
How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that 10 times?
We do actually need to think about that.
Yeah, but you need
screen, and then Will's going to screenshot it and put it in the chat. So then the screenshot moves along like still motion, stop motion.
You're an incredible man.
That's right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Liverpool win.
Well done, Chilwell.
Tackle.
That good game, Chilwell.
Oh. Come on, the Reds.
Shut up, you big doofus.
Come on, you Reds.
I love it. I love his version
Keep
of You'll Never
the red
Walk Alone.
flag flying.
Labour.
Go on. Think You'll Never Walk Alone, go on.
Yeah, you don't know the tune.
Just because you can't sing, don't talk about my fucking ability.
No, your version, man.
Stay to your own lane, Adam. I can sing, you can't.
No, let's hear the rendition again. I like your tune to it.
You'll never walk alone. That was right.
What was the bit of like? There was a bit of.
Do you know the words?
Soul trying to creep out.
Do you know the actual words? Sing some of them.
You'll never.
No, but
alone.
Do you know the words that aren't the title of the song?
Yeah, of course I do.
Do you know any of them? Say any of them. How does it start?
It goes something like Liverpool, something. You'll never walk alone.
Say one word.
I don't know. Okay?
If I start you off,
You go.
So when you walk,
when you walk
Through a storm. Then what?
Yeah, now you're just singing the whole song for him.
No, that's it now. Right, I've started you off. Now what?
No, I can picture it, but I can't. Yeah, I can picture it.
I can picture those words.
Can someone comment what they are and I'll sing them? But if you don't comment, leave a super chat, £100 super chat, and just for me, and I'll sing it.
Liverpool, edge of the box.
Oh, just for me.
Shimmercast with the shot saved. Yeah, those are the lyrics. Wise men say only fools rush in.
What's next?
Is that a lyric?
It's a lyric from a song. But what song is it from?
Wise men say only fools rush in.
But I can't help.
That's from like a sitcom or something.
But I can't help.
That's not a real song.
Hey, of course it is.
Because a real song, you lunatic.
Not only is it...
Why do you care? I'm being a Liverpool fan in this situation.
I thought you were a better muso than this. Wise men say only fools rush in.
Culture and all this stuff.
I can't.
Oh, you like uncultured. You don't watch that.
I've only been to Anfield a couple of times. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, we saw that as well. Remember that?
No,
why are you bringing that up? You melt.
Riyad Mahrez.
When you... Yeah. That was my favourite Buvey moment.
Yeah, that was bad, man. Do you know how bad it was? It was because it meant so much as well.
Wise men say...
We should have won the league with 102 points.
Wise men say only fools rush in.
I don't know what do you want? What do you want?
Heathen. Absolute heathen.
What do you want?
Elvis has sung it.
Sang it.
Yeah.
Pet Shop Boys have sung it.
Yeah.
So what is it?
Yeah. Huh?
So what is it?
Well, you go then.
We know the answer.
You're a trained actor.
He's going to Chris Tarrant, who wants to be a millionaire. He's going, what's the
what
answer?
Is it then?
He's going,
what is it
then? You go on.
You can do that on the new one, can't you? You can ask the host, what's his name from Top Gear, and someone did that once on 250 grand. He was like, "Yeah, I'm sure it's this answer." You got it wrong.
Yeah.
Well, what's his name?
He never gets the percentage.
What's his name?
Paxman.
Chelsea fan.
Not Paxman. What's his name?
Jeremy
Clarkson. Clarkson got it wrong. He's like, "I got it spot on, lads."
Would a Liverpool quadruple, including the Europa League, be more impressive than City's treble?
No. Get out of here. They're in the Europa League on a Thursday night with Pat Nevin on comms. Get out of here on Channel 5.
Any Pat Nevin slander gets your mic.
No, not in a bad way, but he's on...
If I hear any
He's
word,
on Channel 5, isn't he? He's on Channel 5.
Ah! Great save! It's going to go in that!
How's that not gone in?
How was that not gone in? It was a back post header from, I think, Harvey Elliott into the path of it. Looks like Endo.
Gusto, man.
And Dan's couldn't quite get there. The defender's done well to keep him off his back, but the keeper has smothered it.
That's a good header.
It's hit the post.
It should be maybe across the goal.
Chilwell's done well not to put that in, you know. And
Gusto's
whoever that
asleep.
is it
Disasi and Colwell.
They've done really well to not stick that in their own net.
What a final this is.
How many times have post been struck?
Must be 4.
God dear,
I think you've got one chance.
That's why you just got to get to. You've just got to get to penalties now.
You know, Mudrik's going to sky it, and that'll be the end of your rag.
If Mudrik misses the decisive penalties, you never play for the club again. You shouldn't ever play.
He'll play next week. Do you know what I mean? Like,
will Mudrik be there next season?
No.
What makes you so confident on that?
Because he's a terrible footballer. No. I haven't heard any rumours. I'm almost trying to speak it into existence.
Oh, you are the rumour.
I'm the rumour mill. Yeah.
I did that once.
I'm the rumour mill.
So make the rumour up now.
The rumour is Mudrik to Dortmund. Is that believable?
How much?
No. Dortmund?
50 million?
No, mate.
Okay,
Al Nazir.
Help me create.
Al Nazir.
No, he's too young.
People at home,
help me create this rumour.
Let's create a rumour. So you guys at home are needed for this. OGs at home, we're going to tell you what to do next.
I feel like Dortmund.
He looks like a Dortmund player.
Buvey disagrees, so we've got to listen to Boo because I feel like Dortmund makes a lot of sense. You know, they've taken Sancho, they've taken.
Yeah.
Mate, if it doesn't work, help me.
I know what you're trying to say.
Okay, so not Dortmund. Where?
Tottenham.
Not Italy. It can't be Italy.
Tottenham.
I think it's Eredivisie. You know, I think it's like
Tottenham too good for him.
20 in Eredivisie.
No, I think it's Spain, Italy.
Yeah, like.
And Germany. I think Dortmund's the one to me, you know. He looks like a Dortmund player.
I felt Dortmund was a good shout. But if not, okay, let's
He looks a bit Marco Reus,
the second biggest club in Germany.
Yeah, exactly.
There's an argument they're bigger than Chelsea. There's an argument.
Exactly it.
Exactly.
So you think
Premier League clubs loan them players all the time?
In terms of the standard, they're a Champions League club right now. Do you know what I mean? They don't go to Dortmund. I'm not
Where's he going? Mykhailo Mudryk to Juventus.
I believe no.
Roma.
FC 20.
No, Boo. He's not
that bad.
Yeah.
That's not his next move. His next move's a decent move.
Mate.
But you know Haller came to West Ham, yeah?
No.
Struggled at West Ham.
But Haller weren't 100 mil.
No, he didn't.
I said Haller weren't at 100
Haller
mil.
wasn't on. Okay, but he went to Ajax, didn't he? Then he went to Dortmund. I think he needs a stepping stone. Can't go straight into another competitive.
Yeah, Dortmund is a stepping stone.
Twente, you've picked. Not only have you picked the Eredivisie,
Liverpool header goal. Van Dijk. They won't rule this one out, will they? One? I hope they do, but they're not gonna.
They can't rule that out. It's a perfectly good goal.
Oh, it's the same goal again.
Free header.
Liverpool surely won the cup in the dying stages.
Oh, mate. That's like physical pain. How's he done it again?
Yeah.
How's he done it again?
At this time of the game, you're almost expecting it to just fizzle out into penalties, isn't it? And Liverpool have kept going for it.
The warning sign was there as well. They hit the post a minute ago.
He's been superb today, Van Dijk. Flares on the pitch, great.
Yeah, Flair's had a lot.
You'd have thought that they would have done all their flares the first goal disallowed. Do you know what I mean?
No, because they'll be saving them for boxing about with the cup and all that, won't they?
Final whistle, yeah.
I think if you support like Palace or someone, you're at cup final, you're like, right, we've got to get rid of all our flares before we're 2-0 down.
Yeah.
I don't think Liverpool fans
do it during the bye with me.
Yeah. I don't think the Liverpool fans think that.
It's coming from deep and no one's marking him. Is that zonal mark? We've
done it again. We've done it again. You know,
really
Adam, you know everything that you said before about Van Dijk having the room because of the foul endo. We had that debate. It isn't, is it? Because it's happened again. I don't know if we're...
This occasion, there's too many men.
Like, Dizazi seems to be chasing him, but he seems to be miles behind him. Like, with Van Dijk, isn't Van Dijk such a threat that it's Pochettino's responsibility to put... Don't you put two on him?
Yeah, and someone tracking
like one in front, one behind. You know that old style defending? You go one in front, one behind. He's literally...
Yeah. He's got a free header against a zonal marker, and one of them's Mudryk. Guy's 6'4".
Go on, son.
Oh. Chelsea have got
handball?
Minutes remaining. If that, we'll see how long's added on. He's told them to wait a minute there.
Who? The ref?
I've seen him do that. I don't know if it's to look. No, never.
They're not checking that, are they?
It's his head.
Idiots, man.
It's brave. It was actually a brave thing to do.
Yeah. He's been immense if they keep a clean sheet. You know what I mean?
For Van Dijk.
Yeah, he's clean sheet in a final.
And 2 goals.
3 minutes added on.
Basically 2 goals.
There are 3 minutes added on.
I suppose it's only 30 minutes.
You'll get yellow for that, knowing this guy.
3 minutes added on. Raw.
Mate, this just isn't who we are. Like we go to Wembley and win. That's who Chelsea have been over the last 30 years. And now we must have broken a record. What is that now? 6 consecutive cup final defeats. 6.
2 against Liverpool.
3 under Tuchel.
3 against Liverpool.
Because of Leicester. Remember Brendan Rodgers?
Leicester City.
Was it Tielemans?
Tielemans scored a great goal.
So you got that today, obviously. That's 4. Arsenal done us. Do you remember Aubameyang against Kurt Zouma?
Yeah.
Liverpool beat them 3 times, bro. There was 2 finals last year, 1 this year.
Hang on, didn't Arsenal do us? Have Arsenal done
Not last year, 2 years ago.
2 times. 2 years ago.
Lukaku's
2 years ago, we played twice.
Oh, it was 2 years.
2 years ago, we played both cups.
They're going for the quadruple last 2 years.
Oh, yeah, shit, because you won the FA Cup in that last year. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, 6 in a row then. So your last cup final win at Wembley is what?
Gusto into the box.
Chelsea
have had so many chances today.
We beat Manchester United. Hasn't
even that.
In 15, Terry scored. We beat Tottenham. In 18, Hazard scored. We beat Man United.
Petulance there from Palmer.
Do you know what? Do you know what else this is as well? Oh my god.
Go on.
This is. Do you know what this is? And I don't even want to go there yet, but. This is Pochettino. This is what happens when a Tottenham manager goes to Wembley. They turn up and they're valiant losers. Didn't they play well, but they get beat? This is who we are now. You turn up and you get beat. I said it before the game. There's no way that Pochettino outthinks and outworks and gets it right when it comes to Pochettino versus Klopp. Yeah. Pochettino versus Klopp isn't even a fight. It isn't even a conversation. There isn't even any jeopardy.
Gary Neville has apparently called them £1 billion bottle jobs on commentary.
Yeah, Gary Neville's spot on. Gary Neville's right. Is that no?
There's about 1 more minute.
It isn't about these players though. The players didn't we bought Chalobah on recently, didn't we? That's such a negative thing to do. Surely
it was a game you did that recently where you shot up too
that
early.
Was the worst.
It was like
that was against you.
City.
Against you.
Yeah, Rodri, of course. Too negative.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. You just got to get the ball in the box. Put Dizazi up front and hope for the best.
Ball at the moment.
Put Dizazi up front and hope for the best, surely. Isn't that the tactic here?
Well, yeah.
That's
you
Chelsea
can't even
ball.
get it out of your half at the moment.
You got 30 seconds, really, give or take. Oh. Or at least we didn't need a graphic for penalties.
Fuck off, man. Just fuck off.
Do you still? We can't even start that Mudryk rumour anymore now. It's a bit flat in here.
Win it! Fucking Mudryk getting his little fucking locks out of the way.
The game's over.
Oh, mate.
Jurgen Klopp has won the League Cup in his final season as Liverpool manager. 1-0 to Liverpool over Chelsea after 120 minutes. Van Dijk with the goal as well.
Will,
Rory.
turn the telly off, please. Mate, the thing is, do you know what this now means? Do you know what this actually represents? Chelsea, since 2005, so 2000 to 2005, we didn't win anything. Since 2005 to today, Chelsea have never gone 2 years without any silverware. We've had the odd year where we haven't won anything, but we've always won the next year. Like, if you think about it, from 05, 06, 07, 05 we won something, 06 we won something, 07 we won something, 08 we didn't, 09 we're back, 10 double, 11 didn't, 12 Champions League, FA Cup, 13. Yeah. We've never ever gone 2 back-to-back years. These pricks have taken over the club, and in their first 2 years, we haven't won anything.
Nothing.
Can you believe that? Like, look at that. That record is amazing. We haven't gone 2 consecutive years without silverware. These American venture capitalist billionaires have taken over the club, and their first 2 years we haven't won anything in either year. They have broken a record that was built in 05, started in 05. They've been at the club 2 years. They have a 100% record of winning nothing. It was impossible not to win anything at Chelsea.
This is me trying to wind you up. I'm just trying to further the debate here about Chelsea. They spent a lot of money on players that a lot of fans would have wanted. Is it not the players' managers' fault to blame? Or is it the culture that's being set at the club?
Because, look, fans can have a tendency and like a propensity to equate money being spent with good ownership. But I don't think Chelsea fans have done that. I think Chelsea fans have looked at the amount of money being spent and gone, this is crass, this is idiotic. Why on earth are you spending this ridiculous amount of money on a player like Mudryk, for example, who nobody had heard, I had never heard of? Nobody wanted that methodology. If Chelsea are going to spend £1 billion, I don't mind if they want to spend £1 billion on my club, fine. But if you spend £1 billion on Chelsea, make sure Harry Kane's leading the line. Not a geezer who's had a purple patch at Villarreal for the last 10, 15 games of the season. Like, you spent £1 billion. You've got £250 million on 2 midfielders. £250 million, 2 midfielders. Is that what Chelsea need exactly? No. Do Chelsea need Mudryk? How can you spend that amount of money on Mudryk, which is what, 80 odd? How can you spend that amount of money on him? The geezer's never played in a competitive league. So it isn't about how Chelsea are spending money and these owners are spending money. It's about the way that they're doing it and this ridiculous process of only buying kids and throwing them in the deep end and trying to hope that they can increase the value of the club. Chelsea will now go 2 consecutive years without silverware under this ownership, and it's ownership that is all built on venture capitalist American billionaires who have come in and tried to change the club from the inside out. They've ripped up everything that occurred before.
Do you think there's a platform of getting to a final? Is there any positives where there's a platform where the owners can look at, say, in the summer, we're going to sign players with more experience, get maybe a manager that needs to have a bit more experience than Pochettino, who I think was a little bit outclassed today. Is there at least some platform of getting to a final?
Okay, do you know what? I'm going to always be tribal about this. And I do have a registered disliking of Mauricio Pochettino. Let me ask you the question. Do you think there's anything positive in it for Chelsea to get to a final? Like, is there any glory in us going, do you know what? We got to a final. We can be valiant losers. We're a little bit Tottenham here. Tottenham got to the final of Champions League.
Pochettino needs to win this final, mate. Pochettino needs to win this final. Chelsea Football Club needed to win this final, I think, even more than Liverpool because of their recent success. And you've not won anything, as you say, for a couple of years. The players of a certain age category, I think there's a slight positive with Dizazi had a good game, I thought, and Colwill, but they're light positives compared to losing the game.
I know you're focusing on Chelsea at the moment. Does it sting a little bit more when you see someone like Jurgen Klopp and what he's been able to do with maybe... I know he spent some big money on some individuals out there, but today we're looking at a team that, Conor Bradley, I thought was their best player, young lad that's come through the academy. You're seeing Dan's come on, all these young players, and you're seeing him being able to win trophies, yet you've got a club that's just spent, and I talk about Man United the same way, spend so much money yet unable to...
The other thing is that, right, so you can focus on the kids for Liverpool, and I think We should do that. We should acknowledge the contribution of the kids. But do you know what else I think is very important, particularly when you juxtapose it with Chelsea and we're talking about spending money? The reason they won today was obviously the kids, obviously the team effort, obviously the brilliance of Jurgen Klopp, but also the incredibly astute acquisition of Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk won him the cup, scored the winner, had a goal disallowed that doesn't matter whether it should have stood or not, had a goal disallowed. They've spent big money correctly, incisively and intelligently. These divs have turned up from California and gone, hey, you know, like totally ripped it up and gone, he's a good player, he's a good player, he's a good player, he's a good player. We only sign children. If Chelsea had spent the same amount of money, but maybe bought Harry Kane, Chelsea probably win the game today in the way that Liverpool have spent some significant money over the years, and their big money signing, Virgil van Dijk, has won them the cup. So yeah, of course we can acknowledge the contribution of Conor Bradley. I thought Harvey Elliott was a man possessed today. I thought he was truly brilliant. Superb. Yeah, absolutely superb. But the reason they won the game is because Konate and Virgil van Dijk were immense, the pair of them at the back.
It also means no European football for Chelsea.
Yeah, because that's who we are now, though. Because that's who we are. We are now far more preoccupied with what's going on below us in the league. Chelsea needs to be far more preoccupied with what the likes of Wolverhampton Wanderers and Nottingham Forest are getting up to in the league than we are Arsenal and Liverpool and Man City. Man City's league. Do you know there was a time when I used to be totally preoccupied with Man United's fixtures? I'd know them off by heart. Honestly, there was a time in my life, a decade or so ago, when I could have gone Man United's next 6 fixtures. I'll go Wednesday night, they're away at Blackburn, bang, 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 man, I'll tell you. I'm now doing that with Forest. Like, what difference does it make who Man City play? Man City could play Arsenal and I can go out and have a cigar with, you know, like, who cares? Who cares who Man City are playing? Of
course, yeah.
It doesn't matter to us. And the sad thing is, this is now a sort of redefinition of Chelsea. I think a lot of people, maybe you two actually, I think you two are quite bad for it. You need to redefine who Chelsea are in your heads. Because I think you see Chelsea and you go, Chelsea in a cup final, of course we can, you know, Chelsea in a cup final, we've seen it time and time again over the years. We're shit. We're shit. We've employed a shit manager and we have people running the club who aren't really interested in creating a good football team. They're interested in creating a valuable football team. And that's why we haven't really got anybody out there. You see this issue
getting worse once you start. We've seen it with United after Fergie. Once you start chopping and changing managers, and then you end up with different batches of players from different. Could you see this only getting worse before it gets better?
No, man. I think it's different at Man United because of Manchester United's history of consistency, particularly with Fergie. You know, the longest-serving Premier League manager.
I mean, in terms of if you chop the manager now, then you start bringing in different.
No, the reason I think it's culturally different, Ad, is because Manchester United are a club and a fan base, correct me if I'm wrong, who pride themselves on love, loyalty and patience towards managers. Mm-hmm. Chelsea have been very successful, but we've done it via a different way. We've done it via impact managers. So it does at Chelsea, the culture of sack Pochettino now and move on and bring someone else in. Impact manager.
I'm not on about the impact it has on the fans and the team. I'm on about, you know, once you change a manager and now these go and spend another £500 million, but you've got £500 million that have come for this new manager, and then you change a manager again. You end up with players that are there that you bought for 3 managers ago.
Although I would assume, Ad, that none of these players were bought for Pochettino
alone. Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. I could well stand corrected on this, but I doubt that Mauricio Pochettino spoke to Todd Boehly and went, "Please get me Nicholas Jackson." I doubt that. So the next manager who would come in would be given a load of players in the way that Pochettino was, but hopefully he's a better manager. But the culture of changing managers, I think, is quite alien to you. I think it's quite alien to maybe Arsenal fans, maybe even you, Booth, I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. But it wouldn't be that surprising. It wouldn't even be that out of character for Chelsea to sack our manager tonight. Like, he's a crap manager. He's a crap manager. He's a crap manager who should have never been given a job.
Does he deserve to be sacked tonight?
I think he should have been sacked already this season. I've got no time or love for Mauricio Pochettino.
Because you do acknowledge there are other issues at the club.
I do. I certainly do. I think as much as I want him sacked, I don't think it would make any sense for anyone to take the Chelsea job at the moment. Not because it isn't a prestigious job, not because you wouldn't earn a lot of money, but if you look at, there are certain jobs where you take the reins and you're basically set up to fail, aren't you? Mm-hmm. I think Chelsea is that. Look, it's the Ferguson's quote was the best, wasn't it? Never pick your club, always pick your owner. You can't want to work for Todd Boehly. Like, you just can't. It's fucking mental. Like, you got to remember, this is a man who made himself sporting director. Never worked in sport, never worked in European sport before. Like, you know, he's got, I swear to you, Todd Bowley, prior to like buying everybody who ever existed at Brighton and Hove Albion, 2 years ago, he wouldn't have heard of Brighton and Hove Albion. He wouldn't have heard of them.
It's true, it's bang on.
He wouldn't have heard of them.
I wonder if Tuchel goes back there, you know, loses his job at Bayern Munich in the summer.
Rory was talking
goes
about,
back.
I know it might not be something spoken about. Is it Mourinho?
He's a winner.
I'd want
Conte.
I'd want
Tuchel's
Mourinho.
a winner.
I'd want the manager I really want is Mourinho, and I think when you aren't a Chelsea fan, you think it's a ludicrous shout.
Like that would be the last manager I'd ever call for at Man United to return. Not because
he's not a Man United manager though.
I think he's a great manager, but
he's a Chelsea man. Like, you know, Mauricio Pochettino, despite occupying the office as Chelsea manager, is a Tottenham man. Certain managers, regardless of how many jobs they get, where else they go, it feels like they are always the personification of a particular club. And Jose Mourinho is basically the only living person to be able to go to Tottenham and still be considered a Chelsea man. Chelsea now feels so different to what it should feel like. I think the only person who could bring it back and make us feel like
the fans and everything.
Yeah. I don't see how it isn't Mourinho. The only other thing would be one of those sort of noble, more forward-thinking, you know, people start saying like, what about Amorim? Or what about, like, I don't know, Sporting Lisbon are doing well, I think. I don't know. What about De Zerbi? And then you look at the Brighton results of late and you start going, probably not.
As well. Yeah.
But we're sham. But, and do you know the worst thing, Ad? What are we now? 26, right? Season over. We've got Leeds United in the Cup. They're going to turn up at Stamford Bridge. God, that's going to be a fun day, isn't it? Leeds United are going to turn up.
At the office.
Met Police be furious with that fixture. Leeds United are going to turn up at Stamford Bridge. But one way or the other, even if we get through Leeds, at some point we're going to play Man United, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool. So we don't win the FA Cup.
You might lose to Leeds the way they're playing.
No, I flagged that fixture as a definite banana skin. Season over, mid-Feb. Like, we're not going down.
That's not going down. Chelsea. Even like Chelsea pre-Roman, they already had good cup runs.
Even when we were crap.
Yeah.
Say 08. 08, we were crap. League Cup final, lost to Tottenham. Finished second in the league. Well, this is Avram Grant's team, the worst manager we've ever had in the Premier League era. Second in the league, Champions League final. This is so different. This is so far removed. And I do think that stat, I don't know if we've given it enough. Like, we haven't gone 2 consecutive years without silverware since 04, in fact. We've done it in the first 2 years of their ownership. Like, that tells you everything, doesn't it?
Again, I'm not trying to piss you off or wind you up here, but could that not be expected with new people? Like, would it be unfair for me to go and judge Ineos off 2 years?
No, I don't think so. Not when they've done it. I don't know enough about the Ineos thing and how they're going to approach the situation at Manchester United. I don't know. But it's also slightly different because Ineos are taking over a club that is dysfunctional.
Wasn't a winning machine, whereas Chelsea were.
You know, sometimes, like, you know, if you inherit, let's use Liverpool, right? Klopp. Whoever takes the reins from Klopp, it would be mental for the new owner, the new manager of Liverpool to go, Salah, Van Dijk, who else would you say are the stalwarts of this team? Salah, Alisson, Van Dijk, and the 2 fullbacks. You're all out. You're out. That's what they've done. They've come in and they've gone, Maria Granovskaya, who is like overseen one of the most successful sporting enterprises in the history of sport.
In the world,
Yeah. You're sacked. Petr Cech, who was not only demonstrated an ability in the boardroom, but is also incredibly aware of the club, the DNA of the club, the fans. He's totally aware of it. You got the tin tack as well, mate. Anybody that was even closely linked to the previous... By the way, we spoke about it. Pat Nevin, sacked. Pat Nevin, because he happened to criticise them in a really minute way, sacked. Anybody that was part of the previous regime
Mason Mount on the pitch. Mason Mount was a big one.
On the pitch, look. Mason, I know it hasn't necessarily gone the way Manchester United fans would have hoped, but Mason Mount's a really good player and it broke Chelsea fans' hearts, mine included, when he left. Okay, now I don't wish him well and I certainly don't wish his father well, but it broke my heart when he left Chelsea. They didn't care about that. They're on about selling Conor Gallagher to Tottenham. The geezer is
He was your heartbeat.
The geezer was he was amazing. Wasn't he? What do you call it? Gladiatorial.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. Conor Gallagher wearing the Chelsea armband. He's wearing a Chelsea armband on a Tuesday. The Thursday, the headlines are Conor Gallagher's leaving for 50 million quid to Tottenham. Wait, hang on a minute. He's like, what? Is this 1990 again? Are we losing Gordon Jury? It's Gus Poyet choosing Tottenham over Chelsea. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Sickening.
Man.
We have to turn this telly off. I'm going to cry.
Yeah,
we have to turn it.
I think it's time to turn it off now. We have to mention, though, obviously, Jurgen Klopp started his, run into the end of his Liverpool career with a trophy. And whilst it's not something I wanted to see, particularly from Liverpool lifting trophies, you have to give him big credit, especially when you look at, that team today was threadbare. It was probably their B or C team. If you're giving that, he's introducing a lot of youngsters into the frame.
4 or 5 kids.
I thought the young Conor Bradley was their man of the match before he went off. Kelleher was excellent.
Kelleher didn't put a foot wrong. Kelleher didn't put a foot wrong. Kelleher's got to be a Premier League starter soon.
And I always say, when asked who's the best manager in the world, I say Jurgen Klopp pound for pound. And that's because when you look at some of the... And I know this is down to injuries to a lot of players and they've got a deep injury list, but he's able to do that with some real...
But that was there for Chelsea to win today. Look, Klopp deserves nothing but credit, Adam. But part of the reason why Klopp was able to... He shouldn't have been able to win that game because Pochettino should have had it out of sight.
He had 5 clear chances, I'd say. They had 2.
They had a lot.
2 or 3.
On that note, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We've just had around 9K tuning in there. So make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're subscribing if you're not subscribed already. We absolutely appreciate every single one of you that join us on this show. Make sure you're checking out Super 6 as well. Download the Super 6 app. The link is in the description below. It's been an absolute roller coaster. And unfortunately, it's ended in a Liverpool trophy lift. But fortunately, and a silver lining, a few Rory tears. Thank you, Rory.